in their own Humvees, shooting at their own people.
Look, y'all hear this? Y'all better come on up. The loyal segment of the show is too funny. You
It's
got
not too
to.
funny. It's
No, it's
too
good.
real.
It's too
It's
real.
not
Too real.
dishonest being dishonest, man.
Mm-hmm.
People just can't take that shit. And they want to make it seem like it's a prestige. It's not a prestige, man. If them motherfuckers can chain Taliban for all these years, then turn around and say we at war with the motherfuckers. That's it. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do over there, man. You just
We're
over
not
there
about to
working.
keep read the damn chat out loud. Shit. Y'all niggas gonna have to either click the link or yeah, cause I'm about to be reading all this extra shit. But yeah, loyal. If you would like to address the chat, you're gonna have to reach out on your own. But on to the next best thing. Okay, on to the next best thing.
Good. I'll read this one right here from the Ghost. That was from bro. I work with the MF that was special ops. Ain't it always special ops? Ain't it always a nigga that got some special skills and special know-how and special clearance? That's that's your proof. You know what I'm saying? So in Kabul, and I was in the Navy Spec Ops. Damn, you special ops too. Supporting the Philippines in 2007 to 11. Kudos, brother. Hey, thank you for your service. But that still didn't prove anything.
Jam, they eating you up down there, little.
Somebody come up here and challenge this man.
One of you militant brothers. He trying to prove that war is fake. It's not real. There's no
I'm
such
not
thing as
trying to
war.
prove it. It's
Well,
the burden
he
of
just
proof
said
is
what you
on
trying to
them.
prove, nigga. Don't get smart with me now. The fuck? Well, I be the
The
nigga you
burden
being
of
He
proof
said
is
accused.
he
not on
said
me.
he in the back.
I'm the accuser.
My
He's in the
bad.
back, y'all.
My bad. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know how
waiting
to
to get
let him
on.
up. Bobby gonna have to let you up. I don't know where. Bobby.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Somebody
Nah,
right on the
man.
clubhouse side and tell Bobby to let the nigga up in the back.
So Trip, yeah, Bobby man stepped away with the kids. Well, the wife has something, so he should be back in a moment. And do not hold back on Lawyer. Please don't.
Don't. You can curse him after
Won't
the
he do
fact.
it?
he said,
Yes,
he
please.
said, he said,
But
hold up, I got you, crazy nigga.
shit,
Okay, salute Cortez
He gonna
Henry.
lay into my ass when he get up here.
Salute
Yeah, please
Cortez
don't hold
Henry.
back.
And by the way, if you're
Hey,
listening to the playback of this show, this is like the intermission point where Loyal gets up here and we can just divert the whole conversation purposes, just in case the shit that you was hearing is stressful or
oh, just in
traumatizing
case,
or whatever the case may be. This is a
just in
breath of fresh
case
air
the
of
truth
let me get my
stain
anger out on Loyal. Loyal, if you don't shut the fuck
Yes,
up,
please
this
direct
yeah.
any and all
Mm-hmm.
anger, frustration, aggravation, curse words, threats of bodily harm, etc. to
Everything. This your
loyal,
moment.
la oil, and everything of the sort. Exactly. This has absolutely, positively nothing to do with bankroll
your scary
and
ass
or
up.
humbling. As for Isaiah, well, he likes lawyer a little more than we do, so feel free to address him as well.
I'm
But
just
leave
here
me in
doing my
bank out
job.
of it.
That's all,
However you
folks. I'm
want to
just here
do
doing my job.
it.
Listen to her. Your scary ass.
This the Loyal segment.
This ain't the loyal segment.
Yes, it is, nigga. Don't get upset now. Old weak ass nigga. But yeah. Anyways, war is fake and real. I lost 4 homeboys and brothers in one sitting. Miss me, little man. Okay.
War
Um.
is fake and real. Okay, so which part were you trying to hit on? The fake part or the real part? Because I mean, you said it was fake and real. So which story was you telling us? A real story or a fake story? I mean,
Child.
shit, man. When you look at, I understand the shit if it was just a few occasions where I noticed that this shit seemed like it was perpetuated by us, on us. But it's like a lot of occasions, man, where these motherfuckers just flat out show us, man, that they doing this shit.
Give us the occasions. Go ahead.
I mean, they killed a couple people over there, and it came back that it was from their own guys and shit. Like, look at Titman,
Mm.
that football player.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple other people too, man. So you can't tell me that them people ain't going through something. You think they think that shit was real, or it was like a fucked up game they played on them? I mean, that dude gave up his whole career as a professional football player to go over there to only get shot by his own guys, and then for them to lie about it to make it seem like it was a war related incident. Well, it was related because it happened in theater.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It did happen in
Hey,
theater, so
Who
hey,
that is?
what you think fake? What you think fake about this trip? What you
Oh,
think
What up
fake
with it,
okay.
about
Drip?
it?
All right, yeah,
What's
yeah.
up, shit? What's
Bob,
up,
you need to give us
Bobby?
some type of
My nigga.
management controls over here. Have them people waiting in the back like that. Trip, I hope
Yeah,
you
my
got you a
fault.
little
Yeah,
refreshment, a little
hey,
water
we
break.
gonna get
Welcome
that.
to the show.
We gonna get that together. We gonna get that together, Zay, in the future. Sorry
It's
about
good.
having y'all in the back like that. Welcome back to Bobby's night. All right, let's
Okay.
go.
Hey, I
But
just want to ask what you think fake about it? Cause I'll agree to a certain
Can
point,
y'all
but
hear me?
yeah, we hear
it be
you.
real
Oh, we hear
bodies.
you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you
Yeah, I'm
too.
sorry.
yeah, we
You
hear
say
you.
that they real bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to ask him what he think fake about it. Cause it's real bodies attached to that shit.
I don't think that when they say that war is fake and war
Bobby,
is a
this is
theater.
this is the loyal hour. Yes,
No,
for the
Oh,
loyal
okay.
it's
man.
Go ahead.
anybody hour. What are you talking about? Come
Go
on.
Go
ahead,
ahead. Go
loyal.
ahead, Lloyd. Go ahead,
It's your
Lloyd.
time to shine, buddy.
No, this is loyal and trip.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Me,
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd. Leave it
they
Listen.
alone.
are on mute.
So check it out.
Go
I'm
ahead,
listening.
Lloyd.
Fuck, is you cooking?
I'm cooking, my bad.
Okay, the
Yeah.
you gonna mute
And
the
the
Motherfucker come
bitch
on
water
here
like
up?
a
with
motherfucker.
fried pork chops
Uh,
in the back.
uh,
Why am I cooking pork chops for real, Bobby? I hate you,
she
bro.
cooking fried rice. Yeah, fried
I'm
She
rice
waiting
and
for
frying
shit.
pork
Trip to
chops.
cuss loyal out and y'all delaying the process.
That's right. She frying pork chops, and you trying to
I'm
slide
trying to
Yeah,
away.
figure
Go
out
ahead,
exactly.
Lloyd.
Mute
what
up, K Dub. Lawyer about to get a lashing.
Come on,
what he
Lloyd.
Uh,
think fake what he think fake about it. I'm trying to find that. Like I'm not saying I'm
Come on,
protecting
Lloyd.
no military 'cause I feel like I fucked up going to that shit, but I'm just trying to figure out what he think fake about it. See, man, they get on here and motherfucker don't
Oh
want to
no,
talk.
don't
See,
mute
that's
up.
that
No,
crazy
don't
shit,
mute up
man.
now, nigga. Lawyer. With your mic fucked up, nigga.
Mike fucked us on that kind up in that bit, boy. That shit crazy, boy.
Hold
Okay.
on, nigga. Lawyer, you gonna have to get it together, cuz you can't be up in here causing smoke. Then when the smoke show up, your ass mute up. God damn it.
Cause my dad told me not to join the military. It's one of the biggest regrets in my life, but I ain't gonna say that shit fake. Cause I've seen a lot of shit.
I'm not
Now I agree to
saying that.
I agree with him. Like I say this, Bobby, I agree on one level that it's fake because we fighting for shit that ain't got nothing to do with us. We over there fighting for oil money. We over there fighting for land right. That ain't got nothing to do with us as people at the bottom. I agree with that. But when he talking about war ain't real, so the people fighting that shit real as motherfucker because your ass can get a bullet in your motherfucking ass, nigga. You know what I'm
I,
saying? That shit real.
I don't think that's this nigga gonna mute it up. Let me take it. Let me take the wheel then.
Because he talking
Okay,
about
there we go.
motherfuckers in Vietnam and they ain't fighting for
Lawyer,
real.
can you
Man,
hear
come
me?
on.
What the fuck just happened?
All right, there you go, lawyer.
you
Turn
know
your
what happened.
motherfucking YouTube off. You know what the fuck happened, nigga. You're
Right.
scared, nigga. You're scared.
Man, you put me backstage, nigga. That's what
No,
that
I ain't put
happened.
you backstage,
That's what she
nigga.
was.
Man.
I ain't did
Okay.
none of that.
Hey, so look, I understand
Getting
the
up here
brother
lying.
hyperactive and shit. He
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 had to
kind of
do a Google
hyperactive.
search right quick.
Ain't even have to do shit. But look, check this out. Hey, if you go out there and roll your motherfucking car and kill yourself, is that war?
Explain to me the context.
The context is
The
this:
context, lawyer.
most of these motherfuckers that's out there that's
Mm-hmm.
coming back in these body bags are
Mm-hmm.
out there because they did something to themselves, bro.
Did something to that man.
A
Stop
lot,
it,
a
bro.
lot of these people,
Man, stop it, bro.
a lot of these people that's coming back with these amputated limbs is because of shit that they did too, as well to
Nah.
themselves.
What they
Yes.
do to
Lawyer,
themselves?
lawyer, lawyer,
Okay.
lawyer. Wait. Let me moderate this. When you say shit that they did to themselves, you
Mm-hmm.
just can't throw a general statement out there. What do you mean by that? Things that they done to yourself. Give
Uh,
an
like
example.
like jumping Humvees and crashing the motherfuckers into perimeter
You
gates and
can't do that. You
T
can't do that to
barriers and
yourself
shit.
if you on the back of the
So
truck.
hold on. Look, and crashing into shit like T barriers and shit. And
That
then
ain't what's
also,
happening.
hold on. And blowing up shit and not setting the charges the right way, so the shit prematurely
Nope.
blows up in their face.
Nope.
You
Nope.
see what I'm
Nope. Nope.
saying?
No,
Also, this right
wait.
Man,
here.
Hold on, wait a
Also, this
minute.
right.
Lawyer, let me ask
Huh?
you this. So you saying that this something that commonly happens in the military?
Hell yeah,
that
You
nigga
can't.
cap.
No, wait, Trip.
bro.
Trip, can you corroborate that? Because y'all both been in the military. Is that a
Hell
common
no.
occurrence?
Hey,
It's a
have you
thing that
ever
happens,
read?
but that's about 20. Now, can I speak? I'm just saying it's about 20 to 30% of all casualties of not saying casualties, but injuries do come from self-inflicted wounds. But 70% of them don't come from that, fam. They don't
Hold
work
on,
like that.
listen. He willing to give a 20%, but he ain't saying that how he got the knowledge about that. It's called a mishap
I'm
report,
telling
bro.
you.
You know how many
Hold on.
mishap
I know
reports
about
come
miss,
from
bro. I was in intelligence, bro. Like I know about mishap reports. I
what?
know when
What? That's what
motherfuckers
I'm
shoot their
talking
legs
about.
off. Like I work with cryptologists. I worked on a submarine. I worked
Keep
with
going.
the Navy SEALs. I was a
Mm-hmm.
support on a support unit for the Navy SEAls. I did all that in the Philippines. We was running gun running operations, bro. It don't work like that. And I've been dealing
Hey,
with the
what
Marines
did you
and the
just say?
Army at the
What
same
did you
time.
just say when you started that whole rant right there? Didn't you just say motherfuckers be shooting
I'm
off
on a
their own
rant.
legs?
Okay.
Hold on. Didn't you
Okay,
just say
I
somebody?
just, I just, I know I said there is a percentage of things that happen, but that's a small percentage of motherfuckers that do
Okay.
that shit. The other seventy
Okay.
percent is combat injuries, getting shot, getting falling out of
All right. Hey,
helicopters, they pop back on with a helicopter, getting shot at, and the
wait.
motherfuckers
Hold
getting
on,
out the
real
wreck.
quick.
Like,
Real quick. Real quick. Hold on. To the moderator. I know it can be triggering. And I do have a lot of moderators. Because I fuck with the people that I see coming through consistently. But I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there. Here over at Bobby's Night, the shit show, the moderator button, like deleting and blocking people, should only be used when it's uh some spam shit or some virus shit in the chat. If it's just something you don't like a person saying, or they saying, something about somebody and all of that shit, we gotta let that go. Everybody get a chance to voice themselves over at this motherfucker, whether you like it or not. There's one rule that I do have. If it ain't nobody that's saying nothing crazy, like as far as like fucking up your computer or something like that, whatever they saying, we gotta let them rock because it's freedom of speech in America. All right,
Who
y'all
who
got it.
who time? Who got
In
timed
the
out?
land of the brave and
I can't even
home
see
of the
all
free.
that.
Huh?
I can't
No,
even
didn't
see
know.
what.
I didn't nobody get timed out. I saw some messages get deleted, and I don't know who deleted them, but I was just saying, uh, just don't delete nobody. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
cause
saying? Let them
I
say
kept
what you
trying to
say.
post the damn link, but on my side it kept saying it was failing the post. So I was like, I don't know what the hell, but I don't know.
I don't know what's up with that.
It's
If y'all want to
good.
hit the
Y'all
link,
good.
go ahead. Hold on, say something in the chat, Zay. Let me make sure you still got your shit together. You should still
Yeah,
have
Zay
all
still a
your
mod.
moderator abilities and all of that.
I got the link from Zay, so he still my.
Oh shit, I'm posting in the wrong shit.
You streaming on 2 different platforms or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Here
wait.
we go. Yeah, I got my man Lawyer on here streaming at the same time too. Salute to Lawyer. Y'all go over there to Lawyer page. Drop your shit in the chat,
Oh
Lawyer.
yeah.
So motherfuckers can
Okay.
go subscribe to you and stuff.
For sure, man.
You already
Appreciate it.
know. Dark Matter, what's up with the gang? Salute. But yeah, I don't think war is fake. I think it is some truth to what Loyal's saying. I think that y'all maybe might need to like bring it down a couple notch and see where y'all like actually saying some of the same things. You feel me, Trip? Because
I'm not trying to argue in a
no,
negative.
I'm not
I
saying
ain't think I think.
argue. I'm not saying argue, Trip. I'm saying to for one to know that to some extent what he's saying about people disfiguring themselves and harming themselves is true. You said like 20,
Hey,
30%, right?
yeah, and
So
I listen.
if
I'm gonna quantify that. There's a
mm,
lot of idiots that get into the army and the
mm,
Air Force and the Marines, and they fuck
mm.
themselves up. Like
Yep.
in the Navy,
Well,
you got to score in a different, you got to score in a different percentile. But when I was
well,
going through MEPS, there was a lot of dudes in the Army that scored a 16 on their ASVAB,
well,
which is
listen,
not passing.
that's kind of inflammatory though. Don't you think, Trip? Because listen to what look, wait, well, think about it, Trip. That's why I said you gotta have have the dialogue and the discourse in maybe a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe my
You
tone is a
feel me?
little bit
Because
off.
think
I got
about it.
you. That is
If you
how I
start
talk,
off the
fam.
statement, because look, if you start off the statement, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, if you were to start out the statement with it's a lot of idiots that join the blah blah blah, then I would just hit you with, well, what about the nigga that played for the Cardinals back in the day, Pat Tillman? He wasn't no idiot,
Uh,
and
I mean,
and
you can think that, but I'm not. But Pat Tillman got killed for some other reason. But I'm telling
no,
you,
I know,
I
I know
understand
the
Pat Tillman's
reason.
situation.
I know the reason why he
He
got
he
killed,
ran
according
he ran
to
up on them Nazis.
huh?
He ran. See, in the army, there is a group of motherfuckers who are what we call in the Navy death squads.
Uh
Pat
huh.
Tillman was against death squads, but he was on a death squad. When he tried to go and tell on them niggas, they killed his ass. That's how that shit worked. In the
Wait,
army, in the Marines,
hold on. Well, then listen to what you saying. You make sure you listening to
You
what you
see? You
saying, because
see?
you
I
kind of
know,
loyal. That's
I
what
can
I'm
clarify
saying. You
all
gotta
this.
listen to
I can
what you
clarify
saying.
I can clarify all of this. I'm not
Okay,
saying it. Listen, what see, but you got to take it all in context. I am
okay,
saying that there are squads in the military that do
hmm
dirt, and they do that,
right,
but that's a very small percentage because most of the dudes acquiesce to the white supremacy bullshit them niggas on, and they just
right.
say even if they not racist, they'll ride with it. Nigga, when I was out there on support, I done got shot at by army dudes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that's a mass of it. Most of the dudes that get hurt out there actually they get fucked
Wait.
up.
Cuz you telling me you done been shot at by niggas in the actual army?
Yeah, when we
Do
was
you,
working
cuz
on
understand how heavy it is what you saying, and to the
nigga, I had
point
a
of
patch
what?
in my I had a patch. Okay,
Hold on, cuz. Slow down. Before I'm
I
not
got you.
discrediting your time, because you and Loyal both serve and damn near in the same
Yeah.
capacity on the submarine and all of that shit. So salute to
Oh,
both
you
of
a
y'all.
submariner?
Yeah.
What boat was you on, Lloyd?
Nah, I'm not. Hold on.
Well, I know he's
I was on a carrier. I was on a aircraft carrier.
Which carrier was you on? The Shitty Kitty?
Yeah, no, the Constellation.
Oh, you was on the west. You on the East Coast?
Nah, West Coast.
Constellation on the East on the West Coast? Okay, hold up.
Uh huh.
So
I peeped it.
you was out of California?
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, I know what he's talking about. But yeah,
okay.
so
Oh,
he
salute. Well, hold
so
on, real quick, Trip. So basically, what I'm saying, if you listen to what you're saying, right?
I know I gotta
Hold on,
quantify
wait
it
a
though.
minute. I know I'm finna let you quantify it, but just off of your experience and
Yeah.
Loyal's experience, if he's saying that he's seen on too many occasions, because he might be a little bit older
Well,
than you. Hold on, wait a
he
minute.
is a carrier. He on a
That
carrier, so I get that. A carrier
no,
does have.
but
I'm gonna get to where you going. Like
I'm
on
not
a
talking
carrier,
about the
well, I
carrier.
gotta.
I'm just talking about the
Okay.
simple fact that you said that both of y'all have said, whether if you arguing against his point or not, both of y'all have said that nigga military motherfuckers shoot back at their own people, and you just corroborated that.
Yeah.
So you can't.
No, I
But
wasn't
I'm saying
arguing that.
no, you just
I
said you
agree
was
with
shot
that.
at. You just no. My point is this though, bro. If you know that to be true, then you know
Mhm.
that it ain't no real way to quantify that. Because if somebody was to die out there from that, then you just dead on the battlefield. That's what Loyal's saying.
Well,
That is
that's
kind of
that's
like
where
a
that's where it go back. That's where it go back to in the field. Like if he's on carry, he was non-combat. I was pro combat, so I worked innately as support. I went through Buzz, I went through Sears. It was just some things stopped me from going all the way through to a team. So I became support for those teams, and I've been around Marines, Army, Green Berets, Rangers, all that shit. So I know what goes on in combat areas. Him, what he's saying from his point of view, I'm not knocking that. Now that I know he on a carrier. I will admit, on a carrier, most of the things that happen on a carrier or surface boats, they are self-inflicted. Motherfuckers fall downstairs. Motherfuckers hit themselves in the foot with goddamn wrenches and all kind of shit. So from his point of view, all he's seen is motherfuckers hurting themselves because he was in the Navy, he was on a surface boat. So I get that. But when you go into
Nah, brother.
combat, that's what,
I don't think
I'm,
that's
I'm
what
I'm
he's
sorry.
saying.
I'm sorry to interrupt
Go
you,
ahead,
brother. I'm
Loyal.
sorry because nah, I wasn't on the carrier the whole time I was in. I only did
if
a
you on a
certain part of.
DEG,
Nah, I got off the carrier after 4.5 years, and then I went shore duty, and then I stayed shore duty
okay,
for the rest of my career. So with shore duty, in the certain jobs that you pick, you can get deployed. They call them IAs. You know about that.
yeah, you right.
So
I
I've
was
been on.
FMF,
I've done a
so
few IAs, and I've seen exactly what you said happened to you. Oh man, I've seen it like multiple
yeah.
times.
I was that
I've
nigga that
also
had a
seen
mouthy mouth.
guys. I've also seen guys do shit like blow themselves up. I've also seen guys do shit like flip Humvees and amputate their legs and arms.
Yeah.
Uh, and, and I've seen guys do shit like set themselves on fire. I mean, in
At the
protest.
depot and or fueling food on protest. God
Yeah,
damn.
oh,
I heard a motherfucker catching on fire at the depot fueling, but I ain't never heard no protest. I
You
feel
oh
ain't
you.
never
yeah,
heard of nobody. Hold on, cuz. So you telling me you don't know what's going on in the news right now?
military
Yeah, I saw
news.
that the other day that motherfucker caught himself on fire, but when I was
That
in, that
happen
shit
all
wasn't
the
happening.
time. That
Yeah,
happens all the time, cuz.
Man, maybe
Hello,
I ain't
hello to
never
the
seen
panel.
it, bro. I'm a West
But
Coast
listen,
citizen too, so
what's up with
I
it
ain't never seen shit like
beneficial?
that.
But
What it
listen,
do?
this is what I'm finna say to you though, bro. Whether
Yeah.
if you agree with it or not, the fact that you don't agree with it, but you have an experience of being in the military and being shot at by friendly fire and surviving, what I'm saying is people who've had that experience, just like Loyal said, and he ain't the only one that said this, that said that it's a lot of motherfuckers. It's a higher percentage of niggas dying from that friendly fire or what they calling friendly fire, or maybe they firing at your ass on purpose more than what they actually. You
And,
feel what I'm saying?
I'm giving you more than what the military say. The military say it's 10%. I'm giving it 30. I'm giving it 30, 20 to
So
30%
look,
is friendly
listen, listen,
fire.
listen, 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 listen. So listen to what you just said, cuz if 20 to 30% of the military deaths could be attributed to actual death squads and inner workings like motherfuckers
Yes,
shooting at their own people.
I
Then
agree.
we got another 30% that could just be attributed to goofy motherfuckers fucking their own self up. That lean to Lloyd. We got
Man,
60% of this shit that's going on that's fake. And they
hmm
you see
no,
what I'm saying?
it ain't no 30% fucking themselves up, bro. That shit is like
bro.
that shit is like like I say, I was on subs, it's a little more strict. Motherfuckers, and I had my sea dad on the submarine died from a goofy event like that. Motherfucker went to Shaft Alley and got crushed by a hydraulic ram in the back of the goddamn sub in the back of the boat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that don't happen, but that's very, very, very rare. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like
Hold on,
a lot of these motherfuckers.
hold on,
I
When they
agree.
get out,
hold on.
but I'll tell you this: when they get out and they get to that VA. Oh, it's a bigger percentage because everybody got hurt in the VA because the VA ain't shit. And you got to make up all kind of shit because they got your medical record. So you got to claim
Hold on.
everything that you can and getting hurt to try to get some money from these motherfuckers because you didn't get paid shit while you was in there. But I'm not. But
Hold,
when I
hold,
was in there, as far as combat, man, motherfuckers got fucked up. I done seen motherfuckers top get laid back in that motherfucking shit, bro. There wasn't no
hold
motherfucking
on.
friendly fire. Them motherfuckers out there in the goddamn jungles and got their fucking wings split back and got half their brain and over here in a
Who was
wheelchair
shooting at him?
trying to
No, I'm saying
They
who
don't
was
know.
shooting
Look,
at
but
him?
look, hold on, Bobby. Can I
when I
say
was
this real
in
quick? Hold on. Can I
go
say
ahead.
this? I'm just maybe I'm tripping, but and this is kind of like off topic. Did you say your C dad? What the fuck is a C dad?
So you ever in the Navy, it's the person that trained you because I was an A ganger. So if you was on the surface, if you was on an actual boat, then you know what A gang is because when I got into special ops, they changed the rating exam and
Hold
I
on,
became
hold
A
on, hold
gang.
on, hold on, hold on. I know we had mentorship, but we used to talk shit about motherfuckers with C daddies.
And don't try to play that gay shit with me, folks.
Hold
I'm
on,
not for
dog.
that.
I'm
Like
not
that's
saying
what they
that,
call
man.
it. Look, I'm a submarine. That's what they call it. The dude that they like trained you through your process. They call it their C dad because that motherfucker basically was in charge of you. Because on a submarine, you got to get your warfare pin within a year, or your ass can't be on their EOG. And special ops, you got to get your warfare pin within a year, or you got to get the fuck on. You got to ring that bill. So for my first year, I had to do both of those and have qual books on both of those to even get those warfare pins. And a qual book is a book to tell you all the things you got to check off that list before the motherfuckers give you your warfare pin and you stand on top of that boat and you get that goddamn pin. You know what I'm saying? So I got my Submariner warfare pin and my EOG diver pin at the same goddamn time. So
Yeah,
You
don't
know
go
what
I
he
out
know
there.
about
talking
the
about.
I
It
know
sounds
about
like
the
you know what he
beast.
talking about, Lloyd. Stop
Hey,
testing that
look. I
man
know about
credentials.
the. I know about the beast watch pins and all that stuff, man. But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it just
because you a
sounds
surf,
funny
you
to
surface.
hear
Y'all ain't
somebody
gotta get your
say
warfare
that.
pin. You a goddamn nut. You a scrub, bro. Like I really had to live that shit because I come out within a year. If you don't get that shit, you off that boat and you off that unit. So I did both at the same time. I had two qual books. I had to get a qualification book for the motherfucking submarine. And I had to get a qualification books, and I had to go through Buds and Sears to even get on the fucking support team to
All
even
right
do
now.
that shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right now.
So
Talk
don't
that
sit here
shit,
and play.
nigga.
You can look all this shit up. You can look all this shit up. Everything I'm saying is the facts, nigga.
Nah, I feel you, man. But look,
Talk that shit
it,
now.
I was just surprised to hear somebody say they had a C dad and shit, C daddy.
That's
You
what we
know
call it in those circles,
that
like
was
in the
that
special
was
ops and in
that was
motherfucking.
derogatory where I'm from.
That's
All
because
right,
you a
we
It's
ain't.
surface
All
just
right,
nigga.
hey. Enough of the C
Mhm.
dad. Now let's get back to the.
I just,
we
I'm
already.
talking Navy. I'm just talking Navy talk. I'm not. It ain't
I
no
know.
gay shit. That's what they called it.
I
You know
know.
what I'm
I
saying? When
know.
I was
I
on
know.
clubs
We.
and I was
Yeah. I
doing
know.
everything, they said this is your C dad. He gonna take care of you. What that means is he gonna help you through your qualifications. He gonna do all that shit. He gonna do this and he gonna walk you through. And the special ops they call it the same thing. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker gonna basically be your shadow. Everything you learn is gonna come from him. And if you
Right.
fail, he fails. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we tied
That's right.
together. So I had two of them. I had one on the sub side, one on the motherfucking on the seal side. You know what I'm saying? And them motherfuckers walk me through everything. You have to learn all that. So when you want to sleep on your
Let me ask
and
you a question,
those
cuz.
sectors, yeah.
When you say you were seeing niggas getting their top blown off in war, who was you actually? Who was the enemy at that time? If you
So,
could say.
so at that time when I was doing this recon or whatever in the Philippines, it was gun runners. The Philippines, if you look up between 2007 and 2011, when I was in, the United States had an agreement with the Philippines, and they were stopping gun runners from making 1911 remingtons because they were shipping these 1911 remington replicas all across the motherfucking world. And so the United States had went in the Philippines before Maduro had asked us to come in and help us with that. After Maduro became the president, they closed the whole program down and stopped it. But
Oh,
I
wait,
was a
wait,
part of
wait.
the
Let me
third
ask you
program.
this. So y'all weren't actually fighting the military. Y'all was fighting regular niggas, correct?
yeah,
We was fighting jungle
some
niggas.
street niggas.
Huh?
We fight some street Filipino niggas. And
That's what I'm saying.
some of my
That is just because I'm saying, think about it. Like, think about Jeff Fort. Like, if Jeff Fort was to have his dream come to fruition in 1980 Chicago, and that
man,
deal go through with,
they would
hold
have
on,
sent the SEALs in to stop it.
that's my
That's
point.
what you
But my
saying.
point, That's what
So
I'm trying to tell you. And the SEALs would have been like, and if the SEALs would have been like, oh, we was shooting at the enemy one, I'd been like, well, who was the enemy? The GDs. I'd been like, oh, okay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I admit that, but I had dudes that was stationed in Fallujah and Kabul, and we would drop them off, and I would do support for them, which means I would make sure their guns was right, ammo, uniforms watch, because when they sink in and they go in and they go and get with the units, I would have to do all of the stuff like paperwork, be the cryptologist, do all that kind of shit. So what I'm talking about on warfare, if you want to be in a real war, was the guys that I knew that went to Afghanistan. I had a whole team on August 19th, I think it was 2011. The whole team got killed. 22 of them I killed in Valley in Afghanistan, shot down on a helicopter. Are them dudes dead? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and you can look this, I think it's by August 19th, 2011. You can look up 22 SEALs and special operatives killed in Afghanistan. All them dudes on that list I knew. You know what I'm saying? So I got out in July of that year. So and that's why I remember that date because I was sitting at the computer and I saw all their faces on the goddamn Google search and they had on the newscast and all that shit went down. So when I say war, like motherfuckers really be dying out there now. If you want to say that these wars are fake on the fact that these ain't nothing we should be fighting for, I agree with you with that. If you want to say that some people get hurt, friendly fire and all that, I'll give you about on the total, I'll give you 30 to 40%. I'll give you that on the max. But 60% of that shit is real life situation. Motherfuckers really getting fucked up out there fighting for American money and corporate interests. You know what I'm saying? Now, are these wars real to us? Hell no. We don't know no chinks. We don't know no ping pings. We don't know none of these motherfuckers.
hey,
So
but
we
look,
going over
hold
there
on.
fighting for nothing.
But check it out. Do you consider the police a military force?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
They are
that's
now. They are now.
that's
I don't
no.
know if
I'm
it was
just
always like that, but I don't know.
okay. But
Go
look,
ahead.
check it out. So you would consider them on the same level as your guys, you and your guys, right?
Man, I don't take no pride in that shit. I
Okay,
hate when
but
motherfuckers say
so
thank you
check
for
it
your
out.
service.
I got you, but look, at the same time, if you consider the police, that means that the police is going to war the same way you guys go to war. They could be chasing
But the
gun
pol-
runners too and
but the
shit.
police, but the police, they are the ATF, the DEA. They doing that same shit. I'm
All
not.
right,
That's why I said I'm not arguing.
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying
arguing you
is,
from a point you think I'm arguing with you
so
from.
what I'm
I'm just
saying
saying
is that what I'm saying is that you're not in war. You're just doing
no,
military law
because
enforcement. That's
no,
all you're doing.
no, because we are at war. Just because,
No,
like you
bro.
just said, because
War is
listen.
two nations fighting against one another, bro. That's
It
not
is two
war.
nations. Even in America, the black or what you want to call Aboriginal, you want to call yourself Indian, you want to call your Moor, whatever. The niggas with nappy hair are at war with the government every
Wait, wait,
day.
wait, wait,
That's a
wait. Hold
war.
Bro,
on.
that's not the
Wait, wait,
same
wait.
thing,
Hold on.
bro.
Wait a minute, bro. Now listen. As a moderator, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it from because from where your argument is, you kind of trying to segue into, you know what I'm saying,
No,
another
I'm
standpoint.
not trying to.
Hold on, real
You
quick.
can't
Hold
help
on,
me
real
with
quick.
that.
Hold on,
All right.
real quick,
All
bro.
right,
Real
you got it.
quick. I ain't cut you. I ain't cut you. I've been letting y'all cook.
I got you.
What I'm
I got you.
saying is because I'm listening. So I'm an outside observer. You know what I'm saying? Same way I cut in on him, same way I'm cutting in on you.
You
Because
good.
what I'm hearing in you saying that even though niggas might feel that this nation is this an aboriginal nation and that we at war with the black people and they at war with the Chinese and they at war with the Israelite man and all, but to the point of what Loyal's saying about war is correct. War is a conflict between two nations. So it is kind
Okay.
of like world policing.
It's
Well,
just
then I'll
police
agree.
work.
Then I'll agree with that because at a certain me being in those realms, that's exactly what we do. We policing shit
Right,
that we
right,
don't
right,
own. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
I'm not
right.
gonna
There you
argue
go.
that point.
There
You know
you
what I'm
go.
saying? We policing shit that we don't own. We're going to other people's country and deciding what the fuck they gonna do. I was a part of that, and I feel ashamed for some of that shit. That's why I hate when people say thank you for your service. I'm like, you don't know what the fuck I had to do. You don't know what the fuck I had to see. You don't know as a black man I had to see people that I look at them people and I say, damn, them motherfuckers a lot like us, and I'm out here fucking putting my boot on their goddamn neck. That shit used to fuck me up. That's why I got out. I was like, man, and I got out, and they fucked me over with a lot of shit because I got out because of that. I ain't got no benefits from the goddamn military because of that shit. The way I got out, because I had my re-enlistment papers in my hand, tore them up and threw them in the trash can. These motherfuckers got so mad about that shit. They was like, all right, we got your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I'm tired of putting my boot on motherfuckers' necks. That y'all doing the same shit to my people in the
What
motherfucking
happened?
states. Nigga, y'all doing the same shit y'all doing over there.
You the
Y'all
one
doing to
doing that,
us. Fuck
lawyer.
you.
You keep hitting the back button on your phone or something, probably, lawyer, which is why you keep going out and coming back in. But I
But
understand both arguing
I
points.
but what I was saying, my whole point was when he say oh, war ain't real, I'm not
Somebody
gonna
got an
say that
echo.
the war, yeah, it is echo. But I'm not saying that the war that we think ain't real. I will agree that we're policing, but when we go over there, the mindset is this is a war. And when we go over there, their mindset is this is a war. It don't matter if they
I,
jungle niggas. It don't matter
I'm
if they
not.
regular
No,
people.
no, no, no,
You know
no,
what I'm
no, no.
saying?
Wait. That's where I'ma disagree. Your mind state may be it's a war, but I think you projecting if you think that a nigga with some tank tops and some shit in the woods running guns
Yeah,
without
and he,
all that
Hey,
technology think he at war with you. That nigga trying to survive. Think about it. It
oh
nigga,
God,
I
oh
go hold
God,
on real
I get
quick. Hold
that.
on real quick. I me I'm about to be 42. I don't know how old you is. We might be in the same age bracket. I
I'm a
grew up
little
with
younger.
okay, so I grew up with the DARE program, the war on drugs, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they
Damn.
told us. You feel me? But niggas in the
Yeah.
streets wasn't looking at it like it's a war. But guess what? When them police was rolling down and them task force it out, they was at war. And we was just regular niggas outside with regular guns, and them niggas
I
was
got you.
coming over
I got
prepared.
you.
You see what I'm
But do you
saying?
think? But that's what I look at is like because I done been I tell you like this in Afghanistan the Taliban looked at it like a war even though those were regular sheep herders farmers and
No,
all
no,
that
no, no,
shit
no. That's the
after
fact.
a
That's
while
can
false.
I,
That's false. That's false,
can I
brother.
ask your
The
brother a
yeah
question?
Hold on, real quick. The Taliban is a CIA trained military force that fought the
no
Russian
no
military. Cause that's a fact.
and I agree
Hey,
with that.
hey,
But
brother, can
you
I
have
ask
to
you a
understand,
question?
you got to understand how Afghanistan worked. There was Al Qaeda was CIA operated, and Taliban was CIA operated. But at a certain point, that's why the Taliban control their country now. They began because Afghanistan is run by warlords, and these warlords came together in a conglomerate like our Indian nations did before, and said we're going to be a confederation, and we'll take this name because Taliban is a name we give them. The caliphate actually has an actual name in their Islamic name that we don't use in America. You know what I'm saying? So they actually came together under
I'm
that
hip to that.
banner
I'm
of
I'm hip to that,
uh,
brother. But listen, if everything you saying is true, you got to start putting it in context. Then that will bring it back to Loyal's point. No matter what they want to claim on the outside, those are American trained soldiers fighting American trained
uh,
soldiers at the end of the day.
oh
By the way, can I say something
okay
real quick?
okay
Go ahead.
I
Go
didn't know
ahead.
he was saying it like that.
This is a panel chat announcement
Go
coming
ahead.
from Love. Welcome to the motherfucking show. Yeah, this is the shit show, and if you don't know, now you know. But if you are a content creator and you are a panelist right now, you can stream this to yo YouTube. That way,
You
yo
sure can.
people can be tuned into it too, and you can get your viewership up and all that shit too. And
That's right.
also, since we already covered the earlier content of whatever you saw in the thumbnail, we could still go over all of those points throughout any given time of this duration of video, or you, as the new panelist, can change this motherfucking conversation and go wherever you want to go after the conversation that they're having right now is
That's
done.
right.
So, just letting
I'm
you know.
gonna wait till
Back
y'all
to the
finish
show.
with this with the army Nah, stuff.
Uh,
I just want to ask the
Yeah
brother
yeah yeah I'm
two. I
sorry.
want to ask the brother two questions real quick.
Go ahead, family.
When you was in Afghanistan, do
Long way.
the people that run
Go,
Afghanistan, would you say?
I can't
go
hear
ahead. Go
nothing
ahead.
though.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you.
I can hear you. I can
I
hear
hear
you.
you. Yeah, so I'm asking the people that run Afghanistan, do they treat the people worser than the American soldiers? Or did the American soldiers treat the people in Afghanistan worse than a dictatorship?
I don't know why it did keep doing this.
So North Afghanistan was run by the quote unquote Taliban, and I think that off of their culture, they treated their people better than the American in the South treated the well, I don't even know what they call themselves, the Allied Front or something like that, in North in the South. And the only reason I say that because American capitalism does not work well with Islam, and because Islam has a system based on merit, family values, and certain things.
Sharia
So
law?
like basically, I mean, but Sharia law is there, but it's not. It's deeper than that. Like in Afghanistan, I'll give you an example. I got a child, and Bobby got a child. My child turns out to be okay. So we both got daughters. My daughter turns out to be exactly what a Muslim daughter would be, but Bobby's child turns out to be like a loose whatever. What happens is the community too will go to that person and say, "We not fucking with you no more because your children are a direct representation of you and their culture. So if your children go astray from said mores and whatever they say, they fuck up your daddy, they fuck up your mama, they fuck up everything. They say, man, you ain't gonna make no money with us. So under capitalism, it didn't really work that well because capitalism is about jobs and shit. And Americans wasn't creating a lot of jobs. They was enslaving a lot of them people. Because if you talk to any specialized person from the army, they'll tell you they just send goddamn snitches out there to places that they will be like, we know you're gonna get killed, but if you don't go out there because the snitches might have some shit on their background, they may be out of prison. You go up there and you try to find that information. Man, most of the dudes came back murdered. They came back with their head in
Now,
the bag.
now let me
You
now
know
let
what
me
I'm
ask you this
saying?
too. So was the let's say like this, right? The United States Army, they go out there, right? Do they just
Yep,
straight shoot and kill people, or do those
absolutely.
people basic hold on, or are those people being unruly and they're not trying to follow instructions?
Um, so the way the army works is that the CIA is the mostly what runs was running the operation in Afghanistan. So I'll give you an example. We're gonna say Taliban because that's the name we all know. So you as a person were cool with a person that was supposedly in the Taliban because in the army they got squads that are called shooter squads or direct contact squads just because you are cool and they have to have a quota. So their quota is we need 10 people a week. So you just was talking to a dude that you went to school with that was a part of the Taliban. They'll send a drone in and shoot your house up. So they wasn't shooting people that was being unruly. Some of these people were actually good citizens and they just got caught in the fire of the quota. The Army and the Marines have a quota on their shooter squads, direct contact squads, and that quota has to be met. You need 10 people a week. And if they can't find those 10 people a week, they'll create 10 people a week. You know what I'm saying? So they was just going out there and like, okay, well, this motherfucker hiding inside a mosque. Well, that mosque is we can't shoot down mosques because those are protected under the law. So we will say that's not a mosque, that's a community center. Bomb that bitch. And they'll fly a drone over that motherfucker and shoot that motherfucker down because you in there. You had nothing to do with the Taliban. You had nothing to do with no terrorist activity. They just caught you on camera one day talking to a Taliban and they said, well, we got to meet a quota, and your name came up on that list. Bet. And the ones that we could get, if they were high ranking, we would either try to go in and shoot down everything or send in actual squads and pull them out and grab them and torture them to tell us what we want them to tell them, or they would be like, well, fuck it, kill everything. So they would bomb
Uh,
everything. So there was no in the that's army because the Navy used to argue with the army about um the rights of law. If the Army and the Marines don't give a fuck, they say if they got to meet a quota, they're gonna meet a quota. And I'm just
now
telling you
let me
that's
a-
how it
let,
goes.
let me ask you this question, right? Because the United States, army is gentrified, right? So when
What you
you
mean
went
by
to war,
gentrified?
like they have
Gentrified.
Chinese people, they got Chinese people, Mexicans in the army,
I don't think
Arabs.
that's definition. I don't think that's the definition of gentrified, but I
I
feel you.
mean,
Okay. Yeah.
so you never been side by side with an Arab in the military?
I've been side by side with a Chinese motherfucker that didn't even speak goddamn English.
I
And the
got you.
motherfucker
I
had to
got
teach you English on the goddamn boat because he wanted citizenship, and I believe he was a spy. You know
I
what I'm
got you.
saying? So,
Gentrified.
you
And,
know.
You
and
mean
then
diverse?
too, and yeah, that's what I should have said. Perfect word, diverse. And so I ain't never been to none of these places, but a lot of people who flee to America, they flee to America because they complain about their situation back where they're at. You feel me? Like, let's say, like in Thailand, if you talk about the king, I believe it is, if you speak ill of his name, you doing jail time or can get murdered,
No,
right?
that's Borneo. That's Borneo. That's Borneo.
Well, shit, it can be
King.
there. I don't give a damn.
I'm
So,
just
That's like
I'm just
China
trying to
too,
give
or
you.
something.
I know. I'm just trying to give you some reference because you should look up the king of Bonero. He's a very important person in political affairs. But go ahead.
yeah, so in these places, right, it's a lot of human trafficking, whole lot of pedophilia, you feel me, going on in these places. And the
I
United States
agree.
is trying to create, I got you. United States is trying to create a one world government, and they needed you to go over there and put some feet on some people's neck. Why did you turn your back on your country?
Um, That's a good question. And I was just talking to that in my job, a dude that was airborne, and he was asking me why did I join the military. I joined the military because I come from a family of dope dealers, hustlers, and pimps, and I was on the track to go to prison, and I had no other choice because things were getting tight, and I got some information they was gonna raid my trap houses at the time, and I end up signing up to the Navy and getting into whatever paid the most. And the thing that paid the most was special ops at the time because my dad was special ops. Because you have to have a letter of agreement. So my ROTC instructor from high school and my dad. Well, actually, I faked the letter from my dad because my dad was special ops as well in the army. And I faked the letter and I got into the Navy and left before the goddamn raids hit. So I didn't do it because I wanted to do it. It's because I was living a trife life. I was out there in them streets selling big bundles. I had traps. I was selling crack at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I had multiple houses, and
Man,
I had got
god
information.
damn. The
You know what I'm
motherfucking
saying?
Arab should have put his foot on your neck.
I mean, maybe he should have. Unless you want me to be
Man,
honest, I'm
go
gonna be
ahead,
honest.
brother.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like and the thing is, I didn't start off like that. It's just because my cousins, my family in this city that I moved to, because I'm from originally from Austin, but I live in a town in North Texas. They were like the
Okay,
mafia.
Texas in the
So
house.
what? So when I moved from Austin, I'm East Side OT O2,
Right.
Deuce Hoover Crip. You know what I'm saying? I moved to North Texas, West Texas, which is up there in the Panhandle. My cousins up there was gang banging and all that. All right,
What the fuck?
Humbling
Keep
I
going.
mean,
neighboring time
I'm just
together.
so no. So because you were asking me why I joined, I didn't join on my own
Thank you. My
volition.
bad.
I joined because I had two options. I was gonna go to prison, or I was gonna run away, and I was gonna go to the military. Those were the two options my OG told me. He said, I had OGs that really cared for me, and they said you need to go join the military and get the fuck away from this shit so you can reset your life. And I said, all right, and I believed them. So I went to some recruiting offices. My recruiter in I left. Listen, I was recruited supposed to leave in 6 months because that's how the Navy do. You get recruited, you go to MEPS, you got a time period, and you leave. I left in a week. I was supposed to leave in 6 months because my recruiter saw a crackhead get ran over by a car. A shootout happened outside the house I was staying with the broad I was fucking with at the time. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "I'm gonna push this forward so you can get the hell out of here because if you stay here, you're going to prison." And I said, "Man, I appreciate that." And I left and I went to Gurney, Illinois, or wherever that is up there, and I went to the Navy. And after that, it was all history. So I didn't go like I was one of them high school dudes to say I'm going to the military after this. Military wasn't even on my mind. It's just I was too deep in that shit, and I had to get away. because my cousins, I got a cousin doing 99, 65, one cousin doing 74, one doing 35, and another one doing goddamn 9 right now. And these are the dudes that I was right around every day. So these was my day ones. These are the motherfuckers that groomed me. So it was bad news. Okay, then I won't say no more. He asked me a question.
Humble and
That's right. Get
thankful.
on that line. Let her know. Goddamn it.
She's
Sitting over
watching
there pressing
Jeopardy.
the
Don't
goddamn button.
mind her. She's
I
there's
mean, he asked
Jeopardy
me a
now
question.
at the nursing
I'm
home.
answering him honestly. Like, I
She's
don't
She
come
just
on the
trying to
Jeopardy
be
internet to
funny.
fucking lie.
at the
She
nursing
ain't
home.
funny. Station
Yeah, I'm just saying.
identification.
I
You
All
know,
right,
don't
when
we
I
you
don't
got
hear
come on
that
the internet to lie.
TV on Channel 3, you gonna hear that. You know how it is.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
I
old, so
want
she
I
don't
want
know nothing.
Oh, bro,
and the
she
last
like
thing and the last thing
86
I want to
years
tell you
old,
is
bro.
I joined the military my senior year in high school. So when I tell
Right?
you I got traps, I want you to understand how young I was when I'm saying I got trapped. I had been in the streets since I was 13. By the time I was 16, I was running whole blocks. Nigga, I had trap houses, I had motherfucking junkies running, I had everything. I had it booming. But that wasn't what the most
Said he
high or
had
what you want to
junkies.
say. That wasn't my pet man. Shit, I had junkies doing
So you
everything,
say your
goddamn it.
Well,
dad was special ops. Why wasn't your dad a role model? I mean,
Cause my daddy got fucking 12 kids, my fucking 5 different women. My mama is his first baby mama, and I'm not named after him, but he got 6, 7 other baby mamas when I was a kid. He's a truck driver. My daddy was a truck driver when he was with my mama. But you know what I'm saying? Like he was a whole ass nigga. What you want me to say? I'm cool with
ah,
him now.
my
But
God.
back then,
just
shit, the
just
nigga was
wanted
slanging dick
context.
all
Just wanted
It's
context.
all
That's
good,
all.
I
brother.
got two
Y'all,
brothers and
It's
sisters
okay.
in Arkansas. I got a sister in fucking Colorado. I got two sisters and brothers in goddamn Tennessee. I got three brothers and sisters in goddamn here in Texas. And then I got some other mystery kids that came up because my other brother is a junior and they done got on his Facebook and cussed him out multiple times saying, "This your baby." And he had to say, "I'm not Larry," because he didn't put the junior on it. And he said, "I'm
Right?
not him." And they blocked him. So my
70
daddy was
30.
a
Don't
Damn,
do
mystery.
that.
damn.
70 30.
mm,
I
Yeah,
kick you out this motherfucker if you
yeah.
do that.
You
I'm
All
just
right.
keeping it true.
Nah, that's my nigga. Nigga, we can't do nothing but keep it 100 up this motherfucker.
I'm gonna keep it 100 all day.
70
So
30. Your mic muted,
No,
anything
cuz.
no,
you
he
say,
kept it 100 though for sure.
He kept it a thing. He kept that bitch
I,
star out.
I
All
do
right,
that. That's what I
yeah,
can
hey,
do.
look. Let's bring it back to the topic of the show. The lawyer don't even want to talk about the military fake shit no more. You the one that, cuz you cleaned them up, and niggas over there dying from real bullets. End of discussion.
I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry, bro. I just nigga,
Nah,
I
nah, cuz you
answer
ain't
that
gotta
question. I'm not
apologize.
gonna lie. I'm
You
not
ain't do
gonna
nothing
lie.
wrong,
I'm not gonna
cuz.
lie. Like
Cuz,
you
don't
know what I'm saying?
apologize when
Like
you ain't did nothing wrong, cuz you know we goofy over
yeah,
this motherfucker nigga just laughing. You know how it is, cuz
yeah.
there ain't nothing to
I've been fucking with
apologize
you since
about at all,
since
nigga.
you went on back chat. I saw I've been fucking with you since you went on back chat with that Jeff Tully and you went on OG Philly because I always had a funny feeling about him. And then you went on there and was like,
Oh
nigga, that
shit.
Oh,
nigga. And I was like, oh, this nigga
here
going
we
hard,
go.
baby.
Yeah.
And
My
I
uncle
was like,
Jeffro been
Jeffro,
in the my uncle
man, oh
Jeffro been
Mississippi
at the
nigga.
strip club. Yeah, he been in the strip club. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Jeffro.
that nigga 111 Truth was like, man, that's Bobby. And I was like, who the fuck is Bobby? I was like, let me find this nigga. And I found it. I was like, man, this nigga funny as hell, bro. That's the kind of nigga I fuck with right there. Oh
Salute,
God.
man. Salute, man. I fuck with y'all, man. Yeah, I fuck with Al Power, even though I be Jones and on them niggas and calling niggas slick scammers and all of that. I don't think Al Power be scamming, but I know Sister Betty do. But
Oh
that's a whole
shit.
nother.
Steffi
That's a
out of
whole
her.
nother.
She told me for some genealogy. She told listen. I'm a first hand account. She told me for some genealogy, it'd be 150. I said, God damn. Like, so you
Damn,
trying to
dude,
go
wait a
about
minute, cuz.
150?
You should have told us shit. I know how to start an ancestry.com account.
That's what I said. I said, I ain't gonna tell
Oh,
you,
wait.
man. I
Oh,
was
wait. Did I?
like,
Won't
Hey,
he do
70
it?
30.
Hallelujah.
70 30. Did I give up the game? Niggas paying Sister Betty 150 for shit. All you gotta do is have a Google account. You go look that same shit
Yep.
she
nah.
looking up on Ancestry.
Oh
Your damn
God. She
self.
told me
You
one.
niggas paying
She told me. She
$150 for a
told me
free
one.
Google account,
Bro,
70 30.
bro. Send me an email. I can send you the goddamn email she sent me. And no, I got a text. I think it was in the text. No, it was on the email. I got the email and everything where she was like,
Hey,
"Give
when she tried to
me
charge you
150," and I
150, did
can.
she say it was a 20% discount?
Uh-huh.
Hell no, she just told me 150. So I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I can't pay for the. I said, I'll hit you up to just see what you was. I was trying to hit up about that tribe shit. Like, what you got going? Like, what are you really doing? Because she on the pounds and she make it seem like we winning. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
She is
well,
winning. No,
I
she
actually got
winning.
paper. I actually
She
got
winning for sure.
paperwork
Oh
to
no,
prove
she
who I
winning
am.
because Sister Betty is winning because that's not a false statement. She is definitely winning. Now that
So
part is
I,
true.
How you
I'm
think
trying to
this
get with
nigga had
her
80
to
new
say
foot
like
tracks?
I got real paperwork that my granddaddy on my mother's side was real
Mhm.
Seminole nigga, Seminole of
Right,
Texas. But
right,
on
right,
my
right,
daddy's
right.
side, I got my Indian shit on that side, and I was just like, yeah, I'm fucking with you on some genealogy shit, but I was really trying to ask like, how do I what do I need to do with this? Because y'all acting like it's something we can do with this. I don't want to be on no reservation. I don't want to be none of that shit. But I got actual proof that I'm chief of two tribes. Like I'm the oldest son of the children of a tree. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Mhm.
she's talking about, well, it's 150, and I can help you with your genealogy. I said, I look, I ain't asked for all
Listen,
that. Like,
this the problem. This is the problem that this. Listen, bro. I'm finna make this statement. I don't give a fuck who listening. I'm the most feared man in debate, especially that Aboriginal shit, because I'm not coming with nothing but the facts.
cause you a
And
Mississippi nigga, right?
I'm a miss man. Listen, dog. I'm a Chicago nigga. My uncle Jeffrey, a Mississippi nigga.
Oh,
But look,
okay, okay.
in the case of the United States Corporation, which all these Aboriginal niggas have come to find out that this is a corporation, right? This is the shit that they teach. We're in a corporation. They took this shit by force. They lied on the treaties. They broke their contracts. They did all of that shit, right? Cause um once you find the paperwork that say you a chief or you a part of a tribe or a picture with your people with that shit on, just like I know my people was
Yeah.
in Mississippi and Chicago, a part of tribes and all of that. Once you find that, bro, that is like finding the evidence of the niggas. That's like finding the Phoenix Sun jersey from the 1993 NBA Finals. Them niggas
That's what I'm.
lost. They lost,
But
cuz. Listen,
because that's what I'm saying. Like, listen to what I'm saying. I used to be on that Pan African shit. My aunts on both sides used to be like, shut up about that shit. And then one day I had an intervention with my mom's side people in Austin. I went
mm,
down there. We was in Round Rock, and I was like, yeah, we African. Blah 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 blah. She was like, boy, I'm tired of that shit. My aunt Rosie hit and got pictures of my granddad, grandma, but it's their granddad, but it's my great grandma, grandma with that shit. Da-da-da-da. Then she showed me records. Like I was like,
yeah,
damn.
but
And
this
then
what
on
I'm
my
saying.
dad's side,
You're
they
not
got
gonna
a
get it
whole
back.
book.
You're not gonna
That's
get
what
it
I'm
back by
saying. Like
exclaiming it though. Long as you know it, you're not gonna get it back by letting them
that's
know
what,
that you know.
and that's what I've been trying to find. Like, how do I actually? But a lot of these tribes that we associated
I'm
with don't
trying
do
to tell you,
bloodline
cuz
rule and shit no more. You know what I mean?
ain't no way to get the shit back through paperwork. End of discussion.
Right. That's what I was going to. That's why like I went to
That's
Sister
why I
Becky, but
said
like
everybody
every
scamming.
person I run in, everybody I run into, they be on that. Pay me some money and I can help you with that. And I'm like, bro,
That's a
if you
scam.
help me get the money, if you help me get the money, then I would give you some of the money. Like I ain't no bullshit ass nigga. Like if you know what the fuck I got here, then why the fuck you charging me? Like I'm telling you, I got all the records. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
but
Like I got it. Like
Listen,
you know how like some blacks don't like white people like with a passion. I think them
no,
is the ones that came from Africa, but some blacks they cool with
no,
whites and everything,
this
and they
ain't a
the
white.
ones that was
This ain't a
already here.
no. My
bro. This
grandma
ain't a
told me
white
if I
black
come home
thing.
with a white, but my grandma told me if I come home with a white woman, I might not see boys will not come home.
Now, I'm saying
My grandma was that kind of woman. She
that's
was
your
like, if you come
specific.
home with a
But
white,
listen, that's your specific granny. My granny didn't feel like that, and she from Mississippi. So I'm not saying that ain't valid in some cases, but just not in all cases.
Yeah, yeah, it's not
At
in
the
all
end,
cases. I feel
at the
that.
end of the day, in the case of paperwork, in the case of paperwork, cuz there's no paperwork that can free you. None.
Right.
Nigga,
And
you just got
I
finished telling
agree.
me that you bro, listen, you just got finished telling me you been putting your boot on niggas' necks recently in
On
modern day colonization.
modern
If
day
them niggas would have pulled a piece of paper out and said, I'm original Afghanistan, what the fuck do that matter at the point when I'm
don't
taking your
matter
shit by
shit.
force? Okay
Nigga,
then. So this been
I got
taken
your
by
scrap,
force.
nigga.
What paperwork can they give you after you done took that shit by force? That they know who the
Nothing.
fuck you is already.
Nothing.
So what
And
do it
that's
matter?
why that's why sometimes when I hear these people talking, because I've been through that and I've seen how that go, I be like,
Who got to the
man,
pot of gold at
you
the end of the rainbow? Cuz hold on, I'm
because
finna ask you this
I've
again.
been
Name the person. Listen, G. Even the niggas who put the fake ass shit on TV, right? Like think about it, bro.
on
Think
TV.
about it 70/30. Listen, if I'm selling some fake diet pills, right? I'm still
Uh-huh.
finna put a testimony up. If I gotta pay some fake people and put some fake shit up to look like a nigga lost 300 pounds and now he 110
Right.
pounds. If I got some shit that cure, I'm still finna get some testimonies of somebody saying, I paid for this shit and it fixed my credit in 2 days. You feel
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
That's the way it go.
What? Listen,
But
who is the aboriginal motherfucker at the end of the rainbow that done paid for any of this bullshit that can say, yep, I done went and got my land from this shit. It
Spokesperson.
rectified this situation. I got all of these trust and shit in the bank that's been in that shit since 1930 that they took from great granddaddy when they took away the Freedmen's Bureau and all this stupid ass shit that niggas is figuring out today. Who in the fuck then
so
paid for some shit and now they got their land right now?
I'm gonna tell you what
Nobody.
my granddad told me. Cause my granddad real Seminole nigga, like real black Seminole nigga. And I don't know why I be doing this shit to myself, but he told me when I was young, it ain't no way you gonna get back what we had. And he used to
Thank
tell me
you.
that when I was young,
Yeah.
and I would be like, what you mean, Papa? And he'd be like, them people don't fuck us over, boy. You know what I'm saying? But that's why when people say some people hate white people, my grandparents on both sides hate white people because and they hate some niggas. They hate niggas in the church. They hate niggas in the mosque. They be telling me you stay the fuck. When I was young, they tell you stay the fuck away from them niggas because them the niggas that got us in this position we in now. But on the same time, they'll read the Bible to you, but they tell you stay the fuck away from that church. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
It's like a
raised
nigga.
on the
It's
Bible,
like a nigga
but
robbing you. It's like a nigga robbing you from for your phone, and you coming back with your receipt. Like, man, this my receipt, man. You gonna get my shit back? Like that piece of paper ain't
Thank
gonna
you.
mean nothing after he took it
Thank
from you.
you.
yeah,
Thank
you see
you.
about them hands. You gonna see about them hands. Then he gonna be like, "What's up then?" Saying like, "You want it back? Get it back in blood." You know, and I
No,
get
no,
that.
no, 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 no. You're dealing with a apex scammer, predator, colonizing mindset. So think about
Damn.
what you just said, beneficial. Not only
Mhm.
has this motherfucker robbed you of the motherfucking what you just said, the cell phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here go your stupid ass showing up with what? The
a
receipt.
receipt,
Now what he finna do with that?
Beat your
Rob you of
ass.
that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now I
Beat your
got
ass.
full ownership.
mm,
Now you the thief.
Yeah.
Gonna put Apple Care and everything on that bitch.
Think about it.
that's a,
Now you're the
but that's
thief.
a,
Cause if
I ain't
if
gonna
you
bother.
if you call the police, that nigga, I know possession is 9/10 of the law. Now, as soon as you call the police and it show up, that nigga gonna be like, I got my receipt and my phone right here. This nigga was harassing me and I beat his ass. And you gonna be sitting
Bobby,
there
I'm
like,
not.
yo, I
I
did.
bet you. I'm not gonna say I've been the fool because I ain't really like paid into that shit. But I've been trying to see like if anybody has some recompense because, like I say, my family on both sides actually kept records of a lot of shit on my dad's side and my mom's side. So I be like, damn, like how can I like?
I got some
But the
recompense
more
for you
I
right
listen,
now.
but listen, but the more
Yeah,
I
me
listen
too.
to that shit, from these
Uh,
Indians or Aboriginals, I got discernment,
I
and
got
I
the
started
recompense,
really
bro.
looking.
Listen, fuck
All right,
150. I got the recompense for $40 right now, cuz. You want to hear how you change all
no,
this?
I
Shout out
don't
to
need
my
that,
nigga
bro.
Dean
Like,
General.
I don't need
Listen,
that, bro.
cuz. Listen. Shout out to Dean General.
You
This is
said
the
forty
Love to the
dollars though.
Dean.
I'm not fucking
$40,
with no
cuz.
40.
This shit,
I'm
it,
not
bro.
cool. I'm
Listen, this
cool.
cure
I got
every, bro. I
$40.
swear to God, I'm right. When I say it, you gonna be like, he right. Watch. Wake up in the morning. This for anybody out there that want to get
Yeah, God.
recompense. Anybody. Wake up in the morning, go to the gas station, put $40 in
Mhm.
your tank, go your bitch
Oh
ass to
my
work.
God.
Go your
I'm
bitch
glad.
ass to work,
Hey,
nigga.
I do it
Go
every
your
morning.
funky ass to work.
That's fucked up, cuz. That's fucked up, cuz. God damn.
Put the
That's what we need
40
to get
in your
on.
gas tank
Like,
and go to fuck to
oh,
work,
bro.
man. The Aboriginals is not
Oh,
gonna
bro.
save you.
Yeah, dog. Them niggas ain't got no real life. Hey, man, that's fucked up, bro. That's
You
fucked
know,
up,
but
bro.
you know I'm right though. Am I lying,
You
cuz?
right.
Nah,
You
you
ain't
right.
lying, cuz. Oh,
Put the
God, you ain't
40 in
lying,
your
bro.
tank. Shout out
You
my
gotta
nigga
just go
Dean
and look. You
General,
gotta
man.
go and get it. Like, you gotta go and get it. Like, shit.
Put the 40 in your fucking tank.
Nothing
Go to work.
wrong. Yeah.
We ain't get shit.
You done gave a motherfucker
I well, I
150,
live back now. I
200.
don't even need
You
the
done
40.
signed up for the tribe. Now you gotta pay dues. You don't even know that this tribe is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, and you ain't even a tribe member. You're an employee, and this motherfucker tribe that you've been paying dues to is attached to a trucking company that you don't even know nothing to fuck about.
Well, that's that Sister Betty shit you talking about. I've
That's
been
a true
listening.
story. That's a true
That's
story.
fucking foul in the hole.
Can I
When you
ask a
said that,
question?
that changed.
Go
That's
ahead.
fucking me
No
up.
Cumberland's feet.
Go ahead,
I
homie.
just want to know who is the registered agent for the United States Corporation? No one ever mentions that, so that way we can get that person
Uh-oh.
served
Uh-oh.
and
Let's
let
get
them
him.
know that
Let's
we
get
want
him now.
what's. I'm just saying we keep hearing that term, but no one shows any evidence. I'm not saying it is or isn't. That's not the conversation. I'm just saying every registered business has a registered agent. Whether you're an LLC, a C corp, S corp,
Thank you.
regardless of how you tax identify. So all I'm saying is, y'all notice we have not heard no one say they're
Who?
serving the United States Corporation because the registered
Because I
agent
done
has
done.
not made themselves available.
Well, because I done actually done
Ding ding
business.
ding.
If they're private, if the business is private, you can't really look that up. I'm not saying that
Yes,
that's.
you can.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you can.
can.
That's why. Yes, you can. There is no such thing as a private business that cannot, because every
At
business has to register with the state in
Mm-hmm.
some form or
especially
fashion.
especially
Every
Oh, you
business
say
is,
it.
hold on. Now listen. What this say? U.S. Department Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, licensing and insurance public process agents for United States Corporation Company.
Okay.
Do it. What is the United States Corporation Company? Do anybody know what that is?
Hell
That's a
no.
registered agent for businesses.
mm-hmm.
So they
Okay.
accept legal processes and legal documents for any business that paid them to do it.
Break it down,
But they
sister.
So
set up
So
that ain't
that's what
corporation.
they
So,
do.
that ain't
so
the
who
okay. I just
run?
wanted to make sure because I nigga get to saying some shit and this shit ain't what it said. It
Let
say
my
so.
good
It's a
sister break it down.
process agent for the United States Corporation. So it's a
But
company.
what I'm saying.
Hold on,
But
wait. It's a
who? But
company.
she
It's
right.
a
Who runs
uh
though?
no. It's a
That,
company that registers. She could break the shit down. I know it. I know what she's
Go
saying,
ahead,
but
Humblin.
yeah.
I
Go
know what she's
ahead.
saying too. Like that's some good shit.
okay, well, fair women, yeah,
Who
and
runs the U.S.
that's the one.
corporation?
And
I'm
that's the
sorry. Go
thing. The
ahead.
U.S. corporation is that's the thing. And again, y'all know well more so the shit show specifically knows my OCD when it comes to things. I always hear that phrase, but yet I have yet to hear anyone specify who they're serving on the U.S. corporation. Now, with that being said,
Mm.
that company that Bobby named is a private company. Of course, it operates publicly, but it's a private company that accepts service of process for any company that registers with them. You have a lot of them: Corporation Service Company, CT Corporation, Registered Agent Solutions, and there's so many companies out here that accept service of process, which is basically when you're being served by, someone suing you civilly. Things like that. So they don't do anything criminal because that has to go to counsel for those companies. But the
Yeah,
registered
you.
agent accepts any and all civil documents pertaining to that company. So that means that the United States acted as a corporation. It has to have a listed registered agent. Now, I'm in the DMV, so I already know that DC does have registered agents. And all I'm
They
asking,
do.
I'm like, I just hear this, but I have yet to hear anyone mention who general counsel is for the United States corporation. That would not be the Secretary of State nor the Attorney General for civil documents. When it comes to an
Mm.
individual, that's state on state or federal. If another company like the people over there in the USSR, formerly known, wanted to sue the United States, that's when the Attorney General takes place. So when it comes to that, I'm just putting it out there so that way it's on record. I want someone to let me know. And I think the question should come up to the person that's
And I
was
think
just
that's a
talked
good
about. Who
question.
is the registered agent of the United States Corporation? That as of this conversation, no one has brought forth anything on paper to show that the United States operate as a S corp, C corp, LLC, a corp, of course, whatever tax status. So that's all I'm asking is just someone to show me the proof of that. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just
But
asking
what,
for the
but,
proof.
but, but by
So that
what
way
you
we can proceed
saying
accordingly.
is what I believe is that they
Huh?
running shit by the bootstraps of their legs. That means that all this shit is illegal. Because if we can't find this
According,
motherfucking mystery person that is running this corporation, then that means that it's not a corporation, but they're running a corporation without a lead or anything, which means that all this shit is illegal. And I don't disagree with that, but they got guns to enforce what they say. That's all that matters. This world is about force. They got an army, they got a navy, they got a marine, they got an air force, they got a motherfucking police force. They got all this shit to enforce all this shit you saying. Because even if they couldn't
but
name
that's
it, the thing is, it don't matter. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, even if what you're saying is true, the thing that what enforces what they say is true is they got that gun, and they got a bunch of guns. And they'll say, well, yeah, we might be running this shit illegal, but what you gonna do about it? They Deboing motherfuckers.
But that
I'm
kind of
not
goes
You
to
feel
mad
what I'm
at
Loyal's
the
saying?
point
gun
then.
though. I'm
That kind
happy.
of that kind of goes to Loyal point then, because then if from what you're saying, if they're acting under illegal this, that, and the third, then how would war even be real if it's just using control
Yeah,
on the tongue
and,
of
it goes,
people?
and that's why I said that war on a big front is not real. There is no such thing as wars because most of these countries or corporations acting in state of the people. So, in a realistic way, war is not real. But people still enlist into the military. People still enlist to go join the police. People still enlist to join the FBI. People enlist to join the CIA because they believe
Jobs.
in the word of law. They're right, it's just jobs. But these people will shoot you behind these jobs because they're told to. These people will kill you behind what they are told to do. There's a lot of slaves in this world. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's universal with just not just jobs, but you could be in a cult and somebody tell you what to do and you do it. That's just
Hmm.
order in general. I mean, if you got kids, you could tell your kids damn near what to go do, and they probably go and do it. So that's more just so of order and all that stuff. But shit, even with
Well,
like
you talking about Mason. Okay.
go
Well,
ahead.
I'm gonna say this before you go. You talking a Masonic thought point. Remember, the Masons use order out of chaos, but really it's chaos out of order because they create order out of. So if all this stuff is illegal, they create an order in which you adhere to. Well, so what I'm saying is basically everybody is only under this jurisdiction because they choose to be under it. The thing is, the people that are actually aware that the jurisdiction is illegal, are in the minority. The majority believe that everything that's going on is because it's supposed to be going on. And because they have rule by mass, they can do what they gotta do. There are no countries, there are no states. These imaginary lines. But because they're imaginary lines that people believe in them and they adhere to them, then they can do what the fuck they want to do.
I
You see what I'm
think.
saying?
Listen, I'm finna read this, and this kind of this little paragraph kind of sums up the the thinking of the United States as a corporation, right? Which is part and part true, but kind of misinterpreted. So it says the U.S. Constitution is best understood not as a social contract, but as a popularly issued corporate charter. The earliest American colonies.
Exactly.
Right, right, right. The earliest American colonies were literal corporations of the crown, and, like all corporations, were ruled by limited governments established by their charters. From this, Americans derived their understanding of what a constitution is, the written charter of a sovereign that ordains and limits a government. The key Federalist innovation was to substitute the people for the king as the chartering sovereign. This effectively transferred the governance technology of the corporation to the civil government, including the practice of delegating authority via a written charter, charter amendments, and judicial review. Federalists used these corporate practices to frame a government that united seeming irreconcilables. A government energetic yet limited, Republican yet mixed, popular yet anti-populist, yielding a corporate solution to the problem of arbitrary rule. Leading founders, the leading founders considered this new government a literal chartered corporation of the people.
So basically, what you're saying is by consent.
There you go.
Everything is ruled by consent. If
There you
we
go.
don't consent to it, they have no rulership. If we don't consent to this government, and we say, "Man, fuck you, ain't my governor," in the mass, but it's about numbers. It don't
Well, it don't.
exist.
That ain't really saying it's by numbers. What's up with it, Charlie? I don't think it's saying it's by numbers. I think it's saying you
But
do have an individual choice.
you have an individual choice. But again, we did. Okay, I agree on paper. You have an individual choice. But what usurps individual choice? Force. So you can say I have an individual choice not to do this, and then what they say is I got an AK-47 and you ain't got one. What's happening?
That's
You
the
say I got
choice.
an
That's the
AK-47.
choice.
Well, I got 100 AK-47s and you got one. What you gonna do?
That's the choice. Get down and lay
Get,
down.
get down and lay
If
down.
a nigga
You
got
know
a
what I'm
hundred,
saying?
if a nigga got 100 AKs and another nigga got one, that's equivalent to having one and one. Because it don't matter. I mean, you can't shoot 100 at one time.
Shit.
I
What
don't
you
think.
mean?
I don't think
If
that.
you
I
got
don't
a
think that
hundred,
was the
no, you
analogy.
know, okay, you got 100 people with 100 AKs, and you got one
Yeah,
person
yeah,
because
yeah.
he
We
went too
being too
literal with it.
semantic.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah,
my
yeah.
bad. You know.
Nah, you
So you
got
got a
it, man.
hundred people with you got 100 people with 100 AKs. Let me be more specific. And
Nah,
you
you
got
good,
you
cuz.
standing on your square with one AK, and they saying you gonna do what we gonna say, or we got these 100 people that believe in us, and they gonna shoot 100 AKs at one time, and you gonna shoot your one time. Who gonna win?
The nigga who killed the leader.
I mean, yeah, but you might be dead by the time that 100 go off.
It
You
Yeah,
be
don't
you
dead
kill
matter.
a
already.
leader, man. They still
It
going.
don't
You kill
matter.
the leader,
If I
they're
kill the
still going to
leader and
kill
he
you, and
kill
the
me,
next
then
nigga,
it's just it don't matter. Y'all niggas is scrambling and scraping with Puffy after that. Cause
with
if the
Puffy.
next, cause guess what? If I don't like hearing that the next nigga was finna do that, then he will be doing that. That's why you the sidekick, cause you ain't finna do shit but what the last nigga was doing, and you see where it got him.
And I agree. The next nigga might be a worse leader. I mean, it's like war of attrition. You
He is
kill
gonna
the
be a
first
worse
leader,
leader because the first leader got his motherfucking brain blew out in front of him.
right? So, but
The
he might
bar is
do
set
wild
low.
things. So let's say that one person with an AK killed the leader, he survived. Now the worst leader come, and the worst leader might be on some for morale
But
shit. We
listen,
gonna hunt this
let's
motherfucker
say
down,
this.
like like,
Let's say this
just
though. Let's say that America, as it stands today, is a country with a military power that's ran by the 99% of broke motherfuckers and not the 1%. And if they just realize that, then they won't have to be scared no more. What if this and do that? Because y'all are the literal niggas that's putting boots on niggas' necks. Niggas that's sitting here being righteous as hell. And this is anybody who I know. My family in the military. So it's like at the end of the day, the government fucked up. But when a nigga wanna go get that paper, it all boils down to paper. It don't matter if it's a
paper.
legalized hitman or a nigga on the block that say I kill a nigga for a motherfucking 10 bricks. It's the same thing.
It is. It is. But
You got to make
how
a
can I
choice.
say this?
That's the choice that's made. Once you make that choice, you got to live with what come with that. You can't then try to
Yep.
work around and make it like, somebody else and you know the world. Woo, woo. Nah, you know what the fuck going on, nigga. You got down, so now you down with the shit now. Don't try to blend it
Right.
around like the world on some bullshit, nigga. You on it with us. Shout out to Sanchez, nigga.
That's true. But again, that's a war of belief. Because I'm not gonna say, like I said, I go back to the military. Everybody that joined the military don't believe in the dream. That's why you have a boot camp.
I
A
know,
boot
I
camp
know, no.
breaks,
Most people don't, cuz. Most people don't.
right?
Listen to me. Most people that go to the military just are in a situation where they trying to take care of their family and get up out of
Facts.
fucked up situation. But that's my point. Once you make that your premise, you then can't say, well, because I'm in this fucked up situation and I want to leave up out it, I'm gonna go be a legalized hitman. That's just my interpretation of it. Because the
Yeah.
same niggas in the hood that say, I don't want to be in a fucked up situation no more. I'm finna go sell dope. Woo, woo. They shit just illegal.
Yeah, legality, but that's
It's
what
the
I'm
same.
saying.
It's the same thing.
It is. But again, you thinking from a free man's point of view,
No, no,
and that's
no.
why I say, man, we live in a
Everybody,
world of slaves.
everybody is free. Listen, everybody is free. It's just don't nobody want to choose death.
Well, I'm not saying everybody ain't free. What I'm saying is most people don't have the capacity to think in a realm where they could see past that they are free. They think that they were born into slavery. I hate to say that. A lot of people have a slave mind. So when
True.
you deal with a slave mind, you can't like when I was in school, one of my teachers told me because I was like I was advanced, I could pick up things quick. They used to always kick me out of class and I would get licks. You know what I'm saying? With the they would say the reason I do that is because I got to teach these other kids. You learn stuff fast, so I can kick you out and you'll be all right. But I have to actually teach these other kids, so you can't expect everybody to think and look how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? But it
Right.
stuck with me because I realized that like everybody ain't on this level. And when they ain't on this level, you have to look back at those people and say, damn, them people is, that's what they say, that they the sheeple. There's people that should be in rulership and there's people that shouldn't. This is the way of life. The only thing is the rulership that's ruling everything right now is keeping people like us in a certain area so we can't get to where they at. You know what I'm saying? Don't think for a second they don't know who we are because we've been this way since we were children. All these people that's
Right.
listening and all these people that's been like this, they've been inquisitive. They've always been asking questions. And the thing is, if you wonder why your life went that way, is because you were inquisitive. You were always looking for these things. The people that followed and just was, basically programmable. Those are the people that you look at and say, "Damn, they doing this and this and that," but they programmable. They're controllable. People that are not controllable and have their own mind in this world, they don't want those people because those people are not slave minded. You can have the
Right.
smartest man in the world, and he can still, you can say, oh, he scores this much on his IQ, he scores perfect, and still be slave minded. You can have a
Right.
motherfucker don't score nothing on the IQ, and this motherfucker be wild, but he free. That motherfucker
It's
to
like
these people would be a bad
Well,
person. You know what I'm saying?
go
it's
ahead,
it,
Mike.
it's like the body is free, but the mind is locked up.
Uh,
Yeah. And the mind creates what the body does and what the reality becomes. Because if your mind can't react to these things in a free mentality, then you can't even understand what Bobby just said. There's people that listen to this and be confused, like, what the fuck he talking about? But there's people that don't listen to what you just said and understand completely what you just said. The people that is on here that understand completely what you just said, we are the anomaly. We are the Neo in the Matrix. Because everybody else are just going with the Matrix. And some of these people on this shit will go back and just like that dude from the Matrix and say, I just want to taste steak. They'll sell us all out to go back and taste that motherfucker if they knew what the real was. It just is what it is. Like, and I gotta say that the Rastafari should say it's the 2% or 5%
uh,
fighting the 5%, and that's what it is. There's a 5% of people that know that people like us exist, and there's 5% of us at the bottom or at this level that understand we exist. But that 5%
Most
at the top know we down there, and they use everybody else in between us to make sure we don't get there. Because those
most people
people are
don't want to
using us,
deal with
and we get
reality, man. They don't want to deal with reality until they knock on their door. So when you hear about situations like a Diddy and all this situations going on, people don't pay no too much of mind to it till it happened to them. You know what I'm saying? So
there.
won't be, huh?
I'll say that Diddy is a distraction, and Diddy is a sickness that happens when they're Diddy is a they have children. They have children who
good.
are of their ilk, of their mind. Their whole
Uh,
mindset is Diddy. Everybody that you see that's famous, anybody that you see that's rich, thinks like Diddy. The reason
oh yeah.
why that you're not
Okay.
Diddy, the reason why you're not Diddy is because you don't think like that. You think in morality, you think in righteousness, and you could never be where Diddy was to be because you would never do what Diddy would do. You think Diddy just started this? Diddy was doing the same. Diddy got done the same way that he's doing these other people, and he
That's
was
because them
I'm sorry,
niggas
cool.
worth
may
their
I butt
money.
in and
Them
ask
niggas
a
worth their
question?
money. That's why.
Hold on. Go ahead, homie.
May I ask a question? I often hear the phrase, it's a distraction, but I never hear from what. So I was just curious when you say he's a distraction, he's distracting, quote unquote, us from what?
Well, I'll put it like this. I have to put it in context. Diddy is a media construction. What a shaming ritual for us not to pay attention to what's going on in the country, what's not going on, because for us to even be talking about it and not talking about what we need to be doing
Underground
or
tunnels.
what we right is us as the underground tunnel doing to move forward. Just for us bringing up his name is a part of the distraction. Some distraction ain't as big as others. I'm not saying he's a distraction. What I mean for what it means, you're talking about this when you should be talking about that. But instead, I'll
Okay.
throw this in front of your face, and you'll talk about that instead of talking about this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
And
best way
that
I
and
can
that's
explain it.
and that's why I just had to ask. And this is not me coming at you or anything, but it's just oftentimes whenever someone says that, I try to, just ask them that question because what I noticed is they could never give me a specific thing because with anything in life, it's easy to say this is distracting us from this and that. But people are interested in what they're interested in. I mean, it's just all of us up here on this panel. What is six of us, eight of us? We have eight different interests. Not all of us care about did it, but yet not all of us care about everything else. So it's only a distraction to the individual saying that because you can only allow things to distract you, not us as a collective, because all of us are very versed and interested in things. And so that's why, again, not coming at you. I just had to
Well,
ask that question
I
just
wouldn't say,
because.
and I'll give you the respect of this. I don't believe it's a distraction for people like us. I believe it's a distraction for the other. Like remember, I said 5% are fighting the 5%. I believe it's the 90% that can be swayed by media innuendo and perversion And those are the people that they're actually. But those, okay, I'll put it like this: that 5% at the top, no, those 5% at the bottom are in rulership as well, even though we don't know the power of our rulership. Just these panels and stuff have you have to peep the people that come and all that. It's a part of rulership. So they understand that to fight us, they have to come with shit that the sheeple will not pay attention to what we're saying. So it's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about Bob, it's not about any other person on this panel because we are conscious of the distraction and we understand, okay, this is happening, but this is not the end all be all. But most of the people will be swayed by this narrative. And this narrative can overcome anything. Some people will get so engulfed in this that, and look at the YouTube numbers, like this Fannie Willis shit. There are people, this dude, the lead attorney, he had 14,000 people watching his live about this Fannie Willis shit. But I bet you can't get 14,000 on this stream where we're talking about real shit, where Bobby talking about real shit, and we're bringing it together and exposing shit. Why? Because that's the distraction. The distraction is not those for who
Right.
know that it's a distraction. The distraction is for those who are asleep, those who are usable. So they use that to sway their minds in a different direction. You know different. I know different. Everybody on here knows different. But those
Mm-hmm.
people don't know different. And those are not our enemies, but those, unfortunately, are our subjects. We
No, it's
are
an
all
enemy.
in rulership.
If
I
you
was
You
ain't
about
know
to
on
what I'm
say
saying?
code, you
they the
you
enemy.
out.
Yeah, they helping the damn people try to keep us in
I
a
ain't gonna say
matrix,
they
nigga.
helping. I ain't gonna
They
say they
trying
helping.
to. I mean, they
I ain't
apply for
saying
them.
even if you ain't doing, even if you're doing it, like unknowingly, you
Yes.
still could become an enemy to a person. That's why
Facts.
avoidance is the best key. You don't
And
want to
having
plug.
discernment. But see, discernment
Yeah.
is a skill. Leadership is a skill. Self
Mm-hmm.
startership is a skill, and it's a skill that cannot be taught. That's the unfortunate thing about us in these communities that we don't realize that leadership, discernment, and self starter shit inside yourself it cannot be taught. It has to be in you. It has to be on you. It has to be in your spirit and you bring it out and you manifest it to the world. That's a special thing. That's the top of the pyramid thing.
What up, y'all?
We were just not
Mm-hmm.
born into bloodlines that will put us in positions where we could use these skills. But since we have it, the bloodlines of the dark ones who use it know who we are. They know we're down here talking. So what they have to do is keep media narratives running to keep the people that are asleep from ignoring us. Because every time they feel like we get a game, they'll throw something out there, and the people that could
But
be
you can't
swaying
fight
our
two
way,
world. But listen, and I said this last night. You got to pick and choose your battles. You can't.
absolutely.
I hear what you're saying, but I've said this plenty of times. Niggas like to mix the spiritual war with the financial war. They don't go together. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro? Ain't
I feel
nothing
what you're
that can
saying.
spiritually help you for sale
Fact.
at all.
Yeah.
A dot at the end of that sentence. Again, this is why I say I'm the black sheep. I'm outcast because this is undebated. You can't debate this shit. The spiritual
Hey.
world and the financial world don't agree. So when we talking about the sheeple, that's why I said the nigga that's putting his $40 in the car and going to work and ignoring all of this shit, he really doing his due diligence because he's a spirit here to have a human experience. They'll understand what
Right.
they need to understand when they get into the spirit. If you here to have the human experience is all this bullshit that going on that you need to navigate. The spirit world ain't going nowhere, and it's gonna always be there for you.
Hmm.
Being a spirit as a human, trying to figure out the spirit when you came here to figure out the human is the nuttiest shit ever.
I agree. See
So
and
I
that's
say,
key.
but and I say all that to say, like, if we know we in this world, to even bring it back to that point, we know we in this world or in this situation where we say we at war, they done took over this. Look at the ways they done took it over. They didn't take this shit over by being spiritual, worry about they was humans. They did human
And it
shit.
wasn't done in
They,
secrecy.
thank
Exactly.
you.
It was done
What?
in our face.
Thank you. Them niggas came
It
right
wasn't
over
blatant. It wasn't covert.
conquering.
Yep.
When niggas said they was black gods, they say, nigga, I hope you can block a sword, nigga, a net, nigga,
And,
because
and,
we
and,
we
and
we
I'll say
killing
this,
gods today. They ain't give a fuck
and,
about none of that spiritual shit, nigga. We here to have a human experience. And if you
and,
don't get
and,
that,
I, and I want to say this, Bobby. That's the dichotomy of both sides. This is still a physical world, and the physical world is ruled by force.
mhm.
Nobody wants to say that. Nobody talks about that. The physical world is ruled by force. Everything in this physical reality, you can have a spiritual experience, you could be as spiritual as you want, but at the end of the day, you have a body and you have a mind and you have a fear of death, like everybody has inside of their DNA. And the thing is, this world is ruled by force. So what they did is, while we were being spiritual, they said we're going to use the physical world to our advantage, and we're going to put you in a position because,
No, what
like
they
he was
did is
talking
they
about,
understood they was spiritual. We always say they trapped us from knowledge. All right. Once you understand you spiritual, then I know that my reason for being here is to tap into the physical.
right.
'Cause I'm already a spirit.
Right. But this is a physical world. It's a three-dimensional reality that has real consequences. Go cut yourself and see if you don't bleed. You feel what I'm
So
saying? Like
you
that.
gotta tap into the physical then at that point.
Yeah, because if
But
a nigga slap you, like everybody know that if a motherfucker come up to you and try to punch on you, you're gonna punch back. It's not. But the thing is, we
hold on
a
real
lot of
quick,
these
bro.
people.
I remember what I was gonna say. Two things can't be true.
Gotcha.
We can't be spiritual and then we can't have a fear of death. You feel me?
Right,
That's
right,
right. That's
right,
right.
right. Yeah, right. I
Then
saw bro
we
Sam
can't
said,
look at them and say they fit. I'm saying the reason why they're so physical is because they're so spiritual. And they don't got a fear of death because they didn't so-called, according to all the conscious niggas, took all your history, studied it, figured out this and that and all that. So they already know, nigga, we spirits, nigga. So why would
yeah,
I fear
this
death
shit
if
don't
I
matter.
already know I'm a spirit? I'm finna go crazy so I can control this shit. Y'all worried
And that
about
go
being spiritual and still being scared of death at the same time.
and that go back to what I was saying about like us being at a point where that's a perfect point where it says like the reason why we in this condition is because the sheeple or the other 90% are too afraid of death or too in their physical to understand that like, oh, we could do this because it's nothing wrong with dying. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
this isn't the end all. Because if we thought that way, if this ain't the end all be all, if people really truly thought that way, the world wouldn't run the way it run. But what it does run off is fear. So because people do believe that in their physical, oh, I don't want to leave this. I don't want to leave my family. I don't want, they're not willing to take the
Mhm.
chances that it takes to go what it needs to go to change this shit. And they have learned to captivate that and put us in a place where it's like, I can hold you here. You're gonna do what you want to do because you want to survive. But if we thought, man, I'm a spirit, nigga, you can't kill me. This is a physical body. Motherfuckers want to join the military. Motherfuckers do that. They be warring against making this shit better because they be like, man, I don't give a fuck about dying. Shit. But I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of young niggas out here to think like that. You
But
know what
and
I'm saying?
that's why they do what they do because the whole experience of the experience is according to the deep niggas, that's the paradox. It's just the experience.
Right,
So it ain't necessarily about making it better or worse. It's the experience.
right.
I don't think you can make it better. It's just a part of the game.
It is right. This a I am type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It just is. Just get in here, do what you need to do. If you want to be righteous, once you take up that mantle of righteousness, stop worrying about the negative shit that's going on. You can't control it.
Facts. That's what I meant by distraction because it's like some shit we can't change. There's always gonna be a PD. There's always gonna be a Harvey Weinstein. We're not at that point to change that shit unless y'all gonna go pick up arms all together and we
No, no,
finna
no,
run
no.
across it
I'm
It
saying
and
ain't
this
no
though.
destroy.
unless. It ain't no unless. You can't change it, and that's period. It ain't no
You
way to
can't
change it.
All right,
you
all right.
can't change it, but on top of that, I would rather know something that I could pinpoint like Steve Coakley than something that's like uh just an entity. Niggas be like the government. Okay.
Explain.
Who you feel me? Who do you fight once a
Yeah,
nigga say who the enemy? The government. Well, who do I you see what I'm saying? Cause
yeah.
my
Well,
my
where you
mama, my
target?
mama,
Where you
my
target?
mama worked for the government. So now I gotta you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You ain't
Yeah, my
it,
mama
it
worked
ain't
for the
a,
post
it ain't
office.
enough. You feel me? Cause it ain't enough information when you say it's the government. Well, hold on, cuz it gotta be somebody specific or a group of people specifically.
Thing
Even if it
is,
We
wasn't.
they
get
done
into
got.
we get into this thing. Uh-huh.
I feel like they done gave us those names. It's just we don't go after them people. I think they done got so goddamn brash.
No.
They done showed you who these people are. You know, the Virgin Mobile owner, the owner of BP Oil. They got their names out here, but ain't
I
Mhm.
mean,
nobody going to
how
say,
do we
hey,
get them
hey,
though? But
man,
how would we go
How would
about
you
getting these
kill them?
people?
Yeah, how would you get these
oh,
motherfuckers?
Like, there's no way to get these
it's
people.
because and I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna say this not to get you fucked up, but it's
Mm.
way easier today than it would have been back in the old world, in our grandparents' world, to get these people. But you would have to like get together, plan, and say, okay, we're gonna go this day. These people are running rickshaw free because they done came
So
into a world where they
that's
say,
you
I can't
making
have
my
my name
point then, cuz.
online and you not gonna finna do shit. I can
But you
have my
making
name
my point
online.
though,
I'm a
cuz.
CEO of DP Oil. I'm a CEO of Shell, and you not finna do shit.
But
How
you
about
making
that?
my point though, cuz. Listen
Fuck.
what I'm saying. The CEO of BP, the CEO of Shell, the nigga that's poisoning the food, the NASA throwing the rockets in the sky, CERN opening up black holes. You know what I'm saying? Cows with Matt, all of that shit, bruh. But guess what? My granny still smoke Newports and drink Michelob highlights and eat hog head cheese on New Year's Eve and chitlins, nigga. And she outlived Dr. Sabi and a whole lot of other vegan niggas. I say that to say, while that was going on in the world, she was just doing her.
That's the only thing you can do.
Because what the
Right.
fuck could my granny do about if the CEO of Tyson Chicken want to poison 10 billion chickens and kill the world?
Yeah, my dad said shit like that. He say, man, it's rumors of wars and wars and
Right. That shit keep
basically he
you.
said it ain't shit, it's shit you could do about it.
Bro,
Like
listen, we
unless
be
he's
deep
gonna
on
get some
one
shit.
end. Shout out to my nigga E Deep in here. We be deep on one end, but shallow on the other end. How didn't we got so far into our mind of where we know that this is all a projection and we create what we manifest and we create this universe and all this shit just to then go back and be like, look, look,
Say it
look,
again,
look.
Bobby.
Look at this, look at
Man,
this,
okay,
look at this,
talk.
look what they about to do, look what they about to, I thought we create our own reality. Why the fuck am I worried about if a nigga it's finna cuz think about this, bro. CERN is a real thing, right? If the
Right.
CERN machine open up tomorrow, cuz what oh, what is anybody finna what
Ain't
movie
do
shit
shit.
is finna
All
happen
we can
where a
do is just
nigga
wait. Shit.
Right.
they know
Even
just
worse,
wait if they turn the
even
CERN on
worse.
and a black
It's over.
hole open up and suck the whole universe in that bitch. What are
Ain't
you
nothing you can
finna
do.
do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke a blunt, nigga.
That
That's
shit,
what I'm gonna
they
do.
real.
Thank you. What the fuck are we
I'm
finna?
finna, I'm
You
finna
watch
be
the
on.
bro, man. You sit down. I say this analogy all the time. You watch the apocalypse movie. You see the motherfuckers on the beach, and you see the people when they see the 1,000 foot wave coming, and what they dumbass do?
Stand there and look at
Yep.
it.
No, they
Try to
get up
run
and
away
start
from it. They try to
running.
run away from it.
Now I
Where the
watch that
fuck
movie.
are
Some
you
people stand
going?
there and it's like,
No,
yeah, ain't nothing you can do.
The nigga who sat there and watched that shit is the nigga who had the best experience before he died. Because he
I,
got to
I,
actually
I,
see that shit and enjoy it.
I'll tell you to watch this shit on Reddit. Like when that tsunami hit the Philippines and all them islands, there was dudes out there that just realized like shit, there's nothing
But
I could do.
listen,
They just stood on the
them
beach
no
and just
no no
watched
no
that
no no
shit.
no
Like
no. The niggas who sat out there and watched that tsunami shit, that's done. Cause you could have survived if your stupid ass ran. That wasn't no
if
10,000
you,
foot tidal wave. That was
okay,
a
so you saying some bitch,
that was a
yeah.
flood at the way, bro. I'm talking about I'm talking about the nigga. You in the middle of downtown Chicago, and next thing you look at Lake Michigan, and it's a wave as big as the Sears Tower. As
Oh
soon as
no,
you
look,
turn your stupid ass
I,
around and start running, I'ma shoot you in your motherfucking leg, bitch. Where you going?
that's why I say you might as well just sit there and watch it because it ain't shit you could do. Like,
But this is what I. But listen, this is where we're at in human history at threat level. It's like One Punch Man. Every monster is threat level, god, dragon level, tiger monster. This the one that's bro. Listen, if the CERN machine don't do it, the Yellowstone National Park go do it. The
yeah,
earthquake on California gonna do it. All the nuclear bombs we got gonna do it. The super
yeah.
hurricane from the weather machine and making them fucking with the weather gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? The aliens
I
coming
thought
out of
about that.
either inner Earth or out of the planet gonna do it.
Yeah, it's always something. Like I
If
thought
that
about that.
don't
I
work,
said,
nigga, it's shit
even if we
coming out
got
the Marianas Trench. So what do it matter, bro, man? If it's all this doomsday shit
yeah,
going on, this shit been happening since I was a shorty,
that's,
cuz. And guess what?
that's why.
Niggas still got up and went to work, cuz. Niggas still put that 40 in the gas tank and said, I'm going my ass to work. Let that crazy ass nigga sit his ass on the corner talking about some the world finna end in 1988. Them niggas existed then, cuz. Am I lying?
Exactly.
Humbling. The
Right.
nigga, it
Okay.
niggas that said that same shit back then. It's gonna end in
Nah,
88.
but the world
And
ain't gonna
Hey,
end.
hmm,
Bobby, my grandmother was born in 1911 and she died in 1993 waiting for Jesus to come back. And she
Oh
said that
damn.
literally my entire life. Shut up, Zay. So she been waiting. So she died waiting for Jesus to come back, and we
Hey,
still
hey,
waiting
shit.
for him to come
That
back.
wasn't Zay.
mhm.
That wasn't Zay. That wasn't Zay.
That 90 years, that's how my granny was, but that's how them folks was.
Daddy doing this shit
Waiting
Exactly.
now.
on
My dad
Jesus.
tells me my
Religion
dad
is
Yep.
tell me
cold,
every
man.
day they gonna crack the sky any day now. And I'm like, man, Pops, come
Exactly.
on,
We
man.
still waiting.
Like,
Exactly. We
Bro,
chill.
still waiting.
if they
And
crack
let's
the
not
sky
forget.
open, I'm waiting on that day. Fuck it. Let's
Hey,
go.
Bobby, I know that CERN is new to some people, not insult no one's intelligence, but CERN existed before any of us on this panel was born, including me. Shut up, Zay. So for some people, when they become aware of things they think is new, and this stuff has been in existence ad nauseum. So if anybody truly did their research or CERN, they would know that this was thought of before any of us were born, and for some people, even their parents. So if they
I
really
thought
wanted to take us out with the CERN machine, we would have been gone by now.
I
They've
thought
been
about that shit.
they've been
I
protecting
thought
it
about that
since
shit
the
many times.
50s.
Even if we took over everything, it's so much shit they got doing dirt on. They got motherfucking facilities all around the world that are investigate or into like
This what I'm
viruses
hold on,
and
wait
The
a
shit like
minute.
CERN
that.
ain't just to
Man,
Again,
it's
kill us;
like
it's to
yeah,
open
but
up a portal, not to kill us.
that ain't even the
but
worst of it.
again,
But
listen to what we
I'm just
saying.
saying. I'm just
We
saying that's
keep
what it.
mixing too. Okay, even if it opened up the portal, cuz what's coming through that bitch?
I don't know what
Exactly.
all
And
good
and
for.
and how long we been waiting for the
Shit,
portal
nigga.
to be open since the 50s.
Listen to what
So
I'm
if they
saying.
wouldn't open it,
That
it would have been
motherfucker
open
probably
by
been
now.
open. Shit,
But
it
it
Hey,
probably been
okay,
open.
hey, Bobby,
okay.
I
And
was listening to you
whatever
the other
came
day.
through,
Let me
if
say
it's
this.
been open, whatever done
Hey,
came through that bitch since it's been open,
it's
ain't
been
stopped
already
me from
through.
going to work.
Yeah, the realest shit you said the other day, Bobby, was like, I don't want to be that nigga that's running around the motherfucking desert because everybody done died. And I was listening to your shit on the replay. And you was like, why the fuck I want to be that dude at the end of the world and everybody done
The
died and
last
I'm
man
walking
on
around
earth.
the motherfucking world.
Right.
Like, man, what the fuck? I'd rather die with y'all.
All
Why the
right.
fuck I want to be
What
hot?
fun?
And that shit
Hold
hit me
on.
so hard. I was like, yes, nigga, like, what the fuck? Why would I
Not
want to
only
be the
that,
last man on earth?
Not
Like fuck
nigga.
that.
Nigga be sitting there walking the earth with a picture of his family breaking down crying the whole movie. What nigga, kill yourself? What are you finna do?
No, what are you doing? Like
You still
what's the point?
around the earth,
Like,
nigga.
bro, I was driving in the truck.
The
I heard you say,
rapture
I
already
said,
happened.
bro,
We
that's
just
the
left
realest shit
behind.
I ever
Yeah,
heard. Like,
we left, homie. Jesus said, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all the shit show.
that was I ain't gonna
Exactly.
lie, that was the realest shit I ever heard. You was like, oh, I'd rather die with y'all. My mama dead, my sister dead, my brother dead, everybody dead, but I walk around this motherfucker still. Man, for what?
Talking about I'm
Fuck,
finna
like,
continue life on the earth. Man, fuck this funky
yeah.
motherfucker. Get me up out of here.
Uh-uh. I'm going the whole earth trying to find a woman. Fuck out of
Uh,
here, bro.
this
I'm
how
doing
dumb
that
it is,
now.
though.
I
This how dumb it is. We spiritual, though, bro. Why in the fuck? Think about this, bro. If the whole point is to understand that you a spirit and you got that, so now go out and enjoy being a human. If by chance we all wrong and some a crazy apocalypto end of the world Nibiru black hole shit do happen, what? Okay, that's the end of the
don't,
game. Now I get to go see what's
yeah,
on the other side. Like,
ain't
who
shit we
in
can
the
do.
fuck trying to hold on to life that bad, knowing that life can't never stop?
Most
People
people
that's
don't know
attached to
life
this
can't never
life,
stop though. That's why.
Well, that's their
people
fault.
be
Most
they
people
attached
don't.
to this shit.
Most people don't know a lot of shit. That don't mean it
But I'm
don't
saying
happen.
people. What I'm saying is they done sold this to people that they attach to this shit like, of course, I get up and go to work every day. Oh, up 6 o'clock in the morning, get my shit ready, woo woo. But it's some people that, and I don't like this shit. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I don't face too much death in the streets, in the military, outside the military, and going back to the streets. I done did too much, so I'm like, shit. I mean, if it is what it is, if a 100 foot wave come through this motherfucker, so be it. I'm the type of nigga that just sit there and stare it down. Like if I die, I die. If I survive this bitch, I survive this bitch. Because there's some things in life you can't control. But everybody don't think that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it go back to what I'm saying. There's people at the top that understand
I'm
these
finna
things,
tell
and
you
people
what it
at the
all boiled
bottom.
down to. I'm finna tell you what it all boiled down to. When niggas get to talking that apocalypse, end of the world, you know what they finna do. They trying to take everybody out. You want to know what I hear, bro? This the this
Type
this
shit.
the realest shit on the internet right now. Nigga, this Bobby's night, the shit show. We dealing with
Let's
straight
go.
reality. Shout out my nigga Coke. You want to know what all that shit is rooted in? Niggas who scared to die by their motherfucking self.
Shit. You give no fuck.
Did you
And
hear
would
what I
never
said?
admit it.
Niggas who just
Niggas trying to die with their
gotta,
pride.
why we
That,
gotta
that
die
might
in
be
a million?
hey,
Why we gotta die in a million person apocalypse? You gonna die by yourself, cuz.
hey, you just explained the motherfucking reason for tricking. I don't know.
You're gonna die by yourself.
I mean, shit. That's why niggas trick though. They don't want to. They don't want to. Listen, man. You know how
Nah,
many
man.
female? You know how many females out here?
You want your front row seat to die with Sanchez. I bet you that
What?
motherfucker will pull something like that. A fucking pay per view cash at me, huh? Die with Sanchez, huh? Let's go, huh?
Nigga
I'm
just
running
said,
toward it. Let's
Damn.
go, huh?
die
Let's
with
go.
Sanchez.
Why in
Hey,
the
that
fuck?
that would be
This
alive
listen,
though.
hold on, whoa,
That,
whoa,
I
whoa,
think
whoa,
that would be
whoa, whoa,
alive.
whoa,
I
whoa,
think that
whoa,
would be
whoa, whoa,
alive
whoa,
though.
whoa, whoa. No, cause I'm getting
Nigga,
tired of niggas. And you know I fuck with you, Copper Tom.
I know he was just
Why?
playing.
No, I know he just playing. But that's listen, I'm a cocky, confident, egotistical Leo ass nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So it just really kind of rubbed me like when I'm doing my own thing and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against my bro Sanchez. But it's like, don't you kind of hate it like in real life you doing it? Like, nigga, you just got your car and your shit all signed up and the nigga like, man, shit, that Lexus look like Sanchez. Like, nigga, I'm in my. Why in the fuck is you telling me about the nothing against that nigga, but we doing this
Yeah.
thing over here, and you come over this motherfucker. If niggas gonna die, I bet you the Sanchez paper. What Sanchez got to do with any of this right now, cuz?
And nigga do say he gonna die the band, so
Like a nigga trying to be slick. Shout out to my nigga Sanchez. God damn it. Copper Tone, let me
hey,
know what
hey,
you
That,
hey,
mean
man.
by
Why
that.
say
y'all
it was
in
going
y'all
on.
digital
It was
feelings
going
and
Shout
shit,
on,
out to the
man?
baby.
You
panel.
winning. You won the beat guard and shit. But I'm just saying, he's speaking all this digital shit that a motherfucker been on. But I'm just saying, don't kick me out no more, man. I'm in my digital feelings. But
See,
still hold that.
look,
You
shut
will
the
share.
fuck up. Look, he gonna say, don't kick
You
me no
will
more,
share
man.
that. Stop
I'm in
it,
my
man.
digital
Come on,
feelings.
man. You winning the beat guard, but now you want to be the beat censor guard. Man, don't censor me,
nah,
man. What you drunk off of?
nah.
Babylon blood magic or something? I'm
Babylon
just saying,
blood
man.
magic.
I'm
Let's go.
bringing content, but
Let me
then
get
you
that
gonna kick
Babylon
me out,
blood
man.
magic.
What type of goofy shit you on, man? Huh? Let's go. Huh? I gotta test your. Hey,
Yeah, I
give
ain't
him a
gonna lie,
drug
Bobby.
test, man.
You
What
got
type
me
of
back
drug
over
you
there
on
on
tonight,
Sanchez.
man? Let's go. I'm just saying, don't kick the elder out.
Look,
Oh
look,
God.
look,
Elder
Let's
abuse.
go.
look how
You
long.
bet not, Zay. Don't you do it, Zay.
Look how long we've let
Please
you.
don't kick
Listen,
me
listen,
out.
hey,
Ain't no
can you hear
look
me?
how long shit. Look how long God let say.
I can't even get 2 words in with this nigga.
Oh man,
And
I
you
was
know
with
I
this
fuck
ever.
with you,
Uh,
God damn.
Give me a whole hour. Let's go. I'm just saying. No, I'm sorry. I don't know how to act, man. I'm digital triggered.
Hey,
Let's go.
you
I'm
got
Bro,
sorry.
root words over
this
here. You
what
got root
happened when
words
you
over here.
feed the
Put the
baby,
cup down.
bro, this what happened when you leave the liquid cocaine near the baby
I
bottle.
ain't man. That's Key.
Put the
Key
cup down.
drinking it now, huh? Key drinking cocaine now. Shit, you know he always have a nose full, huh? He'll die with
God damn.
Sanchez for
Huh?
the free, huh? Let's go, huh?
Cocaine tea.
Damn, damn.
Yeah, that's a
Niggas do not
cocaine diva.
want to
Key
die by
ain't nothing but a cocaine diva, huh? Look. The last time I was around Sanchez, he started crying. That nigga Sanchez kicked me out.
what in the fuck is happening right now, nigga? I
You
don't
I
sound
give
was
like
a
him.
fuck what happened between you and
You sound
Sanchez.
just like that nigga. The hell he talking about?
Right. That
You act like
nigga
you
that
taking
came
his
up
spot.
here. Hey. You want to know what? It was funny when it was the joke. Then you done went into a hole. Yeah, because when he kicked me off the pedal, I don't give a
He
fuck,
trying to tell
nigga.
you don't block him. He trying to tell you don't block him, cuz.
I
Come
didn't
on,
block
man.
him. I keep, listen, cuz.
Nah, he said
Listen,
you need to tell Sanchez
listen.
don't block him.
I'm saying this. I don't give a fuck who block who. I don't give a fuck who block who like who
Shit.
don't like who.
Why is that even a subject talked about
That's
though?
what I'm saying. Don't make it like you finna come up here and talk about this nigga on that. Any nigga want to talk about any nigga, cause I can really just email this nigga and say, nigga, pull up, nigga.
Yeah, he's trying to
Sanchez,
pull up.
pull up. If Sanchez out there right now, matter of fact, do me a favor,
He
Zay. You
live.
out, man. My nigga Zay is the act god.
Oh, I'm
Hey,
going too much.
hey,
Sanchez
I'm going too
live.
far.
huh?
Sanchez live
I'm
right
going
now.
too far.
Oh, he's still
Oh,
alive?
I think so. Yeah, he's about to
shout
get off
out to
to say
my
he was
nigga
quiet.
Sanchez. If he live right now, then salute to that, man. Cause I've been sharing the live anyway. So if he live, then he live. But if Sanchez ain't live right now, somebody share this shit, tag him in it, hit
Nah, he
Sanchez up
off.
and tell him Latrell spinning 10 well is up here and he wanna debate you right
He ain't
now
live.
on some bullshit that probably
Man,
ain't got
come
nothing
on.
to do with fucking nothing. I ain't scared. I
Nothing.
just want you to address who you want to address.
What you finna debate him by?
He ain't live no more.
That nigga, I don't think he want
What
to
you finna
debate him.
debate him by?
Right, what do you want to
He
debate
ain't
him
about to
about?
debate him.
Nigga, cause you ain't finna
He
come up
said
this
he in his
motherfucker
digital
calling
feelings.
niggas out. I like the call outs, but I'm just be wanting nigga. We could check the shit up, nah.
The crazy thing is, niggas always want to come on your panel and talk about other niggas, but when you addressing motherfuckers, they get crickets. It be crickets when it's
Oh
time for you.
God.
Where's the niggas that need to be addressed at, man? That you calling out? Where they at? Fuck all that
I thank you.
narrator middleman shit. Fuck that shit, man.
Shout out to my bro Sanchez, goddamn it. For
Where the
real.
smoke at, man? They don't
Yeah,
want no
yeah, I
smoke
be
with me.
wanting to smoke. Shout out to Sanchez, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Yeah,
same time, if a nigga want to catch the fade with a nigga, I will not be
for what
opposed to
though?
being like, hey, it's a nigga over here
No,
want
he
to
ain't got
fade
no
with you,
reason to
buddy.
catch the fade. He ain't got no reason to catch the fade though. What he talking
He
about?
might do.
He don't he that they
I
that old
don't
school
think he
shit. They
do.
want
Mm.
they want Bobby to put the sand in his hand and tell him, man, hit my hand, man. Like,
Right.
damn, boy, we gotta narrate the gangster.
Ah.
Man, put the sand in, hit my hand.
Put the stick on the shoulder, then
What the
blow on the
hell?
stick.
That's
Boy, want Bobby
crazy.
to be goddamn Mills, the referee.
Yeah, Mills
Referee
Lane out this bitch.
Bobby Mills, boy. They
Yeah.
want you to be Bobby Mills, huh?
I don't know what's going on with these niggas. I do know this though. I fucks with you, Capitone.
But damn, Bobby, you in your 40s? I would have never thought that. I
Yeah, I'll
still
be
on my
40.
mind.
I'll
I
be
said,
42, cuz.
Nah,
I'll
we
be
infinite,
42 this
man.
year.
shit,
You
I
only
Yeah.
thought you
born one
raised my
time.
age, dog.
You only
I'm
born once,
55.
man.
You still a
We
young
ain't
nigga.
Ah,
you infinite.
that's why I talk like the way I talk, cause you know niggas younger than me be like, man, baby, you don't know nothing. I be like, nigga, shut your young ass up, nigga. I'm no OG.
That shit feel funny as
Hey,
hell, right? Like that. I was just
I'm
calling
about to
niggas
start
OG.
calling
Now
you
I'm a
OG
OG.
Bobby, goddamn me on game.
I'm
Like,
the
I
real
got the
OG
right
Bobby
nigga.
Johnson.
Oh, G. Bobby
What up with
Johnson.
it, Mastermind? He say
Hey,
Bobby is
I ain't
Peter.
know
Peter Griffin?
that.
I fuck with Peter Griffin. You say pick what disciple am I?
Hey
If I
Bobby.
gotta pick what disciple I am, I'm gonna pick Larry Hoover.
Hey Bobby. How the hell Sophia Stewart got the shades on?
He did.
She talking about she goddamn taught the motherfuckers how to fly the plane, how to fly this the alien spacecraft.
Sophia Stewart.
Yeah, she was on Killer Priest show with some shades on, so I know she was full of shit. Even though I
Damn.
got respect for her, but she was just
Why you got respect for Sophia Stewart?
because
Tell
she's
me
a
why.
woman. I got respect for her just for her being a woman. Like I ain't gonna disrespect her full
That's the
out
This
completely.
problem.
nigga here.
That's the problem with
Straight
niggas
question.
right
But
there.
listen, let me
Straight
finish,
question.
Bobby. Let
That
me
right
finish.
there.
Let me finish.
No, I'm
I'm
fucking
not
with you. I'm
saying
fucking
that.
with you. I'm fucking
I'm
with
gonna
you.
call a
Man,
spade a
you know I'm
spade.
fucking with you. You know I'm fucking with you, gang. Go ahead.
No, I know. I'm gonna call a spade now. But I'm
Mm.
just saying the fact that okay, that's somebody mama. That's somebody. So I ain't gonna just straight out
Man,
disrespect
come
because I don't want
on.
nobody to disrespect my
Uh-huh.
mama. But I'm
You're
gonna
right.
call
You're right.
out the bullshit. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right,
And
right,
I
right.
feel
Right.
like she double talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you a sovereign, but then you talking about aliens and they read your book and learned how to drive the spaceship
I,
because they had to read your book in Roswell.
let's
Like
be
which one
real,
is it?
big Chris.
Do you believe in
Bro, it
space
don't
and
matter
fucking
who that
planets
is. You
and
supposed to respect
whatnot?
people by their
Is this
conscience.
the Matrix or
You don't
not? Like
respect people by their race, by their
what?
gender. I mean, you don't respect people by their gender, man. You respect people by who they are. Like, it's
No,
some
I don't
bad.
think you listen.
It's a
I don't think
more.
you listening to me what I'm saying. I
He
don't
ain't
think you
listening. It ain't about that. I know
let me
what he's
finish.
saying. He talking about the book and her talking all that weird shit, but then the cyber.
That's
Listen,
why I'm saying that's even worse. Like,
all shouts out to Sophia Stewart, Killer
I wish I
Priest,
could teach a motherfucker. Really?
all the
She taught a
Nibiru
motherfucker how
niggas,
to drive
Right.
the
That's pseudo
motherfucking
ass shit.
spaceship.
all the Nibiru niggas I got love for. But at the end of the day,
That's crazy.
I'm
Pseudo.
listen, cuz why don't we just deal with reality? I don't
That's what I'm
belief is
saying.
listen, bro. Belief is just exactly what it is. We could
She can't
believe
handle all that.
whatever the fuck we want to believe.
Exactly.
If she want to believe that she wrote a book and taught niggas how to drive spaceships, that's cool. But you drove a Toyota Corolla to this studio to do this interview, so that's all that matter.
Damn.
And you go
That's
back on
To
the
me,
Corolla
to a
goddamn.
nigga like
that
me,
might
I'm
be
saying
true.
to a nigga like Killer Priest who sit up and wear all them goofy ass beads and then be rapping about the high scientific, prolific, the 7 stars from the God mystic.
A bomb atomically.
I see through
Philosophy,
everything
philosophy.
that I need to. Spoke to the ancient gods, Anunnaki, drinking sake with a 9 to 5.
That nigga know the lyrics. That nigga
It's
Yo,
know
some
he
niggas.
woke.
Look, look,
all.
look.
Yo, he
It's some
deep.
niggas right now, but it's some niggas right now that'll go back and play that little part. Be like, yo, but that nigga did kind of rip that shit. You heard when he said sipping sake with the
Yeah,
Anunnaki rocking.
yeah.
Shut the
Hey,
fuck up,
Bobby,
nigga.
a nigga be thinking he deep talking about shit. The Bible? The Bible stands for Book of Instruction before leaving Earth.
Basic
Yo, get your
instructions before leaving
stupid
Earth.
ass. You don't even know
Yeah.
what the fuck that shit just
Right.
mean. Book, nigga. That shit mean book, not all this other shit. But they think that's deep. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, Book of Basic Instruction for leaving Earth was different. Man, get your comic book conscious, like Sasha said, comic book consciousness. Them niggas be
All
talking about
of
the
it,
Anunnaki
all
and
of it is comic book consciousness. The
I'm
Bible
the
is comic
descendant.
book consciousness.
You
Even
say
though
right,
I
all
fuck
of it.
with it,
Personifications.
huh?
The Bible is full of personifications.
That's
Period.
it. But it's comic book consciousness. Comic books are a comic book in itself is a manifestation of personification.
Hey, Bobby,
Superman,
so this
super.
here.
Yeah, go ahead.
We, yeah, we
No,
calling it
go ahead.
comic book consciousness, but where the flat Earth concept came from? I'm gonna mute up on that one.
Go look
I mean,
up,
I'm just
listen, go up,
saying.
look,
Oh,
type in ancient cosmology, and you'll see
oh,
1,000 different.
Hey,
Okay,
double bomb. Double bomb.
Type in
Double
gotta
ancient
give you
bomb.
that one.
cosmology,
Gotta
and
give you
you'll
that
see
one,
all
homie.
over the world that they had that concept of a dome and a flat Earth.
but
Nah,
what I'm
that ain't what she
saying is,
said.
Come on,
That
I
ain't
man.
know,
what she
I know all.
said.
Thank you, exactly.
First
Okay,
off,
Yeah, we know about the esoteric and the esoteric and all that.
so look, just like okay, so if I walk past 20 years from now, me and my great grandson walk past a statue, and my grandson be like, "Who is that?" Oh, that's a statue of Superman. We know Superman didn't exist, but we know he was a character personifying when he
That's a
blow his
bad
mouth
analogy.
hot, it blow hot and cold air. The sun gave him
That's a
energy.
horrible
It was
analogy.
a personification. What?
Yeah, that was horrible.
I ain't finished making
Horrible.
my point. What you mean it was hard?
That
What you
point
don't get?
stupid. That's a horrible analogy.
nah, I
Let
get
him
what
finish.
he's
Let
saying.
him finish though.
No, y'all just
I get
don't.
what
Y'all
he's saying.
just too mundane to understand what I'm saying. That's all it is.
Damn, that's crazy.
So you
Yeah,
make
I'm
a
a
better
fuck
one
with
then.
you.
Tell me what I'm trying to say.
Because I could say that I believe
Protecting
Superman
you.
exists because DC told me
I
he
don't
exists.
believe in anything.
But
Either I know or I
I
don't
got
know.
just as much
hold on.
proof
I
than
think what
somebody who don't.
uh
Maybe
now
Go,
what
yeah,
listen.
go
I
ahead,
was
Bob.
saying was going right over their
So
head. They ain't even let
the
me make. It just
the
went over their
the
head.
because the better point would be like somebody. You always use Spider Man. So
I promise you, it ain't going over nobody's head.
nah, it's personification where
It
he's
definitely
saying like
is.
if
I mean, y'all didn't let him finish.
Spider Man ain't a real person. But according to the comic book, Spider Man is supposed to represent good and justice and intelligence, and
Exactly.
that's but Spider Man ain't real. We get that,
Exactly.
but Spider Man lives in a real place. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah, New
where
York.
right, but just because New York is real, that don't make
Yeah.
Spider Man real.
Well, so basically, we were just talking about how people
In
take
your
things to
heart.
personification and make them
Right?
literal. That's all of us
Yeah.
are trying to break
Hmm.
down. They make things literal when it's just a
But that's
personification
not
of
what she
something else.
asked, though.
No, but what we
Answer the
saying
question
by
again, sister.
what we saying by being comic book consciousness is that just humans that it ain't this in the Bible. It's
No,
saying like the Bible would be considered. That's how I'm relating it, like a comic book of the time. Not saying that it's not saying truth, but it's using personification of
there
real
you go.
world events and trying to get people to understand things through that. Just
Right.
like if I want to get a little kid to
The
understand
birds and the
uh
bees.
not even the birds and the peas. If I want a little kid to understand, like what they say, Peter Parker, I want you to understand what overcoming death. Like if a little kid went through death, and I'm like, read some Peter Parker, see what happened when his uncle Ben died, and now he had to become more responsible and all that. I'm gonna give you a fake character in a real place and all of that shit, but you're not supposed to take that and think that that's reality though.
Right.
That's
But
not
that's why
that's
I
not
said the
that ain't
Birds and
reality.
the bees.
that's
But
why I
the
said the
message
birds and the
but
bees,
the
because you
me-
know a
Yeah.
but
bird
the
and the bee
message
can't have no churn,
but
but
the message of it is true. But to
right.
humbling point, you can still get truth from it. Because if we looking at the Bible like that comic book, if the Bible is set in a real place, you see what I'm saying? The setting
Mhm.
is real
Uh-huh.
because some of the people that's in there is real. Just like Spider-Man comics, he can
Uh-huh.
In the
interact
places.
with that. But they can write Muhammad Ali up in that motherfucker, so Spider-Man can interact with real people who really existed. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that shit
Exactly.
never happened. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? None of that never. He never
But
flew around the city with
right.
Muhammad Ali. That nigga never met Busta Rhymes or none of them niggas in New York in the Wu-Tang. But in the comics,
But
he
our
did.
question
But
was,
hold on.
what you
It
saying?
worked
Go
both
ahead.
Hold
ways
on.
though.
But my point is this: when you write the Bible like that, just like when you write a comic like that, you have to write the setting to be true. So when you say Peter Parker swing through New York and he swung around the Empire State Building, that's real. So when you write the Bible and use personification and you depict the flat Earth in that, ain't that real too?
It's just like some any person that's writing a book, they're gonna use real places. They're gonna
They
be like
go
in
use that.
Pennsylvania.
They go use they observable
But look,
reality.
it was this man outside at Walmart, right? He was begging for change, right? So
Uh,
I gave him some change walking in, and then walking. You know how people try to use Christianity to get people attention. So the
mhm.
guy was when I walked out, he was talking to a lady and her family, and another guy. He was talking about Peter, and yeah, you know Peter, he did this, that, and the third. And I said, hey, I give you $1,000 right now if you show me where any of those people in the Bible was buried at. If you show me right now with any of those people you talking about in the Bible, since you say you know Peter did this, and you feel Peter personally since he really existed, show me his headstone or anybody in the Bible. I'll give you $1,000 right now. Hey, I count it out. You can have this 1,000. Show me one headstone of anybody in the Bible where they was buried at, and you can't do it because just like you said, it's a story, the greatest story ever told. Period. And nowadays, when they got story, we got Star Wars, we got Narnia, we got um
Did Mansa
The
Musa
Hobbit.
exist?
We got all these stories to personify other shit.
You, you
And
said
that
they
ain't that.
exist? Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Mansa Musa, Abu Bakari, did them niggas exist?
I don't know.
probably
That's
not.
what I'm,
I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
I wouldn't know.
that's what
Probably
I'm
not,
saying. It
man.
was
Them
a time.
mythological.
Think about this, bro. We come from a oral tradition and a culture of not burying niggas and putting tombstones and effigies on they shit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Peter existed or didn't exist because I literally know the Bible to be personification, but I couldn't run through and tell you who the real people is and who wasn't. Some of them get very descriptive with like they energy personification. You see what I'm saying? Like Jesus, the sun, the solstice, and all
Yeah.
the ones we
Walking
can
on
pick up
water.
on. We could pick up on, but the other ones, it's like, well, you see what I'm saying?
Did you
It's a
watch the
thin
Book of
line.
Clarence?
It's a thin line between. Nah, hell no, I ain't
Okay.
even watch that. But it's like it's a thin line between what's the fictional part or the personification part, and what's the real part. Do anybody know?
That's because people love to be fooled.
What
People
you
don't
said?
want
I
to
didn't catch
accept
your
the
question,
truth.
Bobby. Say that again.
I said it's a thin line between the so-called real parts of the Bible and the false parts of the Bible that nobody can ever really define. And the further and further we go back in history through all this studying, we learn that the way we view culture wasn't viewed back then. And I'm just making an argument, just like in debating terms, like I can see the pro or the con. Like, okay, even if
Yeah.
like I don't have to know that Jesus or none of them niggas exist, but if I was somebody to argue the point, I'd say, well, nigga, who in the fuck got a headstone way back then? Nigga was getting
And
burnt up
that
and
part.
buried. You see what I'm saying? No, I
Exactly,
don't know.
because I
I
keep
didn't
hearing
even
that
know that was
same
a part. I
illogical
thought that
thing.
was a part
Yeah,
of royalty, and like you had to be an important person even back then to even get that
correct.
shit. Other than that, if you die, you just die.
Exactly. Because many of us don't even know our great, depending on your age, shut up, Zay. Many of us don't even know the markers of our great great
But
grandparents
ain't they
who
digging
we
up
know was our
pharaohs?
mother's mother.
Ain't they digging up pharaoh tombs though?
That's fake as hell.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say
mean,
I don't.
but still though, they still had some sort of somewhere where they buried that.
I don't think. I
I
don't
think
think
they
you could.
put it there and dug it up.
Right. That's what I'm
No, I
saying.
know
I
that,
don't.
but I'm just talking about the former. You say they wasn't burying back then. Like they wasn't
But
how they
no, I'm
were.
saying I don't think back. I don't think Pharaoh is a nigga that got dug up at the time he got dug up from the time they
No, I
say he
agree.
got buried.
I
I don't
agree with
think
you.
that is not no 1,000-year-old
I
nigga.
agree with you, Bobby.
Hey,
Trust me.
they put that nigga in that tomb in 1933 and say, "Oh, look what we found in 1934." That shit, hell nah, that shit fake. This I listen. This a true story. This is listen. This 1,000% true story, and this how I know that Pharaoh shit fake. Right, humbling. You ready for this? This is a story my father told me. You gonna like this one,
Yeah,
humbling. My father said when he was a child and growing up in Chicago, they went on a trip to the history museum because this was at the time when King Tut was on tour through the whole world, right? He said it was like 1960 something, maybe early 70, right? He say that King Tut was going from here to there, that whole Egyptology. He say so when they went to the museum, right? They had the whole King Tut laid out. And he say, nigga, they had King Tut laid out right there with the thing open. You hear what I'm saying? You could see this
Mm-hmm.
nigga. Am I lying, Humbly? He said King Tut was laid out right there. You could see this nigga. He said
not
that
at
nigga
all.
had a big ass red ruby ring on his finger. I'm not bullshitting, y'all.
I need to come up.
My daddy said, I took that ring, son. I said,
Motherfucker,
what?
little sick as
That
hell.
nigga, listen, my daddy said, I took that fucking ring off that mummy finger, and when I turned around, it was my classmate was looking at me like, Ed, what the fuck you doing? You can't use like nigga. I told that nigga, shut the fuck up. He was like, nigga, that nigga kept going, boy, if you don't put that shit back, I'ma still whoop whoop. He was like, nigga, fuck, don't do him. He was like, man, but this nigga kept acting like he was snitch, and I put that ring back. He was like, man, that nigga, he was like, son, I swear to God, to this day, I'm so pissed off about that. I had that motherfucking ring in my hand. He was like, I ain't know nothing about no Egypt or none of that shit. I just knew they had this nigga laid out with this big ass ring on his finger. So listen to what I'm telling you. Listen,
Crazy
I say
shit.
all that to say this. Do you think if King Tut was real with a real ancient Egyptian mummified ruby red diamond on his fucking finger that my pops would have been able to walk up
Yeah.
underneath a velvet rope and just take the fucking ring off his hand?
Shit, if he quick enough,
I
Hey,
wish he would. I wish he would have kept it so we could have took that shit to the pawn shop and them niggas be like, this shit fake and trash. Get this paper mache ass shit up out of there.
shit
hey,
up out
Bobby, you stupid boy.
here. Got a gun on
Motherfucker,
that shit green.
Nigga would have cursed my
motherfucking
daddy out.
meteorite.
Right, where the fuck you get this from? You ain't get this from no King Tut, nigga. You got this shit from off 25th Street. This garbage ass shit.
Shit come
This
off
a
Canal
replica.
Street.
And he would have been telling the truth. Nigga, I slipped this shit off King Tut finger. What the fuck they got going on at the museum? But that's my point. But
Mm-hmm.
that's my point. The fact that he told that story and it was true that they had the exhibit at that time when he was young in the Chicago History Museum, and for whatever reason, he was able to get his young ass right up under there and touch the real body of King Tut and slip a ring off this nigga finger. And where was the like? This nigga is a
Security
10
and shit.
trillion old motherfucking mummy with a fucking
Okay.
ancient Egyptian artifact of time immemorium on his finger, and you telling me sixth graders is slipping under the velvet rope taking this nigga jewelry? No, cuz that shit fake.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That
your
shit
pop said at
fake.
the end, boy. Your pop fucked up on that one.
What he was gonna do? That nigga was gonna take that shit to the pawn shop just to be more disappointed.
Some real
Some more
shit.
This
trash.
goddamn stuff. This gold plated silver out of here, boy.
Right. I had told that nigga, man, this shit is a old tire iron from a motherfucking railroad yard. Motherfucking done bent this shit down and made a ring out there.
That shit from
This ain't
Indiana,
no
boy. Get that shit up
right.
out of here.
This ain't no ancient Egypt. They gonna scratch that shit off and say, look, right there. Say that shit was made in 1945. Yeah.
This shit was made in Gary. We ain't giving you shit.
Like, what the fuck? My pops did say he was pissed that dude didn't stop fucking with him. He man, my pops was telling that story. He was like, that bitch ass nigga talking about some he gonna sit. That nigga, my pops is a wild dude. But I'll say all that to say, still though, that shit was fake. That shit was fake. If you going to the museum right now, bro,
They
if you going
niggas,
to the museum
they
right now, you could
Everything fake.
walk into a dinosaur exhibit, right? Walk up to the dinosaur exhibit with a little chisel and something. Just paint your piece of that little bone on.
nah, that shit is
Take that shit
that shit
somewhere.
ain't bone. That shit ain't bone.
Then
It's
what the
plastic.
fuck is it there for then?
Yeah, we had an exhibit down here in Texas like that where they had the dinosaurs. When I was young, I did.
Oh, that
And
nigga
then
cap. Oh, you
they stopped the whole class and made us empty out our pockets, and I had the toy in my pocket. I got to spend it for like a month. And they was like, then I found out later they was like, well, it's not really a dinosaur bone, it's a plexiplastic, but it doesn't matter. He shouldn't have been here taking shit. And I like plastic. I was like, I'm trying to get
Flash.
off. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get off it. So, you know, I ain't know who to take it to, but I was like, man, it got to be worth some money. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no,
I
that
was
shit was
poor.
trash, nigga. Your ass was finna get beat up for coming in a motherfucking place with plastic. That'd have been like, nigga, you come here with asbestos, nigga. This shit
I was
finna
in
give us cancer.
I was in the fifth grade when
Yeah.
that shit happened, boy. I got suspended for a whole month because of that shit, bro. That shit. That's why they had a Tyrannosaurus Rex in there, and that's back before cameras and shit. I slipped like the dad did. I slipped on that hoe. I took that toe off that bitch. I'm like, I'm gonna figure out a way. My cousin hustlers, they'll figure out a way to get this toe off. And they stopped the whole class. And at the end of that shit, they made us empty our pockets. I came out, finally came with the toe. They like it ain't nothing but plastic though, but it doesn't matter. It's the principle of it. And I was like, plastic? I thought that was a real bone, nigga. Y'all got this whole
Busting
sprung
them out
up.
and shit.
And you know, I was sitting there and shit. I was like, nigga, I thought it was a real T
Oh,
Rex and shit. That's fucked up.
hell
I was
no.
bad. I
They
ain't gonna
got
lie.
15 of them bitches in the back room.
Man,
Man,
they would have had another toe. And they was gonna take me to goddamn juvenile jail for that shit. What the fuck?
for
Oh, hell
taking
yeah.
plastic.
Lie.
Finna lock a young nigga up for
Young
taking
and
fake
lie.
shit.
I was gonna go to youth prison behind a motherfucking plastic toe.
A plastic toe, cuz you can't win out here.
Nigga doing
Can't
life
win out here. Is that my nigga
on
Mental
I've
the
been
Ninja?
there till
The
I was
Ninja
21,
Mental?
but
Hit the link, nigga.
doing life for acrylic toenails and shit.
Made from the
I'd have been.
same
I
material.
think I was
This
like
nigga, hold on, cuz
That's
legend.
funny.
I did
Mental
10
Ninja
years.
say, word on the street is dinosaur bones are made from the same material as weaves and eyelashes.
Damn. Y'all wearing
That's what they
dinosaur
riding on
hair.
their head.
He said it's not called a Tyrannosaurus, it's called a Tyrannosaurus. Jesus Christ.
Okay. My bad. My bad. Pronunciation. Word Nazi.
Shout out to all the Tyrannosauruses out there. We see you. We see you, my nigga. Let's take a pause real quick for station
I'm
identification.
the ninja, nigga. Come on, bitch. Y'all like how this shit sound. I like how this shit ground, nigga. Who the fuck you talking to? I'll be under your goddamn couch when you sit on it, and I get the
Oh
money.
my
You be like,
God!
how the fuck you get?
Yeah!
Bitch, you dead. And you stop
No, you're not
trying
fucked
to
up,
figure
Tom.
shit out.
Yeah!
Boom, you dead, bitch.
No, you're not fucked up.
Yeah! They squabbling out there now. Yeah! That nigga crazy, boy.
So he gonna be on your couch,
Yeah,
boy. He ain't playing around, boy. Straight
what was that,
bandit. This is
what was that
motherfucker say.
noise for? What was that all about?
What was what all about? Ha!
That boop.
I don't know what it
Like,
was.
boop.
You might have squeezed the bump on his back. Ain't no telling, man.
Hey, look, you know how they pump these things up, man. They have to
Mhm.
make it seem like they real. You
Mhm.
know, they make a big deal about nothing just because. You know, so
Right, shit, real. I remember we like in the same city, they had like a museum that was about like cowboys and Indian shit.
Mhm.
And they had a bunch of rabbits out there. My granddaddy a hunter. So I fucked up and made a snare because he taught me how to do it and caught one of them damn rabbits. They should give me like I was bad when I was young, bro. I went to that. My brother, he in prison now. He went to TYC behind shit like this, but I was
Mhm.
smart, so they let me go. I was in AP classes. That was like so my teacher stood up for me, but I snared one of them goddamn rabbits. They should have sent me for like 5 years in TYC. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Uh
just it's in
oh.
the train and the
I saw a
trains and
statement
all
in the
that shit.
chat. I seen the statement in the chat that's finna bring it all back. Even though it's irrelevant, but it's allowing us to follow the line of predators. Michael
Oh
Jackson was a
shit.
predator.
You think so?
Now we bringing him back. Mike
You
was a
think that was
predator.
Michael Jackson though? You think that was Michael Jackson though? They say he died after that Pepsi commercial, so I don't know.
He didn't die.
That's the internet rumor. Yeah.
Hit this.
That
They said he
nigga whole
died.
head was
Uh
kapooey. Yeah, that nigga they
uh
said after that nigga
they
head caught
said
on
he
fire, he wasn't
died.
no more.
Dick Gregory said that the nigga didn't die. He went and ran away in Germany for 2 weeks to try to go to the best
Okay.
plastic surgeons. They did the best they could, but his face was melted. That's when they implemented a cloning process. This all the words of Dick Gregory, not mine. They say he was
Uh-huh.
cloned. That's when he came with the light skinned version on the Bad album, and that the real Michael Jackson is still alive to this day, walking around as a burnt
Yeah,
up
that
ass
dude with
nigga.
You
the
seen
It
what
was
that
is
a
that
nigga
video?
dude
You
with
named
seen
that
the
Dave.
video they
that
had after
dude
he
with the
died when
melted
they were shopping in
face.
London and they had a picture of Mike. So it was two people walking on a date, like the day after he died or after his funeral. They was in like London walking,
Nah.
and they turned around. They were like, "Damn, they look like Michael Jackson." He had like security guards and he
Uh-huh.
had like a mask on walking to the car, and it was him. It looked just like
But
him, and it was like right after the
That was that
funeral.
dude
even
with
if
that
it
melted
was him,
face.
I don't think it was Dave. But even if it was him,
Dave, yeah.
he a weirdo.
Yeah.
You
oh,
a
Like, why would she do all that to us?
your clone is a weirdo, or you a weirdo. Whichever one of them niggas need to get prosecuted.
we
Who in the
are
Yeah.
fuck need to get locked up? You or the clone, nigga? Somebody pulling the strings.
so
You
Somebody
look,
got
saying
check
to.
it
you,
out.
so you think Michael did it? You saying he was guilty for doing that shit?
He
Hey, you guys
nigga
say
1,000% did that shit.
Oh, I didn't know
Some
that.
people kind of, I
I
don't
didn't
know.
know
They
that
they
for sure.
recanted.
hey, you
I
guys
don't
say
know. They
that
got videos. The dude
after the
recounting.
Pepsi Cola commercial, right?
Yeah.
Said
Yeah,
after
they
the
say he burnt his
Pepsi
head.
Cola commercial.
Allegedly. I'm gonna say 1,000%
Allegedly.
allegedly because we don't know if he really did it. But I will say this. Hold on. Who up in here? I will say this. Uh
Man,
Popcorn, you sleep? I think my sis Popcorn
He's
sleep.
snoring.
Hey, so check it
I'm
out, man.
gonna put Popcorn, if you sleep, you mind if I put you in the back?
How you if he sleep? How he gonna answer?
She just unmuted her mic. I'm
Oh,
looking at. I'm finna put her in the back anyway. She don't. She don't care. What up with it, mental ninja? But
Just
look
trying to.
though, what we was just talking about, lawyer
What's going
Michael
on
Jackson.
here?
you talking
Michael
about
Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Hey, but look, let me
Michael
let me say
Jackson.
about
He
that.
did that shit. Mike did that shit, nigga. Why in the fuck do the kids know what your dick look like?
God damn.
Hey, look,
Jesus.
man.
Case
He didn't
closed.
get found.
Yeah,
He
man.
didn't get
Case
found guilty for
closed.
that. He didn't get found
Case
guilty for that.
closed. Can we close the case now on Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
They didn't
Case,
identify the
the
No,
people.
what
case,
happened,
the
Bobby? Go back.
case.
Hold on. What happened?
They,
Because I
they,
ain't know this shit now.
they listen.
They didn't
Y'all young
identify the
niggas,
penis.
need to listen to an OG. Michael Jackson went through two child molestation cases. Y'all know that, right?
He did. Dance on the car and all that
Wait,
shit.
wait,
I
wait,
remember
wait,
a little
wait.
bit,
Y'all
yeah.
know he went through two of them, right? What y'all remember is the second one that he beat, not guilty, when he was doing the
That's
moonwalk on top of the car and in the courtroom
I know he paid
wearing.
one off, didn't he?
That's the first one. Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first one. The first one was a little bit different. Cause in that first one, all that, yeah, we sleep in the bed and this and this and that, all that shit was cool until that little boy said, "Hey, I know what that nigga dick look like." And then Mike
oh
came out
damn.
there and said, "Well, I was showering. Maybe they got a glimpse of me and the police came and they wanted to take a picture of my penis and my anus. And
Well,
I was
Hey,
so
hey, Bobby. Hey,
humiliated."
Bobby. Hey, Bobby. Who was defending him? You remember who was defending him, right?
Johnny motherfucking Cochran, the goat,
No,
nigga.
no, 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 no.
the nigga,
Ain't
the
no lie.
goat, the goat.
Remember
Nigga,
Farrakhan flew him out?
nigga,
Remember Farrakhan was kicking him?
Farrakhan was on the second part. I'm talking
Him.
about on the
Okay,
first trial.
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
talking about that first trial. That nigga had all the top lawyers in motherfucking LA. And guess what? They all came to the conclusion. You would be better off just paying these motherfuckers off, because we take this to trial, you
I
finna
remember
lose.
that. I remember
You
that.
finna lose, nigga. You're going down. You can't
What you
explain why
saying?
this look. You can explain a whole lot of shit, but you can't explain why that little boy know you got 3 bumps on your dick and a little another bump in your asshole.
Damn. But do you think
Hold on,
his
what? What the
body
fuck?
Okay.
underneath the skin
All
Mm-mm.
right.
Bobby,
was
hold
white
on, man.
too?
What you say
All
just
right.
now?
All right.
Do you think his
All right.
body? Do you
Y'all be
think his?
want to act
But
like,
think.
man,
Bobby,
fuck. Hey, listen.
No,
I like off the
I'm
wall too,
asking.
nigga. I like rock with you too. I grew up with Young Mike too. What the fuck that got to do with him being a weirdo?
No, but I'm asking. Do you think his
Morality
body
versus
underneath the
legality.
clothes was the same color as his hands
Morality
and
versus
face?
legality. What you
this
said,
nigga talking
cuz?
about how the nigga body look.
I said, do you think
It's
his
skin
body was
color.
the same color, was the same skin? Because he just got burned on his face and he can bleach his hands and all that shit. But do you think he was still like dark underneath that? Because that nigga was a dark ass nigga before the bullshit. Like,
Wait,
I
so do
wait,
think
you
wait.
think his
I think first.
underbody was white too?
Wait.
I'm
Do
pretty
you think
sure it
his
was his
dick
whole
dark?
body
Bro, he
Who
didn't even get.
cares?
Think he
because
bleached
he
he
did
bleached
a
his
music
whole
video and
body?
he had his shirt button wide open. You could see his whole chest. He was white
Yeah, but that
or
could that
light.
could have been for just for the music video because remember he stayed in like long
What?
collar tees and long
What if
jackets
he?
and
Well,
So,
like he
okay,
said.
So he
listen.
got a
well,
deep
we
What
ain't
if
voice.
gonna
that
be able to
nigga? Hold
prove
on,
this.
hold on, hold on, real quick, real quick. What if that nigga was spotted like a motherfucking cow and had zebra stripe? Who give a fuck?
Oh man, like you talking about the real
Exactly.
you saying he had the real what they call that shit the skin, so he was like
Man, Michael
uh
Jackson was touching on shorties.
That nigga had a
Why we
nigga
worry about how
crazy.
his body look?
Do I gotta say it like that?
Why we gotta
Michael
worry about his
Jackson.
body look?
Dang.
Michael Jackson was a
Michael's
motherfucking
touching on them
freaky
damn
pedophile
kids.
who took advantage of uh out of the state foreign Mexican ass
Allah,
kids that couldn't speak
Mexican
English,
kid.
nigga.
Chinese.
God bless.
So you think he a case of one of those people that got molested and he kept on going through because it
I
happened to him?
think
Come
I'm
His
on,
dad
saying
man.
this.
told him.
Listen what I'm saying. What
So
made me
Joe
even
had
start
his
this
finger in the booty.
conversation
Come
up in the
on.
first place is that what the person said in the chat. Diana Ross groomed him.
Right. She was kissing him when he was
Diana
little, kissing him
Ross.
in the mouth and shit. You right. You right,
But guess
Bobby.
Diana
what?
Ross. Hey,
So
Lady Sing the Blues is
you,
one of my favorite
you
movies. So
once you become a grown up and a child can identify your penis and your ass, nigga, I don't want to hear about what Diana Ross did to you no more.
yeah, did that really happen though? The kid said that was his shit.
Man, why do
I,
niggas not? Why do
I
niggas not
don't
remember
know.
the
I
I'm
90s?
mean,
young, bro.
hey,
I'm
Humbling.
not
if
Hold
the
old
on,
if
enough
wait a
to
if
minute. Wait, wait,
know.
wait, wait, wait.
if
I'm
the
not
Everybody
old
kids,
mute.
enough to know,
Hold on, wait,
bro.
wait, wait. Everybody mute right now. Is Humbling still here or she done fell asleep? Cause me and
Not
Humbling,
yet.
we in the same OG. We in the same Humbling.
Baby.
Just so I know I'm not giving any false information, because I was young then, but I was very observant. One and the whole reason that Michael Jackson paid that motherfucking case off is because when them people came and had to take pictures of Mike naked, that little boy identified him correctly.
Facts, Bobby.
Yes.
it was
Smooth
Okay.
little
said it
Mac.
Very
was big.
specific
I know
too.
I'm making jokes and shit out of it,
Damn.
but I'm saying what I'm saying correctly.
Yeah.
Google.
I didn't know that,
And
He
at
said
that
damn.
he
I
age,
said
he
didn't.
wouldn't
Michael
have
had a kid
known those
mentality. He didn't
details.
realize he was a kid. He still was playing like a
Bro,
kid.
what they
So
got to do with
Excuse.
you?
An
Listen,
excuse.
like I said before, Mike got away with all that shit when he was telling y'all, "Hey, I sleep in the bed and all." Am I lying, Humbling? But when you go back to that first
Damn.
case,
Not at
that
all.
was not the argument. The argument is why can this
Yeah,
man
exactly.
identify your dick and your
You ain't
ass,
lying.
which got
that's the
all of
argument.
these
Right,
identifiable things? You ain't got
right.
a regular dick in the ass,
Mm-hmm.
nigga.
Oh
You got
hell yeah.
vitiligo dick in ass. So your
I
shit
ain't
got
never know that.
specific
I
shit on
Google.
never
it.
knew that. Hey
Pull the
Hey,
Bobby, I
video
look,
right
never
He
now.
knew
ain't
that,
had,
bro.
he ain't had no but vitiligo. Yeah.
That
hey,
was the case.
Okay.
Hey,
that
I
shit, that
never
shit.
knew that the child identified his
Yeah.
sexual organ. I never knew
I
that
didn't
shit.
Bro,
know
go
that
back and look
either.
at the Mike case. That's why Mike was on
Didn't
MTV
know that
crying because he
either.
said they humiliated me and took pictures of my penis and my anal and this and that. Mike was on there
They sure
crying on him.
did.
Go look that shit up.
Don't cry
This is
now.
Mike,
Look it
public
up.
record.
Mike was
I'm
making
about to
them
look
little
that shit
kids
up.
kiss his booty. Is that what you
Don't
said?
cry
Mike was
now.
making them niggas eat the groceries. How the hell they know
Dog,
all that?
listen,
In
I don't
this
know what
case,
type of joke that was.
hey
It was
Bobby, do
look.
the second
Look,
case.
The fuck is they talking about?
hey, y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Dog, I
I
didn't know
remember
that.
I was right around the
People
OJ
like
trial,
her.
shit, right? And it was Macaulay Culkin, and it was him and a little Mexican kid and a little monkey having these fucking sleepovers in Willy Wonkaville and shit. But
Bubbles.
these look,
Mm-hmm.
these things they come from a reality that I can't even understand, bro. On TV since you're a child and shit. They don't go to play in the McDonald's fucking kids play park when they wait for their Happy Meals and shit. They don't even get Happy Meals. They don't go to fucking field trips like most kids and shit. They
Right.
live in a totally different dynamic. So like I don't even know what the fuck really goes on there and shit. But I mean, what you gonna do? You hanging around rich weirdos, bro, your whole life. You gonna be one
Yeah.
too. You
Dang.
Yep.
environment. And the big thing about it is it's fucking publicity and it's promulgation of a certain fucking aesthetic of life and shit, man. They're bringing that shit to us. Niggas was jam. It ain't too much, bro. He was having these fucking
Right.
fuck Super Bowl, nigga. When that nigga dropped the music video, bro, the
That
whole
shit
world
took over the
stopped,
whole
nigga.
world. Yep.
Never, bro. The black and white, it was an hour-long presentation. They ran it
Fact.
twice, nigga. We had
Fact.
popcorn. It was a family sit down. Michael Jackson new video coming out. It was
I
big
ain't
game.
know nothing about that.
You ain't
Yeah,
no
bro.
nigga
It
that,
was
hold on, listen. What Mental Ninja saying is right. Michael Jackson videos did not premiere on the video station. Them bitches premiered on NBC, ABC, and Fox at the same
What
time.
year was this?
Nigga,
it,
this the 90s.
I was a kid. Like I don't
Bro,
remember none
humbling.
of that.
Humbling. Now listen, Mental Ninja. Humbling.
yeah.
Is this nigga not lying? When Michael Jackson premiered a video, you knew that shit was coming out 2 weeks in advance. And
Yeah.
it was a countdown on your
Yeah, it was
TV.
headlines on
Bro,
the New York
Right.
Yeah, it
Times,
was
the
like it
USA
was
Right.
crazy,
Today,
crazy.
yep,
New
the
Michael Jackson
Chicago
video,
Sun-Times, yep.
2 week countdown. Listen, you could be watching the 10 o'clock news because it'll be a little ticker in the corner. Michael Jackson video premiere in 2 days, 3 hours, and 46
Damn.
seconds. I swear to, am I lying, Humbling?
Got the juice, man, at the
Like when
time.
I say I was a kid, I'm
Mike
Yep,
saying
had
not
like
at
the
all.
juice.
I would have
Mike
been
had
like
the,
two,
ain't no nigga in the
3.
entertainment industry had the juice like Mike ever. Why you think they keep saying that shit like that nigga had juice beyond juice, cuz? Listen,
Hey, look, all the
So
Omarion
you
little
said when y'all
True.
was
The first
kids, Michael
the
Jackson
first Super
videos.
Bowl,
Used
the
to,
first Super
at
Bowl
the Super
halftime show
Bowl
is who? Listen, who was the
Jackson,
first Super Bowl halftime show?
Michael Jackson.
first.
Right.
They ain't the first. Is he?
Michael G.
Is you crazy?
I wasn't even
The Super
around.
Bowl halftime show started with Mike, 1992 or 3 or some shit.
That was the
They
biggest.
wasn't doing
I
it
would
before
have been
then.
four. I'd have been like, well, five.
Nigga, the whole
That's
reason
crazy.
for the Super Bowl, the whole reason this even the Super Bowl halftime show is because one year in Living Color ran a whole show during the halftime of the Super Bowl, and everybody left the Super Bowl station and went to go watch the In Living Color Super Bowl
Bro,
halftime show. And that very next year was the inception of the Super Bowl show starring Michael Jackson, nigga.
And then,
Facts.
and then like
shit,
a
that
couple
shit that motherfuckers need to know. I never knew that. I
Super
was
Bowl.
too young to know all that. Like that's so y'all was old enough to remember like Michael.
Yes,
I
nigga.
didn't know Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had tickers for his videos.
Old enough to
On
remember.
regular TV.
All that
Old
Wow.
enough to
this how
remember?
it was.
What you mean,
We
young
had we
People
had
buck?
used
cable,
to go
like
off.
World
Like
world premieres was big back then.
that's
No,
what
World
listen.
premieres and all that
You
shit.
saying world premieres was big, but ain't no another nigga never had a world premiere on every
I've
fucking
never heard of
station,
no
cuz.
shit like that, bro. That's
Come
crazy.
on,
You
man.
missing what I'm
It's him.
saying, cuz.
When
Mike,
that
when Mike video premiered, that shit played on BET, MTV, Fox, and like 2 other channels at the
nah,
same time.
but
I'm not
every,
bullshitting.
Bobby, you got to
it was
remember
every
his
prime
videos
time. Look,
weren't
if
regular
we
videos
had
though. They were
Comcast,
Oh
actual
yeah, that's right.
short
And then
films.
all his videos was short films. That's the
Yeah,
part
little
that I left
movies.
out. This nigga was dropping. He was like every video Mike would drop back then was like a $10 million video. Cuz
hey Bobby,
Scream being
Wow.
the biggest one of the biggest most expensive ones ever. Scream.
hey, hey Bobby,
With him
remember
and
when he
Janet.
the black or white and he had the secondary scene when he was destroying the
yep,
car and they said they had to ban that scene and shit,
they had to ban that scene. Yep,
grabbing his nuts and he was fucking the car up and bro, he was
breaking the
like,
windows out the car, just
yeah,
screaming, "Oh!"
I don't destruct the Street Fighter
Moonwalker video
blew up
game.
and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Had to delete that shit, bro. They said, bro, this is when Simpsons were the only TV show that even cursed. They said the word damn. This is when we had UHF, VHF, channel 1, 2, and you had cable on
Yep.
channel 3. We threw auxiliary shit. And if you hit the auxiliary button, your parents will fucking whoop your ass. They know how to un-auxiliary the fucking TV from the fucking the video station. We had cable hookups, the Sega channel and shit. But when Michael Jackson drops some shit, bro, it was Mike. We want to be like Mike. Which one? Jackson, Tyson, or Jordan? All them niggas is fucked
Man,
up.
that bitch turned into a spaceship, man.
All them niggas was this was crazy.
So,
The most sane nigga out of all them niggas was Mike Tyson.
True.
Yeah.
That's
no, Michelangelo.
that's deep right there, Bobby.
Which one? The Ninja Turtle
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michelangelo? Because I put him above them niggas.
the gate, the kid with the pizza gate.
Yeah.
Donnie was gay, Leo was a bitch, and Raph was a fucking blood, nigga. Nigga turtles.
That's crazy.
Not the nigga turtle.
That's where all that's where all y'all
The
damn monkeys
reptiles
got their
under the
names
sewer
from.
eating pizza.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But listen, fact of the matter is, if a creepy ass nigga like Mike come up to your kids dressed in high water flood pants, white socks, Bruce Lee karate shoes, and a chest open blouse, button up without no tie on, like just wearing dress shirts all day,
Some
climbing out of
Yeah.
trees.
He got old church socks on for the girls and shit. I feel
Like, what we talking
With a
about?
monkey
Cuz?
on his shoulder.
Right. What we talking about, cuz?
Hey,
Like,
look, Michael Jackson
ain't
was
no doubt about that Mike did what they said he did, but it's just that niggas love his music. And we can't separate the two. I can separate the two.
But wasn't all those kids immigrants? Doesn't that speak
It
to the
don't matter. What the
no, I'm
fuck that
saying
mean?
no, I'm saying
Ain't
doesn't
Oh,
no
that
okay.
speak to the
justifying that.
part?
Ain't no justifying that.
No justification. I'm saying the like, don't that speak to the what was they subliminally trying to tell motherfuckers that child sex slaves was out here back then? Because I don't
Bro,
remember
when
none of
did
that.
Talking about what the
such
hell?
Listen,
a
this the
slave.
problem. This the problem with young niggas. Here go the problem with young nigga. I'm finna tell you this, young
I
nigga.
remember going
And I
back
fuck with you. And I'm finna give you the
Now
old
young
nigga. I'm
niggas,
finna
that
give you
nigga,
some
that
old
nigga.
nigga wisdom, bro. Because
Okay.
I've not been a old nigga my whole life. I was a young nigga, believe it or not.
Toys R Us kids, nigga.
So
I can't
one
believe.
thing you need to do as a young
Shut up,
nigga
Zay.
is listen to OGs like I did when I was young. Just
I
listen.
am.
Cause no, because when you say something like, man, I ain't even know that happened. You was 4 motherfucking years
Yeah,
old.
I was a baby, bro. I was
What?
like 4
So
when
listen.
the shit
So
you talking
why
about. Like I don't remember that shit. Crazy.
so you wouldn't know none of that shit happened. That's why you gotta talk to your listen. You gotta talk
That's
to
why I'm
your
happy you
elders.
said that. I
You
didn't
gotta
know
talk
that.
to your OGs. You gotta go back and do your research. Y'all niggas, wait a minute, G. How
Go
in the
see
fuck?
that.
Wait. Humbling. You mean to tell me I done got into the conscious community for niggas to do all this research and they done skipped the generation before them to go all the way back to the 1800s? And you
Yeah.
don't know
Thank
what
you.
happened in the 90s?
Cause they talking too much. They ain't listening to you. They keep
This the
talking every time
problem.
you say something.
But listen, no, you ain't even got to listen to me. Listen what I'm saying, cuz.
No, just listen.
All the no, listen what I'm saying. All the shit that any nigga on the internet right now kicking, thinking they smart or conscious is at the whims and they fucking fingertips from Google. 1800,
Exactly.
4, 6
They be lost without Google.
22. Now check this out. All of that shit that you see on Google is whether it's true or not, is there. And you can research it or not. But guess what? If you don't know nothing about the 90s, it's more shit on the internet about the 90s than it could ever be about motherfucking 1889. How in
Hey,
the fuck y'all don't know some
hey,
of this shit?
hey,
Well,
Willie,
well,
that's
well,
why
bro.
I'm
Like
out,
Bobby,
nigga.
Bobby,
In
Bobby.
the 90s.
I'm gonna say it to you like this: that it seemed like it's a lot of shit about the '90s, but it's like pop culture. And what I mean by that is like
It's where you
they
looking for.
You
said
ain't looking.
they yeah,
It's what
right,
you
right,
looking
but
for.
because you only know what you know. Like I don't disrespect what you're saying because I really
Right,
appreciate you saying that
right. I
shit
got
because
you. I got
I did I had no idea that Michael Jackson was like on regular TV with countdowns and shit. I like, but this is the thing, like nobody talks about that kind of shit. Like I
you.
didn't know
Because
that
it's
was going
common,
on when I was a kid.
it was
Michael Jackson.
common knowledge. It was
Yeah, but
common
it's
not
not
that's
common. It's not common talk knowledge to a motherfucker
I'm
that
saying this.
was like
Listen what I'm
walking around
saying.
this damn near
That
like
would be
not you
listen,
know.
that's common knowledge for anybody who take the time to do any amount of research on Michael Jackson.
I
his
yeah.
his resume
Well,
his
Let
resume
me say
speak
something
for itself. So it's like if you was to debate somebody and an old nigga was like, nigga, Mike the GOAT, and you like, nigga, how the young niggas now be like, man, Chris Brown, this and this and that, and
Who?
Chris was doing it. Listen, I get this debate all the time. Chris Brown, he whoop whoop, and Mike ain't did this
well,
with Chris Brown.
and
Eh, All I
but it,
say
one thing.
is just go do your don't stop
Well,
taking my
but
word. But
what I'm
obviously
saying is
they
from the
want to
house. I'm
debate
from
me
the.
instead of just
I'm
go research Mike.
No, I'm
I,
from the
I,
south,
let me say
so
something.
my people gravitated to Rick James more than they did Mike. So at
That's
my
because
house, the
LD, that's
records, the
out.
records that we had and the eight-track tapes we had was a lot of Rick James. So I
That's
didn't
because
know a
Rick
lot
was off
about
that
Michael Jackson.
cocaine. They probably was off that coke back then in the basement. Ain't nothing wrong with that. A
Well,
lot of people was in
my
the
great
basement
uncles were
party
all pimp.
with that pimp shit and that coke. Yeah, Rick James was pimp
Yeah,
music.
all my great uncles were pimps. So when they rode
Yeah,
around, they listened to a lot of Rick, the Commodores, the OJs, shit like that. So I didn't know a lot about Mike until I got older, and it was like,
Mike was
then you get
pop
older and
music.
you see like, oh, this dude is like a big dude. But that's when I got like 10 and 11. I was like, well, who the fuck is Michael Jackson? And then you learn. But when I
Right,
grew up, it was the Commodores, the OJs, the
right.
Shy Lights, Rick James,
Gotcha.
shit like that. It was these niggas that was like, so I didn't know that. I didn't know what Rick James looked like really until
Man,
the Dave
ain't no
Chappelle
way
shit.
I was
You know what
born
I'm
I'm saying?
about to
in
head out, y'all. I'm out.
'97, and
All right, peace
you
out, brother. Be safe, bro.
All
and
right, for sure, for sure.
you know who
Yes,
Michael
sir.
Jackson was.
What happened with who was that just
Hey,
left?
and
Dean?
Rick James got a fucked up song called 17. If you ain't heard, it's called She Was 17,
Yeah,
17,
everybody heard
but she
that
was
song.
sexy. And I
Yeah.
was young. I was like, what the fuck? Like, but I didn't. It didn't click into my head. Like,
What you were saying, K
okay,
Dub? I didn't even hear you. You was low, kind of.
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you now.
I was just saying, ain't no way I was born in '97 and you ain't know who Michael was. I know all this shit about Michael.
man. Like I said, I'm from Texas, and Michael Jackson to me was not. That was not nothing we was banging in Texas. I mean, I grew up banging old school
No.
Mays, Beverly, um,
I'm from
Commodores,
Alabama.
LJs,
I
Child Lights. I
we
don't know what y'all do in
yeah.
Alabama, and I'm not gonna knock Alabama, but I'm saying down here in Texas,
That's
Michael Jackson wasn't
we
that big of a
listen to
deal.
the same
Nigga,
we listen
Alabama
to
is
the
an apple.
same music. Johnny
Nigga,
No, we
Taylor,
didn't listen to the same music.
all
I'm not telling you we
Well, he's
don't,
hell
because I
saying
know
he's just
niggas from.
saying
yeah.
in the
I know.
regions that he grew up in, they listened to more of like the pimp side, and Michael Jackson was more
I
bringing
think
the niggas
Yeah,
together. Maybe that's
it
what.
was
have
pimping
cable TV.
music. All the music I listened to growing up was pimping music. It was pimping, long nails, jerry
I can
curls,
understand.
suits, the cocaine music. So Michael Jackson and my family in the place I grew up in Austin. I grew
Right.
up in Austin for the most part. We didn't listen to no goddamn Michael Jackson. So that wasn't Michael Jackson wasn't nothing on my mind. I didn't know nothing about no Michael Jackson and Jackson Five. My uncles and them didn't fuck with that shit. They fuck with like that shit that was slowed down and talking about what's that dude like pimping music. It was just shit that would talk about
Yeah,
macking on a bitch
my
type
granddaddy
shit.
owned the club, so he had pimping music. He had a mix of all this shit. So that's why I'm like, but I understand though. I understand the demographic may be different.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Niggas.
I know we
On
in the South,
Sunday,
but
y'all.
like,
Come on now.
I think
Yeah.
there's a lift between Mississippi and Texas, because I know niggas from Jackson that kind of got a little bit of the same shit, but I know Alabama, y'all had a different flavor. Y'all got bounce music, and like we in between. And another thing, we listen to bounce music in Texas, like Louisiana
That's New
over
Orleans,
there on
bro.
that side. So that's what I'm saying. But bounce music was in
Right.
Texas too.
Alabama
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
have
So
bounce music.
ask a question. So you trying to tell me
exactly.
in the 90s, Texas, all everybody in Texas didn't have cable television? Because that's where Michael Jackson
Nah,
became
nah.
famous because of cable TV.
And I'm telling you, in Texas back then, a lot of people didn't have cable. We had that goddamn. We was watching that TV with the. If you didn't have an
Oh,
antenna,
they
you stick a bobby pin in the back of the TV. You feel me? Like, so a lot of people didn't have cable. I'm just being
yeah,
honest.
That's
I
what
grew up
all the
with
motherfuckers
PBS,
speaking over the border
nigga.
because y'all niggas is not on your game.
My grandma and
Yeah.
them, my
He
grandma. I'm
petty.
just telling you, my grandma and them didn't fuck with TV like that. So
No, they ain't.
I don't know. Like we had VHS tapes. We had all that shit. Like we didn't
We
like
did
niggas wasn't watching TV
Them
in Texas.
VHS
Well,
tapes.
in Austin, when I was in
VHS
Austin,
nigga.
hell yeah, nigga. Like
Hell
if you
yeah,
was
we
gonna watch
had.
a
I
show,
probably I had
you
them VSH now.
I
man,
had the
I even had
them
them
big
bitches.
ass
exactly,
tape,
nigga.
them big
nigga.
ass VHS that have four
Yes.
movies on it. It'd be like an 8 hour tape, but it got like four movies on that motherfucker. Like, and where I grew up, we was outside. Niggas didn't watch TV like that. So the music you hear is when you with your uncle and you in hearing that goddamn slam back Fleetwood with the goddamn chandelier in the goddamn backseat, and he over there playing that goddamn Maze and Beverly. That's what I grew up to, that pimp music. Like I remember Maze and Beverly and the Commodores more than I remember any goddamn thing. Shit, I heard Brick House more than I heard goddamn Michael Jackson. Shit, I'm just being honest.
So Bobby, since you said VHS, right, and you're talking
Right.
about an old tape, this a little bit off subject, but
No, go ahead.
Do you remember Berenstein or Berenstain?
I remember Berenstein.
Me too.
Stein.
Okay,
When Bar when people start telling me it was Berenstain, I thought I was going crazy.
What about
Yeah,
the
that shit
no,
fucked me up.
all I remember is Steam. Man. I remember the books
That's the
vividly,
only
dog.
Berenstein is the only like thing in the Mandela effect that I could say like really apply to me because for some reason that sting is
Right,
like what's in my childhood memory. I don't that
verbatim.
stain just look great. Even when I still see it now, and motherfuckers be like, nigga, this always what it was. I'm like,
Hell
nigga,
no.
I
Oh,
don't
I ain't
remember
crazy.
Hey,
that.
what fucked me up for Texas
Did
was that
you?
Waterburger. I don't know if y'all know about the Waterburger side. Like Waterburger used to be like water. Like it was spelled differently than it is now. Like Aaron
It
Waterburger
used
been
to
in
be
Texas forever.
Did
Whataburger.
you, Bobby? Did you see
Yeah,
that video?
and
Did you see that
oh,
Nah.
that
video?
you
When my
from
man
Texas?
was walking in and out the room, and the book was changing right before his eyes. Do you think that was a trick?
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
When the
Hey,
video,
Zay,
you
you
seen the
from
video
Yeah,
Texas?
though? When
yeah,
he
I seen
changed
that's some bullshit.
the
That's
Yeah,
the
I'm
book
nigga.
from New
turned.
Orleans.
That's them niggas that's good at editing and all of that shit.
But I don't care. It still was steamed though. I don't care what
But
nobody
like,
said. I remember
No,
the
like
book
I'm
before the
Zay,
saying
book.
for me, I know that um two things could either be at play. Either we experiencing like a mass hypnosis effect, you know what I'm saying, where like suggestive things could be
yeah,
implemented. Cause in
yeah.
my mind, I say, what if it was Stain this whole time? And now that through some like through some type of way, I've been seeing Sting, but it's really been Stain this whole time.
Bruh. No, but but that can't make sense if some
No,
of
it
us
does.
remember
It
it
does
as
make.
teen.
No, we all the fact that
Bruh,
we
I
all
read.
remember it. No, no, no. The fact that the some that remember it as
I
Sting,
remember
that
both
it's
of
a
them.
large group. That's what make it kind of weird to me. That's like, why do we all remember it as Sting, and then it's
Right.
Stain? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this
It's
how this
like,
how
why
No,
don't
That,
why don't nobody remember it in a different type of
bro,
way?
you if you
but
read
that,
those
but
books,
that
you
just
read
like
there was
that
a
just like
bunch
you
of
just
them.
said though. Like just like you said, you may remember it the wrong way. Just like we are the
I
champions.
don't
When
know,
they say
bro.
we are the champions, right?
Right,
It
No, no,
does say of the world, but it says it at the beginning. So we
right.
probably thought it said it at
We
the end.
adding it in,
but
right? That's
listen,
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but it is
but
there.
listen,
Your
but
mind
listen,
do
you
that,
wouldn't.
and then when
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
on in life, you just say, "Luke, I am your father." When it never said that shit, but
Right.
you
We just
But
don't
you
bro,
remember it.
just
listen,
assume that's the shit.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the
Exactly.
Bernstein thing.
Exactly.
We came up. I was in the middle of that world where you had to go to the library and you had to actually either if you was gonna get on a computer to look up a book, or you had to go actually look up a book and tell a librarian. You had to tell her like exactly what you was looking for because some old white ladies didn't know what they found. So you knew how to spell that shit because there was so many Bernstein Bears books that you wouldn't forget that it was Sting. You would know this is what I'm looking for because we grew up in a world before computers. Like that, it will be ingrained in your head because there was like 1,000 of them motherfucking books on every goddamn thing. So it's not like you wouldn't have seen that a
And
hundred
this is what
million
I'm
times.
saying. This is what I'm saying. Listen to me, and this finna sound wild. Language, to me, the words that we speak shape our reality so much that it can alter things that we see based on the inflections and like the slang
I'm not
or
talking.
the huh.
I'm not talking about the inflections.
Oh, whoa,
I'm
whoa,
talking
whoa!
about
Listen,
like
listen
in a
to
in
me.
a in a world before computers, there was
All right,
ways you did shit. When you remember when they had those tabs on the books, they'd have
right,
those numbers and they would have those letters, and you would
right,
have to go into the library and actually ask the librarian, "I'm looking for this book because you looked it
right,
up and it's the one you ain't read."
right.
That
But
means you
then
have to
think,
have in your
but
mind like,
then, but then,
okay,
but
this is what
then
I'm
you
looking
gotta
for.
ask yourself a reality question. Because even if you do that, I'm finna hit you with the real. Who in the fuck ever walked in the library to look up a Berenstain Bear book?
That shit was everywhere.
I
You ain't
That
never
shit
mean,
had to go
right
find
there.
that book.
You just pick
I was a
that shit up.
librarian. Kid.
No,
Yeah.
I was
listen
a
to me.
librarian.
Listen to
No,
me, cuz I'm
I got you.
telling you, walk through your mind. Nobody walk, nigga. When you walk in and you have to go through that Dewey Decimal System and all that shit to figure out how to find the fucking book up in there, and you're not looking for Berenstain. The Berenstain Bears books is right there in the front on that fucking
Common.
rack
It's
with
too
all the
common.
rest of the kid books.
Most of them.
So,
But
but
remember,
look,
if
so
you, if I
Sinbad,
was an
like,
active,
I don't
I
Do
was
believe.
an
remember the
active
song
reader.
though.
Listen,
No, I'm
The
saying
listen,
this.
that
song
Let me
Sinbad.
Shyt
say this.
Show actually tells you what the title was. If we
You
could
say
find the
what?
theme song and play it, the theme song to the actual Bearstein Bears. I remember Bearstein Bears, not Bearstein. So if we could find the
Right.
theme song, they
It's
actually
Bear
saying it.
Stain Bears, but I think the problem
Big ass
is
disc
I think
that they put in school, like that they had those big ass discs. That was the
Oh
first
boy.
DVDs but they was as big as your motherfucking hand. They like you watch
Laser
those
disc.
movies or yeah,
Shut up,
and
Zay.
they would have the name of the title of
Go
those
to bed,
movies
Humble.
on those
There you
things.
go.
And also, I was an
I know,
avid
right?
reader. That's all I
So
could do at
look,
the
so
house.
look, so look,
I'll let you
so
go.
so
Go
so
ahead, bro.
look.
All right, never mind.
Sinbad, right? So Sinbad, when
Uh,
he did the priority, he didn't. He never. I don't remember him doing no movie. I always remember
I don't
Kazam.
remember him doing no
So that's
fucking
Sinbad
movie.
shit, right? That's another thing what you were saying about they take something and think they remember it. So when
Right.
Sinbad made a joke and did the priority about it, they took that as see that I told you he did the movie. No, he was
And
making
that
a
was a
joke.
joke.
He was
And he
making a
looked at
joke on
old
y'all.
as hell in that shit. And
Exactly.
then on top of that, Shaq played the fucking genie
Yep. And they try
in
to put the
So I
boy.
remember
Cuzam.
that.
They try to put
I
the
remember
boy
that
from that
Sinbad
movie
Exactly,
on the
movie,
Zay.
cover
bro.
of the other one, and it was two different
Right.
age limits. The
That was
age was like 20
Cuzam.
years off, so it couldn't.
Right.
It was impossible to do that.
With the Bernstein Bears thing, I think it falls onto how people pronunciate and enunciate words. And keep in mind, we're talking about
Mm.
Thank
kids,
you.
and keep in mind that's when you learn how to stretch spells. So keep in mind if you
Right.
ever revise
Hmm.
somebody's paper, 9 times out of 10, where they're supposed to be an A, they got an E, or they confuse those type of vowels and stuff.
But
So
And
I
also,
vividly remember
also
that
too,
Edo.
the author's
I
name
ain't
is
gonna use that.
Stain, S
The
T A
author
I
is
N, and they
Stain.
are
That's what I was
J's.
just trying to say.
Exactly.
So
And
it's
by them
Exactly.
like,
being
listen,
J's,
but
I
that's
then
do
the
this a
guess
issue
lot.
what?
with
But
Hold
Stain
then
on,
and
guess
real,
one
Stein.
thing. People
real.
Right.
people
I do.
pronounce like them names or anything wrong. That's what I'm saying. That's why people
Correct.
think it was something else just because they were pronouncing it
Right.
wrong for such a
That's
That's
what I
just
long
was
like
time.
saying.
that's
Say
just
you
like
pronounce
breakfast.
it. Stain is on the book. So you're not lying when you're seeing the Stein, because the nigga
Breakfast.
name is Stein. But the fact that what Zay saying, what I was trying to say earlier, what I'm saying, when you pronounce things in a certain type of way, visually you'll start to see things. It's kind of like they showed this experiment where a person could they could play this chant, right? And the chant could be saying, I love spaghettios, and whatever they write on the board, that's what you will start hearing. I turned up the stereo, and it's like this nigga ain't
But
saying none of
Bobby,
that shit though. But
I got you with
you see what
something.
I'm saying? Right.
Now hold on, check this out. Mama say, Mama saw, Mamaku saw.
Yup, yup.
And he
I'ma
I'ma
ain't
say it
say it
one
saying
one
more
more
none of.
time.
time.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
stop.
stop. I'ma say it
Thank
one
you.
more time. I'm
Exactly.
not gonna
I'm not.
stop. I'ma say it
Thank
one
you.
more time.
One
Exactly.
I'm
more
not
time.
gonna
I'm
stop.
not gonna
Yup.
stop.
But
Exactly. That's
And
my
guess
point.
but
what?
You
Bobby,
hear
think
what the
about
fuck
this
you want
though.
to hear.
Listen, even if you
This
Google
is
it, that shit said Mama said, I'm not gonna stop.
Thank you.
If you Google it, it
the
said
th-
that dumb
It's
shit.
gonna say, Mama say, Mama
But
Makus.
think about it. Think about it. Listen, nobody
Hold on.
says break
Uh,
fast. Nobody say I'm
no.
about to eat some break fast. Breakfast.
Right. What you were saying, Humna? I missed that.
Oh no, I was gonna say yeah, because if you think about it, unfortunately for the generations now, this is no pun to them.
Uh,
Reddit and memes have made people think things are something that they're not, and we can actually say that we know because we lived it. So when people want to talk about the Berenstain Bears, it's
right.
because the author's last name was pronounced Berenstein. But
Right.
anybody who is of the J's, they spell Stein Stie and some
Right.
spell Stei. So Stein and
Right.
Steen is interchangeable in the Hebraics for those J's. But yeah, but that's one of the things I think is funny when I hear people half my age say that Michael Jackson was saying, "I'm gonna say one more time, I'm not gonna stop," and I'm like, no, I lived during that song. Shut up, Zay. And it was
What was
Mama
Missy
say, Mama
Elliott
sa,
saying?
Mama kusa.
I'm gonna say it one
Shut
more
up, Zay.
time. I'm
She
not gonna
said, "Is
stop.
Grandpa keeping do that yet?"
Hey, 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 Ray, that nigga said, I'm gonna run up with the gun and pop your top. Nigga say Mike was a gangster. Remember, he was a
Yeah,
blood. He was a crip.
Oh yeah, that was another one I heard. Yep.
he was a club blood. Yeah.
Mhm. But my
Now, what
point
about the
is,
Volkswagen symbol?
what about it? What happened with that one?
People
Nah, I
used
ain't
to
see that one.
people used to say, "Well, that was the Mandela effect." And I'm like, you do know people update trademarks and
Yeah, they
logos, right?
update shit. Right. They
But can you
update
can
shit.
can can you can you update a trademark though? I mean,
But
I
you
thought that
missing.
was supposed to be
But
like
this what I'm saying, bro. We remember as a child. I think when we become an adult, we forget how blurry and bunched up our memory is. You see what I'm saying?
I heard you.
So I'm putting when as I get into adulthood, I replay things back in my mind, like when they say, "Oh, this a Mandela effect," because we remember it's Berenstain, but Stain was on the cover. So I'm just being logical, saying this shit that I do now, I
I'll
could
give you
look at
another.
it.
What about
I
chicken?
could wait,
What
wait,
about
wait,
chicken
wait.
fillet?
I can do some shit like that now and just look at something written down on a piece of paper. But if I'm looking at it too quick, I can put two words together that was just on the page, but they weren't together. You see what I'm saying?
I'll give you another. What about chicken fillet? Because I grew up with chicken fillet didn't have a K.
I don't
You know what I'm
remember. I
saying?
don't
Like,
remember the Chick-fil-A
I'm,
without the
I'm
K
from
though.
I'm from Texas, and it started in Texas, so that's why I'm saying like Whataburger, chicken fillet. Some of that shit ain't the same as it is, and I'm not saying that my memory could have had a less. I remember because I used to think like, why'd they spell it like that? You know what I'm saying?
This,
I
this
remember
what I'm
having those
saying though,
thoughts,
bro.
like,
If you see a logo and they start to update a logo or whatever the hell going on with it, it might seem like that shit was a certain type of way at one point in time when they first accepted it, but it's
okay, I
literally
got you.
it's just like this, bro. Have you seen what the Simpsons look like today?
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I
Anybody?
know what you're
Okay, but
saying. Like,
you know, watch a Simpson episode from when the first year the Simpsons came out.
oh yeah, it's different.
That that shit ain't even, but it's still the Simpsons. You see what I'm saying? So if
And
you going off that from your memory and then looking at the Simpsons now, going nigga, this a Mandela effect. This is not the shit I remember.
But then that would mean that all our memories are like, you know, not
but
as
Chick Fil A
Always
didn't
Thing,
start
what
in
no, no, no,
Texas.
no,
I
no,
thought it
no, no,
started
no,
in
bro.
Georgia.
The world updates, things update. Just because you saw a Chick-fil-A sign in 1980 or 90 that may have looked like it was a C because of the way the font was made back then and
right.
all that, and as they kept improving their logos and signs and things like that, now you just because when you was looking at it, it looked like a C because of how the light, but the whole time that shit was just a K. You put
but
the
if a
C there because of however they
but
sign look.
Well,
if
I
a
thought it was
multiple of people are
CHCK.
saying that, okay,
Huh?
go ahead, Zay, go ahead, Zay.
I thought it was I thought it was CHICK. But remember on the sign, like the cow when the cow would hold the sign, the K would be like slanted, like falling off type shit. It was still
Mm-hmm.
there, the K. And I don't think Chick Fil
But
A started in Texas. I thought it started in
It,
Georgia.
but look
it
though,
did. It was
it's a lot
Atlanta.
of shit.
I
Listen, it's a lot of shit that we see now that we just didn't realize. Just like in Friday when Shorty was on the phone with Craig, it was a dude laying in the bed the whole time. Some people
Nigga
never
never
saw that.
seen. Some
You
people
know what I'm
never
saying?
seen that.
And they
It's
think, oh,
niggas,
that's a Mandela. No, that shit was always
right?
there. You just never paid attention. And
I
it'd be
swear to
crazy. Like,
God.
boy, I never saw that shit. Boy,
I
what the
swear
fuck?
to God. It's
You know what
niggas
I'm saying?
right now, bro, that be telling me about that same movie scene you talking about. And in my mind, I'm saying, like, y'all niggas nutty. That was
Niggas
the
don't be
part.
paying attention to
That's
shit.
what I was like.
That's what
That's
made it
what
funny.
made that scene funny because she's
Exactly.
sitting there checking him with a nigga in the
In the
bed.
bed the whole time. Exactly. But some people mind don't be on that. They don't see.
You know,
Some
you
people
just
can't see
But
certain shit. Then when you see it, you think it's new, but it always was there.
mm-hmm,
but yeah,
mm-hmm.
I didn't know Chick Fil A started in Texas. I thought it started in Georgia.
Yeah, it did.
uh I might have, I remember I might have, but I know it was huge, like Whataburger. I feel like Chicken Fil A got big in Texas, like you know what I'm saying, like
No,
I've
no,
never
no,
heard a
no,
lot of
no,
people
no.
from Georgia
Cause
Chick-fil-A.
saying
Listen. Chick-fil-A has always been spelled Chick-fil-A.
was it
This is
CHIC?
well,
yes.
no,
This is no. Wait.
the
Listen to me.
original
Listen.
name for Chick Fil A was the Dwarf House, and it's been around since
The
1946.
I know.
Dwarf
No, I'm
House?
not talking. I'm talking about
But it
Chick-fil-A.
hold on,
Zach. Uh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
okay.
changed to Chick Fil A, like how you just said it, spelled with the K. So ever since you known it to be around, it's been spelled with the K, and it wasn't like a big
Chick. Right.
franchise.
I
No,
don't
Yeah,
but I'm
you
remember.
would
trying to
Yeah.
you would
explain where the
most likely
Mandela effect come from.
It
You
comes
would
What
most
from
likely
Reddit,
have found
Bobby.
them in like, huh?
it come from who?
No, I was just saying all these things start from
No,
Reddit
it
streams.
start from Reddit, but I'm saying conspiracy theorists grab a hold of it, but they don't take it the step further to try to find a logical explanation behind it. It was what Zay just said a second ago, and he was right. What happens is Chick-fil-A has always been Chick-fil-A, right? We all know that. But
As the
if
Mm-hmm.
anybody
franchise, yeah.
no, but if anybody remember when Chick-fil-A went on an extreme advertising campaign, they had signs everywhere of cows misspelling chicken with the
On
K
purpose, yeah.
on purpose. So that's why in your mind you think you always know Chick-fil-A as being CHIK
Okay. So you saying the
because
K,
you was
the cat?
going
Yeah.
to Chick-fil-A based off them advertising signs, pulling up to the
Right.
restaurant, never looking at the sign that was Chick-fil-A the whole time.
I could
You
dig
going
that.
off of the
I could dig
cows
that.
misspelling the fucking name.
That's true because they did have them advertising with the cows and the K was on the sign and shit.
That's what made
And it
them
was
blow
like,
up. That's what really
eat
made them
more,
popular.
eat more chicken and
Eat
less
more
beef and had
chicken.
a cat.
Eat less
Right.
chicken. Eat more. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, all that bullshit. And they was misspelling the chicken with the K and the N. Chicken.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can smoke a bag of that. Yeah. I can see that.
But we put things together like Humlin was just saying. They was just saying that your mind just see shit and jumble it together if it ain't just right there on point for you, or if it's just you glance at shit and you don't never just take the time, like they say, like really observe. We just be so moving and glancing
But
that by the time
then you
we take
gotta
the time and notice the small details, we think that shit be new.
But then you got to question if that's the case. I'm gonna go a little deeper because you know the topic of the show. Does that mean that kids can imagine things that might not have happened to them, but they
No,
imagined
no,
it
no,
because
no,
of
no, no.
suggestion?
It mean this.
I mean, cause
The Mandela effect comes from one thing and one thing only, boy. And it's way more scarier than even the CERN machine, nigga.
okay,
It comes from the fact that the human species as a whole, since the inception of cell phones, have come the least deserving that they probably ever been in the existence of human history.
least deserving.
Observant.
Oh, observant. Okay. Hmm. That's deep. But I grew up in the
Mandela
middle of
effect.
both of those worlds.
Mandela
I
effect
grew.
is some new shit that happened since cell phones became damn near smarter than niggas that's owning most motherfuckers that's owning cell phones. So
But I think
you ain't
the Mandela
observing.
effect
Most
comes
people
from
ain't observing the world around them, bro. Man, I did not grow up with niggas running into each other because they trying to text. That's a real thing. People ain't
yeah,
paying attention to nothing. How the fuck you
yeah,
get in a
no,
car and don't pay attention to the road? That's what I'm telling you, cuz ain't no
yeah.
observance of nothing.
But
How in
what
the
I'm saying
fuck
is,
can you
I
say
grew
it?
up in the middle of I grew up in the middle of both worlds, when my grandma still had a rotary phone.
Right?
That's why I'd be like I remember having to remember numbers. Like I still remember my first house phone number from my mom's house
But
way
I'm
back
not
in the
saying,
gap and shit.
but
You
with
know,
this, what
like
I'm saying, bro,
so.
this ain't when I make this conversation, this ain't an old nigga, young nigga conversation. This a usage people conversation. Ain't nobody non-exempt from this shit, myself included.
Well, I could say my sister and brother because they grew up with phones. They don't know the world that I grew up in before. They ain't never seen a house phone. But when they grew up, the house phone had caller ID and
It don't
shit.
matter. This what I'm saying.
I used to have to answer the
Listen to
phone
what
and
I'm
You
guess who
do
saying.
was
He
on
ain't
there.
know.
even
Hold on,
listen.
hold on,
Uh,
hold on.
I'm
Listen,
listening. My
oh,
they
bad.
I
do
know. I'm
know
talking shit,
about
cuz.
how they do know about phones because businesses still have business phones, which are technically house phones. Any school you go to in America has a house phone, which is still a phone. It's a
Okay.
phone. It's just not at your house because now y'all got cell phones.
Right.
Well, I'll
You
put
know,
it to you
it's
like
not like they never
I
going to be
grew up
able
with
to.
a phone that didn't have caller I always equate things like I
But
tell my sister and my
this is
brother,
what I'm
like
saying
I
now.
didn't
This is
have
what I'm
caller
saying, bro.
ID. Like when somebody called that phone, you had to pick up and just
It ain't
guess,
a
like,
it ain't
hello.
a conversation about what used to be.
Uh,
It's a conversation about what is. We in the era of
yeah.
Mandela effect. Mandela effect is not no shit that old niggas is saying. Look at all them young niggas going through the Mandela effect because they can't remember shit.
I don't
This
think they
something
saying that,
no, but this I'm
bro.
saying is something that everybody in recent time has said they are experiencing. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the
But
fact that they saying they're experiencing, my mind is not the type of mind that's always go to, man, they shooting laser beams and they fucking with the this and that and all that. Cause I'm too logical to say if they doing all that shit, they not doing it just to change the E from a A on a fucking Bernstein book cover. It's something else to
yeah,
it. And I'm doing
it
as I
is.
get more logical with it and really studying and observing, I'm saying it's cause niggas ain't observing.
There you go.
Mm.
See
But
that?
that means, but there's a lot of people that say that this happened to them. Does that mean that all, like
Bro, the
most of the
people that say that
population
they
is
happen to I just said that most of the population right now is we in the
I don't
most
want to accept it, man.
unobservant time right
yeah,
I'm
now,
not
bro.
accepting what you're saying.
man.
Just say that.
I'm accepting y'all
Right.
being hella
We are
aggressive.
in the
Cause
most
I'm just saying.
unobservant time right now, bro, man. Right now, it's the easiest time ever in the history to just rob a nigga for not paying attention. You couldn't do that
Hello.
shit in the 90s.
Nah, you got to be on tees.
Zay, could you rob a nigga in the 90s? And this ain't even saying like a tough nigga. I'm saying regular suburban kids was even on point observing. What's that car right there? Somebody pay it. Am I lying, Zay?
Everybody head down in their phone. Distraction.
Ain't nobody paying
Okay. Yep.
attention to a fucking thing. If a kid gets snatched
No.
in the car, motherfucker be like, what color was the car? Let alone a license plate.
Gang. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Nobody be in the
But
moment no
I'll
more.
give it
You
this.
miss the
I'll give
moment.
it this.
It get deeper than that
Each
when you say that.
era each
Go ahead.
era always got their head down to something, whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
pager, whether it's a fucking phone book that you write numbers down, whether it's whatever the case may be.
Right.
But as time progressed, even with like the new age kids, there's still security around them having their head down.
Right.
So like back in the day, you used to roll in the group. Nowadays, they only ain't got to roll in the group because the phone got GPS tracker, this, that, and the third, all the above. And I ain't saying like crime will decrease ever because that shit's always there. And as technology increases, crime increases with the technology and shit like that. So I feel like it's really an equal balance no matter what area you're gonna look at. It's just that you're gonna be able to nitpick and say, well, this is the difference between my area and this area because we was actually more you get what I'm saying like that. But technically, I think everybody is just as alert. It's just that you're more scared for the youth because like your era was a little bit different, but it really isn't that damn different. Like the kids that's growing up now, them niggas is probably catching Ubers and all that at like 10 and 11. Like we wasn't doing that, but like Harley said, kids in Japan been doing that at 6, 7, 8, 9. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
a different level of like comfortability when it comes to security and these devices and stuff like that. Everybody ain't had them devices, but it was different levels of comfortability in whatever situations you was putting yourself in. Your
No,
parents
you
wasn't
a
letting you
hundred
go
with
out
that.
unless you was in a group or with your brothers or sisters. It was always something orchestrated. So yeah,
The
it's like the
security part of it,
latchkey kid era.
uh-huh. Not the security part of it is this is probably one of the most secure times you could be in. You see what I'm saying? And that just, especially for a kid, even though it's bullshit going on, what, like you said, you could feel more comfortable because you know what
I
motherfuckers
think
got
that's a
going on and
first.
shit like that.
I think that's a first world point of view because they saying that
But
all these. They say they got 30,000, 40,000 kids from that border missing right now. So maybe in
that
America
how
or in the
many we
West.
don't even know the numbers back then because it was all mired in secrecy.
Right, right, right. So
You
no
see what I'm
fact.
Not
saying?
Yeah,
just
you
that,
making
like
that
you
good
said,
point.
you were
Good
part of
point.
the military. Every job has a quota, which means this is not nothing
Yes.
new. Every year, every
Right.
era,
Ooh,
everybody
that's
was reaching the
deep.
quota.
That's deep. That means that this shit could have been way worse back in them days.
It
Cause wasn't
was
nobody tracking that shit.
right.
That
And the
mean,
point is this.
God damn.
And the point is this. I wasn't making the point to say like we live in a worser time. We just live in a less observant time, which make
Yeah.
people focus on shit like, oh, it's a Mandela effect going on or this and that instead of going to, you see what I'm saying? We be so, it's like
Yeah.
when you're not observant, you be too extreme to jump to conclusion instead of just being like, maybe I'm just tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I thought about that
my
when
air,
when it first came out
okay,
that
think about
Mandela. I
this.
said, man, I might
What
be
was
tripping.
in my when I hate to say my era because I live in all eras. I'm not one of them people that be like my era because just as easily as I'm in this era, y'all niggas could have been born back then and been like, well, that's the era that. So the era is just the era that you living in at the time. And if you don't adjust, you just gonna be a nigga stuck in whatever era. But you still gonna have to live in this era in order to just live, period.
Yeah.
So we all living
It's
in
it's a
the
difference
era.
in the sense of urgency.
Right,
Because back, all right, so like say for instance, this scenario, your era and this era. So
right,
y'all both encounter poison ivy right now. The difference is
Right.
now, and I'm because I know your era, you still kind of have phones and shit. But if you was in Humblin's era, you would have had to run all the way back home, tell your
right,
mom, hope that she knew. If she didn't know, she'd have to try to get to whoever and however, maybe the
right.
doctor. Da, da, da. This era, them niggas taking their smartphone, taking a picture, and uploading it to Google and see what it is.
Facts.
Right. You wouldn't know
That's the
what the hell
difference.
was on your skin and what was going on, and you just have to just
Hmm.
hope that the doctor or the midwife or the witch doctor in that area knew what the fuck was
But
wrong
that's
with
why I
you,
said
man.
it's little things. It's it ain't that it's a minus. It's just that when we get into like the conspiracy shit, like the Mandela effect, it ain't that it's a thing that's going on. It's just to the fact what Zay just said. This is not the era of extreme urgency. You see what I'm saying? You had to if nigga if something happened in the wrong place, they gotta call the helicopter out. You feel me, Zay? Like it shit
Hmm.
can get extreme for some minor for something that may be minor today, but back then time was an essence. Information moved a little
Hmm.
bit slower. Things was a little bit different. So guess what you had to be attentive to? Details. All details matter. Every number in your phone number matter. You see what I'm saying? Your address
Yep.
mattered. This person address mattered. The emergency contact mattered. All of that. So it's like you paid attention to details and little different things like that, right? And shit like that. Then, but as you get older, the details become more and more blurry because the technology get the you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Assist you with the details.
That's it
So
with
as you
the
go
with the
through life,
with
and then you start to, come in and out of details because you just getting news and things in flashes because you living in two worlds. You living in the phone partly, and you living in the real world partly, and you living in your house partly, and you living at work partly, and you everywhere with it. So you miss so much and at the same time you see so much of what you thought you saw, but then you might have just saw it in a way that you really didn't see it or heard it in a way where you thought
Hmm.
you heard it, but it's like that ain't really what they ever
can
said
I
to
ask you a
begin with.
question, bro?
You see what I'm
Can I
saying?
ask you a question?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you
I heard
think without technology
like
that
it might be like the Mandela effect
So you
started with
saying? So
people.
you saying?
The Mandela effect started with people saying they thought Mandela was dead, but it's literally it logically them just listening to a newscast at young or at a point in time where they're not really paying attention and it just come off like that. And if you just take that for what it is, like man, Nelson Mandela did, because a lot of people around them died during then, but he got locked up. So if you
Well,
take that at the
I
time,
remember a Disney movie when I was young about Mandela
uh,
dying, and they had like some black girl playing like she was a South African, and it was like some Disney movie about his life and shit when I was young, and that's what hit me the hardest because when they started talking about that,
so
because
my
I was
point
like,
is
damn, I kind of do remember that
that
nigga
might have been a
story.
movie. That might have been a movie about Mandela, but the nigga who died in it might not have been Mandela.
No, it was a movie about Mandela. It was like on the Disney Channel and shit.
Where's the
Like it was
movie at?
like I don't remember the name of the movie. It was like a black girl. I remember it was like one of the first shows on Disney Channel. I saw like a black kid on it. And it was like a little girl with some natural hair, and she was talking about
Bro,
Mandela's
listen,
life,
Selective
and she
memory.
went
listen.
back in time
Oh,
and
selective
lived it
memory.
out.
You say they talk. No, it ain't selective memory. It's niggas putting two and two things together. 9 times out of 10, he talking about some shit like Serafina or some shit like that. Humbling like,
Oh,
what the
well, I ain't
fuck?
never see that when I was young.
You
I
don't
didn't
know
remember.
that you never seen. That's the problem when you say shit like that. You don't
It's
know
like
what you
Serafina
saw.
on the Disney Channel.
Yes,
What?
And to be fair, it may not have been about Nelson Mandela. It could have been another Mandela.
No,
Because
it
I
was a
don't,
Black
I'm not
History
saying it
movie.
didn't
It was a
exist, but I
black.
don't recall
It
that
was a
movie.
black. It was a Black History movie about Mandela's life, and they had some black girl going back in time, and she was like dealing with like Mandela's life and stuff. I remember that when I was young because that's when me first, my mom and them first got cable, and it was like a Disney Channel original movie, and it was like a movie about Mandela's life, but Mandela was supposedly had died. You know what I'm saying? And I remember them
I
showing
don't
it
think that was a
on the
movie. I
Disney
think that
Channel.
was like an episode on the Proud Family.
No, that's way after that. I'm not. That's a probably on a cartoon. This was like a real life. That's fucked up. All right.
That's what you got technology for. Google it. Ain't we got
Yeah,
all this
because I don't
technology?
remember
We
no
say it's
Nelson
different now,
Mandela
right?
movie on Disney.
Google it.
Ain't time different? And it's a new era?
Let me see if I can.
But you don't know what you watch.
This up. No, I was young. I didn't. I wasn't like remembering the. Let me see. I'll
This
look it
is
up real
exactly what
quick.
that's what.
I'm about to talk
Listen,
about. This is
that's
exactly
why.
what I'm
But
talking
whoa,
about.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. That's why when you say you was young, right? And
Yeah,
I say,
but
wait a minute.
I'm not that far gone. Where I was like, I didn't know that it wasn't a movie about Mandela because I was like, I didn't know who Nelson Mandela was. That's why it led me on the.
But this what I'm saying. When we're young and we're consuming television, bro, at a young age, you see you watching the movie. At 1 minute, you see what I'm saying? You're not equating yourself back to your young mind and really taking account. You first of all, I'll watch my son. He could watch a movie, but it might take him 50 times to watch a movie to get it one time because he in and out that motherfucker. He ain't watching it for real. So if this nigga start with Moana, he go in with Toy Story. And guess what? All of that shit go blend as one thing.
No, but I'm telling you, like I
No,
remember there was this
I
movie
know,
where
but
there
you
was this
keep
black.
telling
I
me
could
what
see
you
her face.
remember.
Like
Bro, I know what you can see, but you telling me from the memory of a child that could see a whole lot of things that's blended together.
for the whole movie. Like I'm telling you, it was like
I'm not.
Disney's
I'm not.
Black History Month, and I remember it was that Black History Month shit, and they had like this girl, and she
Mhm.
went through the life and times of Mandela, and Mandela had died, and like I said, I'm looking up now, but all I can see is Mandela effect. Because if I type in Mandela, that's the only thing that got there pop up, like
Because they
Type in
Mandela
Disney
effect.
Channel Mandela movie. You might get a closer search.
Okay, you say
ain't
Mandela
no
movie.
Disney channel.
I promise you, like Disney
Help.
Channel used to have
Help.
like they used to have these movies like Hocus Pocus and all that shit with the
I
witches,
know
and
that.
they would show them on it. There was a
Uh,
movie where there was a black girl and she was with a family and they was doing like some shit for like Kwanzaa or some shit on the movie, and then later on in the year somehow she got sent back into time to
uh,
watch Nelson Mandela's life, and she went back to South Africa. Now they didn't bring up Winnie or none of that shit, but it was like very surface level. But I remember it was about Mandela. It was I could see her face. She's like about my color. She had some curly hair, and it was like undone to the side.
Nigga,
And
that
it
Selective
was
sound
a
like the
memory.
whole movie
Proud
about
Family
Mandela.
Kwanzaa
Selective
episode.
memory.
it was a
No,
proud
it wasn't
family
a it wasn't a
episode.
cartoon. It wasn't a cartoon. It was a real.
Okay.
It was like real people. Like and they were celebrating like Kwanzaa and all kind of shit like in the movie. Like it was a I don't know. I do remember that movie. Like
Selective
I wish
memory.
From what
the
year was
selective
this?
memory. I watched the whole
What
movie
year was
and
this,
it was
man?
selective. Let me think. Okay, 1988.
How
It
old
had to
was you?
be like
You said
uh
1988.
maybe. No, I'm trying to. I'm
Hell
counting.
no.
So yeah, it was. It had to be. Maybe it was like 97, between
When did Disney
97 and
Channel start?
2001.
Huh?
When
I
did
don't know
Disney
all
Channel
that.
start? When did Disney Channel start celebrating Black History Month? You got to look up all them dates.
Yeah, it was like one of those movies where they had like a Disney Channel like and then the Proud Family wasn't even this. The Proud Family came way after this, like maybe years, maybe 3 or 4 years after this. This was like 4 years before Proud Family. I know that for a fact. The Proud Family wasn't even on the lineup for their little Black History Month that year. It was just like a Disney movie special, and they had come on where this black girl and her family, she was this kind of like Pan African shit. She was something about
Is it
she's researching her
is it called
family, and they had.
the color of friendship?
Everybody keeps saying it's Serafina.
Is it
I
called
kept telling
the
them it's
color of friendship?
Serafina. Damn, why ain't I good, say? This why I just been
It
sitting back
wasn't. It
like, nigga,
wasn't.
I know
I watched.
Serafina when I hear it, nigga.
I watched Serafina. It's not
Mhm.
Serafina. Maybe it was
What's
the color of
Serafina
friendship.
about?
What?
It was the color of friendship?
That sound. Let me look up that right quick. Let me see if that. Yeah. That's the girl. But in that movie, it was
Boy,
supposed to be about
It ain't
Nelson
got nothing to do
Mandela.
with. It ain't got nothing
Or
to
It
do with
some.
ain't
Nelson
got
Mandela.
nothing to do
It
with
was
Nelson
that.
Mandela.
That was the same girl, and maybe it wasn't that movie, but that girl that's in that movie in the color of friendship was
This the
that's the
movie,
same
because that
girl.
movie is about Africa, South Africa, cuz.
Okay, then okay, so it wasn't about Nelson Mandela.
He might have been mentioned
no,
in
they
the movie
briefly
because
talked
it's
about that man.
right. It's
My
South
cousin.
Africa.
And my
I'm
cousin.
not trying to say. I'm just saying that's what I remember. Maybe my like you say, maybe my memory is screwed, but that's I remember that my first time hearing about Nelson Mandela was because of that movie. But in that movie, they made it seem like he was dead.
That movie or the color of friendship?
Yeah, the color of friendship in that movie. Yeah, that's what it was. That white girl was yeah, that's the movie. And then in that movie they made it seem like Nelson Mandela was dead. So I agree with you. Maybe he
How?
wasn't dead, but in that movie,
How in the
it's just the
movie
way
did they make it seem like he was dead? You gotta
because
explain that.
it's the way that they like
Cousin.
placed it and everything. It made it feel like he wasn't alive. Like it was like in his memory. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like
cause
the way that they placed.
that nigga was an apartheid freedom fighter. They probably made the mood around his
I agree.
name
I
being brought
agree.
up somber because of the shit he had
My
went
cousin.
through.
No,
Nelson
and I
Mandela. My
agree. Like
cousin.
maybe no.
This nigga was not dead.
Okay, I
No,
agree.
I'm
But I'm
saying they
saying
probably
like,
no. That's why I'm saying we gotta go back, assess it logically first before we even get in. Because that listen, we got to start doing a real scientific method before we got to rule out all other possibilities before we start jumping to everything.
no,
Ain't that the real scientific method? Think
I'm
about
just,
it
I'm
though,
just
cuz.
giving you, I'm just giving you reasons why people may have led to those things because
And I'm giving you
in
logical
my,
and I'm giving you logical reasons on how that shit could be all the way false. And they
and
just,
I
you
agree.
know what I'm saying, seeing things and it make more sense than laser
Huh?
beams changing the letter E to the letter A. For what?
Laser beams. I don't know if
Your mind
that what
doing
they
that.
say.
Huh?
They say laser beams change them. I didn't know that.
Man, they say, bro, merge, parallel universe merging. Whatever you want to
Yeah,
believe.
I heard that.
But this is what I'm saying. If a parallel universe merged with us, why in the fuck would the only thing that changed be like Berenstain Bears? Is Nelson Mandela dead? Uh, like think about it. A par a parallel universe should be something like ours, but not ours, right? That means
Yeah,
That means if we was to crash into a parallel universe, it wouldn't be a matter of if we did. It'd be a matter of, nigga, I know we did, because ain't nothing that was like it was yesterday the way it is today.
But I mean, that's very because if you merge with a parallel universe and it was similar, there are going to be a lot of things that are the
What? No,
same,
no, no.
and there's going to be a
What make it similar?
no. No, what I'm
Similar
saying,
mean
I don't
similar
know because I'm
mean is
not.
different. No, similar mean is just similar, but it's still different.
Different, right? That's where the Mandela. That's what they mean by the Mandela effect. There was things that was 'cause I studied this. I'm not listen. I'm not gonna say that I believe in all of it because I can't believe in all of it. I don't know. You're right. I have thought about these things. My
But
memory might have been a little shoddy, but what I'm saying and what I researched and what they come from is that they're saying that
Man,
this
research.
universe that crashed into us was so similar that a lot of
how
things were
did
the
they know that?
same.
How did they know that?
Oh,
Think about what they
probably.
think about that.
I know what you're saying.
You're
Oh,
pre
dang, I
but
do.
by that that's a logical fallacy, because how could
Okay.
you pretextualize a concept? Fundamentally, you basing it on if a universe we crashed into was similar to ours. Who in the fuck says that? How?
Right.
What's the measure?
Well,
What's the measurable observation of a parallel universe to say we
well,
crashed into? Hold
they're,
on, think
they're
about it.
actually,
What's
I
the
know.
measurable observation of a parallel universe to say we crashed into one similar to ours?
That
How you
they,
know?
I'm being the what do they say? I'm being the other side. So don't think I'm against you, brother. But
The
all I'm saying
devil's
is
advocate.
what they're saying is because of these small changes and a lot of like that Mandela effect kind of deep into a lot of things as far as symbols. But you make sense when you say people upgrade their symbols and all that. Like I'm not disputing that. But what they're saying is that it was similar, so similar to ours that when it crashed, these little things are signs of that crash. That's why they're saying it
Who's
happened.
the they that
Because
said that?
some people remember things one way, and some people remember things another way. Which, in itself, I'm not saying that what they're saying is 100% factual, but there is a lot of people that remember things one way,
Bro,
and a lot
listen.
of people that remember
I've
things
been, I've
another
been
way.
locked
So
up
it is
before, cuz.
weird. So have I
It's
said it?
niggas that'll argue. Do you know how many niggas that'll argue you the year such and such won the championship? It was 97.
Uh,
No, it was 90,
that's
95.
some
I
crazy
remember.
shit right there. Hell
I
yeah,
was in my
betting on that shit.
I was in my room.
Five
Listen,
suits.
this two niggas. Do you hear me? Do you hear me ratting? Two niggas. They arguing. I remember it was 95. I was in high school. My mama had just did this. You can't tell me what I don't know. The other nigga. Nope, I know. I was nigga doing this. I was working at Popeyes. It was in 97. Right? Guess what?
Yeah.
Neither one of them niggas wrong. That shit was 90. Neither one of
Yeah.
them was right. It was 98.
Okay. I
The
don't want
fact of
six
the
hundred
matter.
dollars locked up doing that about bats. So
But
I
the
know what
fact
you're
of the
saying.
matter is, if they would have never been hit with the right, now the fact that they got the right information, niggas who done played in the, listen, you can go get the niggas who played in the game and say, nope, this what
Yes,
it's been the whole, nope. You can go get the nigga who made the logo and they still won't
they
believe.
and I ain't gonna hear that shit.
They'll say, nigga, you Mandela affected.
No, you keep my money. That's what you finna do.
They'll say you
So
crazy,
why my
cuz.
great grandma never experienced the Mandela effect?
What I'm saying, it's only new niggas that get the Mandela
I
effect.
mean,
Us.
that's the people that would know, I guess, right? The older class, right?
They
But
don't from do think.
they don't
If
remember.
it's an
Yeah.
effect, what is it?
Oh,
Picking and choosing what
But
era
by
is
your
gonna
logic,
affect?
right.
they should remember because they were the most observant. They were more observant than us, so they should remember, right?
That's why they looking at us like we dumb, because they like these niggas don't even pay attention to shit.
It's a new, cause it's because it's a new concept. That's what, like
Facts.
that's what I'm saying. Why doesn't it affect them? So it just picked and choose what era people was gonna affect.
I just think they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. But I don't know. It's something I have never talked to my elders
It's a
about it
new
because I never
concept,
thought to
cuz.
I never thought to brought it up to them. Like, hey, does this look different than this or whatever? They'll be like, what the fuck does that matter? You
All
know,
right,
they don't live their life by that shit. They be
I'm
like, I
finna
don't
tell
give a
you some
fuck.
real shit. This how
If them
Mandela
niggas
effect
can
work.
remember that the original Mr. Potato Head was an actual potato and not plastic, them niggas can tell you if the Mandela effect is real.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm finna tell you some real shit. This how
Damn.
Mandela effect work.
Was it a real potato?
What you mean?
The
Yes.
real, that's crazy. Okay. See, these things
Was
I
what
don't
a
know.
real
So these
potato?
the Mr. Potato Head was a real potato
Yeah, it
when
was a
it
real
first came
potato,
out.
cuz when it first
That's out
came
of
out. Yes.
control.
You didn't know that?
Man, I'm too young to know that, bro. When I got Mr. Potato Head, I saw it was already plastic. I don't know nothing about it being a real potato.
Yeah, that
That
shit
shit,
was a
I
real
don't know
See,
how
the
to research
Mandela
that.
effect
Like,
would have got you
man.
with that one. Cause
See,
just
you'd have
think
been
about it, 50
Mandela
years
affected.
from now. Yeah, you'd have been like,
but
that's the Mandela
who the
effect. Go
fuck
ahead
would have
and
thought
make it.
they gave the people a real potato? That shit don't last that
They
long.
did.
Bro,
They
That shit
listen,
get
didn't. They
wrinkled.
didn't give you. They didn't give you a real
they didn't
potato.
give
They
you a
gave
real
you the
potato
attachment pieces, like the legs,
to
the
put
arms,
on
the
your
eyes.
potato.
Eh,
You had your
Yeah.
own potato, nigga.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
nah.
just
See,
like,
that's why I'm saying
do you know
knowledge
what
is
the
not passed
slinky is,
down like it
nigga?
needs to be.
Do you know
Yeah,
the
I seen a
slinky one?
slinky.
What is
Yeah,
a slinky?
it's that thing that got the little rubbers in it, like people say go
No,
downstairs and shit. Or
the slinky was a piece that came on an old school Chevy that a mechanic
that's
popped off
crazy.
one time and said this shit and gave to his kid and his kid start playing with it and there go the slinky.
Off of old Chevy, it was that loose. Like that's how
It's
they
a
explained
piece.
it.
No, he was
Yeah,
fixing a spring on a Chevy and when he took that bitch off, he just let his son play with it and then there go the slinky.
they
Invention.
rolled that Chevy into the ground. Okay, I did. I like again. I wouldn't have known that. I don't research like stuff like that, but it makes sense. I'm not. That's why I said I'm not against you and what you're saying. It's just
Yeah.
I'm just being the other side and what they were saying. Like like when I first met Bro Sanchez with Flat Earth, I was against that
Uh-huh.
shit. I was like, man, come on, bro. But then like the more he talked about it, I was like, and then I remember my days from the military being high altitude planes, and I said, that do kind of make kind of sense because I didn't see no curvature. Like I didn't, and I didn't think about it
That
then.
makes
But then
sense.
once, like
Mandela
I just
effect don't
started
make sense because that's an observation, cuz. You
because I
can't
done been in a
observe
plane. I done been in a
this.
plane real high in the air. And I promise you, I didn't see no curvature, but at that time, that wasn't a part of my thought process. So I've been like, I didn't think like I should see some curvature. And then when I got out, I started finding this shit and I started thinking back and I was like, damn, that's true. Cause I've been in a lot of planes, and the plane is level. The whole thing that the way that they look at the gauges and shit, it don't make for no curve. I've been on a submarine. It didn't make for no curve. I've been on a high altitude plane. I didn't see no curve. And I was like, damn, is these motherfuckers saying like did I not even notice that at the time? Like that's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I got into was flat earth, and then it led me to Mandela effect. So maybe I'm doing
Okay.
things different than other people.
Have you
So
ever read the
I was kind
Bible
of like
before?
open. Yeah, I read the Bible before, but I didn't like pay
What
attention to the firmament shit. I wasn't thinking that way. You
You
know what
don't
I'm
pay
saying? Like
attention to
I
nothing.
just that's part of the
you
Bible.
do
You
know
just
that
be
they
like,
they
oh.
reference they reference flat Earth in the Bible. It's not a new
Yeah,
concept.
but see, but when you read it like that, that's one of them things that you grow up and you be like, I don't really know what that means. What's a firmament? Because the word firmament didn't make sense to me as a young person or even as an adult until I started researching on YouTube, and I'm like, so the firmament is some kind of thing around the earth, and I was like, oh, and then I go back to when I was on those high altitude planes when I've been in all those planes flying overseas and stuff, and it started making sense. Like, that motherfuckers might be on to something because everything that I've seen doesn't actually lead to curvature. I've seen naval maps. They don't apply to curvature. I've seen those 2000. $200,000 maps that they got in the bases and shit. You know what I'm saying? That you got to pay all this money to get. And I've never seen no curvature. And then when they were talking about that, I was like, damn, that do make sense because when we sell, we don't equate for curvature. We don't say, oh, we going over this and it's gonna be this much curvature. We just sell. I also know that satellites might not be real because I've been on a GPS phone and I asked my captain, so what satellite does it go to? And he said, ain't no damn satellite. This shit is a laser. It goes up here to like a drone or somewhere in the air, or it goes straight across the water to somewhere else and it relays. And I was like, so it ain't no satellites up there? And my captain was like, shit, not that I know of. These satellite phones don't work like that. He was like, blah, blah, blah. He explained to me how GPS and
It's
laser technology
towers.
work. And I was like, and then when I got out, all that shit came back, and I was like, "Oh shit, they
Hmm.
might be they." Like, cause you don't realize it in the moment because nobody taught you that. You just think,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, that's the way the world is." But then when I've been through shit, and then they bring that to me, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen all this shit. I actually asked those questions like, oh, okay, how does a satellite phone work? If a satellite ain't above us, does this phone not work? And my captain looked at me dumb, like, nah, this phone work anywhere, but it ain't going no satellite. It got a laser that shoot out across the water as far as it can to some points, and it bounces off of
He that
other,
nigga was
and
slow
I'm like,
too. That nigga was slow. It's towers. And when
it's
they say
towers.
satellites, that's because satellite dishes, which are
It's
towers,
what
that
it's
you're
what shoot them around the
that this
yeah.
that
Yeah, because
you can use your regular cell phone out at sea. You just gotta have the service plan to go with it. That's all.
right. Because he would tell me, like, when we get on the sat phone, we on the sub, we'll come above water. And sometimes we got to make calls because certain things won't come in. And one day like I say, I just happened to ask him, like, okay, but what happens if a satellite ain't above us? Do we got to wait? And he was like, no. He's like, there ain't no satellites above us. And I was like, then how does this satellite phone work? And he's like, a laser shoots out across the water and then it goes to a point and then it bounces to another point. But he said sometimes the connection don't connect, and that's why we call back and we keep doing it until the connections make connections. That means those satellite, those towers as you
No,
call them, have
they
to
just
turn.
no,
And,
they dealing with old. They still dealing with the old satellite tower system. Cause think
or I'll
about
give
it.
you
If
another
you
one.
look up,
I'll give you another one.
look up.
I was on a ballistic missile boat, right? And I used to think that the ballistic missiles go up in the air and they get a satellite, and the satellite tell them to go. But when you get in the Navy and you get on those boats, they tell you no. The boat goes up and it takes a picture of the stars, and off of those stars, it triangulates itself off the stars, and it falls back down to the earth off the triangulation of the stars. There is no satellites up there that tells a ballistic missile where to go. The ballistic missile goes right up in the air, straight up. Gets the stars. It takes a picture. It floats for a minute and free fall. And as it's free falling, it begins to triangulate where it's supposed to go, and then the missile takes off from there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but now when I learned about flat Earth, it all started making sense. That I was like, there's no satellite. Even when I was dealing with the special ops shit, when we used to get like they call it satellite footage, that's not satellite footage. Those are from high altitude planes and drones they got like 1,000 cameras underneath the plane and they fly over a country real fast. They take a bunch of pictures every like 6 hours if they can, and they send you that information from those planes. So some of that information can be old, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you looking at a screen and you thinking it's coming from a live satellite, but it's not. This shit is like 3 hours old, but they give you the best information that they can. You know what I'm saying? And all this shit used to, like, when I got into flat Earth, it started making sense. Like, wow, there's really not no satellites up there because I've heard this over and over again while I was in the Navy. That no, there ain't no satellites up there, and nothing in the Navy runs off of satellites. It runs off of laser technology, sonar, and long range, low frequency range detectors. LHF as they call it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm on a sub, so on a
I
sub,
thought
you
when
want to
they
come up,
shot
you gotta get
ballistic
shit.
missiles and I thought when they shot ballistic missiles in the air,
Did
they pick
somebody
a
else speak this
region to
us earlier?
target.
Oh shit. Huh?
They
Somebody that
pick a
came on the
region to
panel and said it's
target.
only picture of flat Earth.
I
A
didn't get to
female
hear
that
you,
came on
family.
there and said
Huh?
that.
She
I
was
think
like, it's
so.
only a cartoon. She said something about comic book conscious. It's only a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that sneak this. Where they went at?
What was you saying, Zay?
No,
Nah, I
she
just
was
said I thought
saying no.
ballistic
She
miss.
said if it's comic book cartoons, then she was saying if the Bible is a comic book cartoon, then the Bible talk about flat Earth. That's what she was saying.
Yeah, but Zay was saying something about ballistic missiles. I was trying to.
Nah, I just said I thought that missiles is where they pick a targeted spot and they shoot the missile goes as far as up into the air and then the engine of the missile shuts off and it just falls.
No, we can't program trajectory and coordinates into the missiles. So what they do is they do like put coordinates in it, but the missile has to guide itself. So what happens is when they shoot a ballistic missile, the way that the missile coordinates itself is it goes up and it takes a picture of where it's hitting the stars, and it'll take a picture of the stratosphere of the stars, and then once it takes that picture, the computer triangulates off the stars where it needs to go. That lines up with flat Earth like completely, because if the world was revolving, then it wouldn't be able to do that. But since the stars are basically, it don't matter where we at. They can take that picture and it'll know exactly where those stars are at, and the computer inside of the missile will begin to triangulate off of those stars. Okay, this star is here, this star is here, this star is here, and then that motherfucker will drop in free fall and still be computing. And then once it gets a coordinate computation from the stars, it'll turn on its rockets and it'll start to dive where it needs to dive, and it'll turn on its rockets if it needs to go right, left, up, down, northwest, or whatever, in the free fall, and it'll begin to guide itself that way. But there's no way that we can actually put coordinates in it until it just go up and go down. It don't work that way. It has to actually triangulate itself. So what it does, it'll go up and it has cameras on it, and it'll go chop, and it'll take a picture of the stars while it's going up. And then as it's going up and coming down, the computer inside of it is working to figure out where it needs to drop. And then once it gets it, then the rockets will turn on and it'll send that missile. And that goes for warheads, that goes for ballistic missiles and all that shit. So when I got out the military, the flat earth shit started popping off. And at first, like I said, that's why I actually used to follow Bro Sanchez, but I kind of wasn't with it. So I unfollowed him. And then I started doing more research because it just was on my mind, because I started thinking about all those things and it started making sense. And I went back and started fucking with him because I was like, damn, he might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? Because at first
Hallelujah.
I thought
Praise
it
the
was
Lord.
crazy. You feel me?
This is testimony, I guess.
Well, I ain't trying to be in here on no church shit, nigga. I'm just telling you, man.
I'm just joking, bro.
Yeah, we just joking. We just joking. Man, we didn't hit the 5 hour mark on this motherfucker. And I'm glad to say and sad to say that it's been fun, but I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. Tomorrow is
Peace,
Sucker Punch
God.
Friday. Hey, Redden, you already know. Link up with me, bro. Just like that. To everybody else,
Sure.
y'all already know where we finna be at. To the people in the chat, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Pull up early. We gonna get this shit jumping off early. Salute to everybody that pulled up, everybody that showed love, and everybody that's gonna be here tomorrow. It's gonna be a good one. 100.